What up, everybody? This is your unofficial gig podcast network. I'm not official for nothing, man. I keep it live, man. That's about it. But today is November the 11th, 11/11. That's my tattoo right there, 11/11. So I had to go live. I cannot not go live on 11/11, but I got an 11/11 tattoo. See, that wouldn't make sense. But I'm feeling better. I'm feeling hopeful. I know we had a rough week, man. What up, JTB, my man? Nighthawk said first. Hey, you was close, man. You was close. I think y'all hit the button at the exact same time. What up, South Florida? What up, my man James? This is what up, OG. Melly Mel in the building. My man with the crusty dusties in the house. Logan Block, what's up, man? Y'all out there working today or what, man? Y'all working? What up, Chris Higgins? My man, this is Dunk needs some laughs. Hey, man, after this week, man, it's been a rough week, Dunks, man. It's been a rough week, man. What up, Just Silver Fox? GGN Rider. Hey, like I said, that whole accident situation shit, I keep thinking about it because I keep reading people's comments, and, man, we keep laughing more and more about it because that whole accident shit, man, it was crazy. It was crazy. Says, we're at war now. Let's win with peace. That's what I'm talking about. What up from Detroit? Old man in the wheelchair is back in the building. Doughboy said eighth. It's like you're just going down the list, man. I'm eighth. Fucking, I'm here. What up, Caitlin? Yeah, but I keep reading comments about that accident. Man, we are dying laughing because I had to go. I went back and I played it back too. I looked at it last night and I was like, man, this shit was. And I didn't even catch on to the dude saying that he didn't hit me until people kept saying he didn't. He said he didn't hit you. And I was like, what are you talking about? So I went back and played it. He did. Dude said, I ain't hit you. I was like, what? Oh, that took me for, I'm like, this dude hit me. And then he walked up and said, I ain't hit you. Like, man, you're crazy, dude. You crazy. All the cars doing fine. I drove it last night. So I went out and drove last night. And actually, I did pretty well. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But it was like I checked it about after an hour into driving, and it kind of slides off. That's all. It's sliding in and out of the hose because it doesn't have all the clips in it. So I did what I could. I didn't get on the highway that often because I knew if wind got up under the car and grabbed it from the bottom, it could potentially snap it off. And I tried to put tape in there to keep it on there, but I was like, I'll just do streets. But every once in a while I get out, I just push it back in place to make sure it's secure. But it just kept trying to slide out of the hose with the little clips it had left. What up? What up? My man King James in the building. Yeah, I know. He said he's starting a GoFundMe. I was like, man, I don't need no GoFundMe. I already got my money for the thing. I'm just like, man, all I need to do is get this thing put on there. That's it. I don't need a GoFundMe, man. It's like the dude covered it because I wasn't leaving the spot. I wouldn't leave until he was trying to airplane mode my ass. Like, we don't know what airplane mode is. Dude kept saying, yeah, it'll go through. Just give it some time, man. I was like, man, you out your damn mind. You trying to hustle me, dude. No, and King James even said that he says, dude, we do airplane mode. I was like, nuh-uh. No, man, I don't need no GoFundMe. That I saw that in the video. I started laughing. I'm like, why do people instantly run to GoFundMe whenever something happens? It's like, that's not an insurance plan. It's like, dude, we don't need it. I just needed to get my part. That's it. And the dude covered it. I got my part. I paid the one he busted was the nice one. It was $130. So instead of getting the nice one, I just went like a level down and got the $100 one. It's going to take a little extra time to put on because it's a 2-piece instead of a 1-piece. I'm like, I don't care. It's to the point where, you know what, somebody else is going to end up hitting me again one day anyways. I'm mad as hell, man. I'm mad as hell. Yeah, man. That you can't airplane mode no money. Yeah, he tried to airplane mode me, dude. And he did. I put my number in twice, and after the second time, I was like, why is it processing, but it ain't going nowhere? So he was like, can you put your number in again? I was getting mad at that point. I was like, you doing something. Because people have zailed me before in this instant. So he was doing something. And that's when I looked at the top of the screen and I saw that airplane mode up there. I was like, I see what you're doing. You're trying to play me, dog. You're trying to play me. But we were laughing because he's sitting there. He says, what up? I'm the guy talking to you last week about inspections. Going to start driving XL tonight. Man, it's getting a little bit better. We're going to talk about that in a minute, man. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, this dude, and we were laughing about the cards he was trying to hand me because he tried to hand me a debit card, a health insurance card. And I was like, man, this motherfucker gonna fuck around, hand me like a goddamn ASU cafeteria meal plan card with the days already punched out and shit. Like, I can't even use it no more. I was like, this dude gonna give me a meal plan card the minute. He's like, well, you can go eat lunch on my meal plan. I can't cover your bumper, but here's my meal plan card, man. Shit, you better quit handing me cards, man. Dude gave me he was, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all, people was like, dude, you should have called the cops on this and that. I think he was underage drinking. I don't know the level of sobriety that he would be at because they do sobriety field tests and all that. But he probably drank more than he should have, definitely, because he was kind of incoherent in the conversation we was having because the shit he was saying wasn't making no sense. So I was like, yeah, dude, you trying to get over, but he was still coherent enough to try to hustle me. So I was like, I don't know how drunk this dude really is. He might be trying to play stupid or something. But I know he didn't want the cops to be there because he was underage. This dude was not 21 years old. And that's why he was scared. And he probably still on his parents' insurance. And if they found out he was doing this and he got arrested and he went to jail and got the car, man, he'd be done. He'd be done. Exactly. And he probably had a fake in his damn wallet because he probably left a bar or something like that or a little club spot they be going to. So he would have been up shit creek, man. And everybody who knows Tempe knows Tempe cops roll deep out here. They roll deep. In the area we were in, a lot of cops be there. So the fact that a cop didn't come by, that's his blessing in disguise right there. Because, man, cops are notoriously just rolling through Tempe all over. So the dude was like, you know, man, don't call the cops, man. I'll cover it. I'll take care of it, this and that. And I'm thinking, okay, there's something up with this dude. Because every time I ask for insurance, he ain't trying to go get it. As for his ID, he ain't trying to pass it. He's trying to weasel his way out of this deal right now. And I'm like, something's up. I'm like, I'm going to find out what's up with this kid while I'm standing here. And his buddy knew something. That's why his buddy wasn't really saying much because he knew they were screwed up. He knew they were screwed up. And he was probably like, man, this is it. This is how we go down, man. This is how we go down. And I was like, you know, just something told me in my head, you know what? Don't make this a bigger situation than it has to be. And I guess a lot of people don't know, like I didn't record us leaving or whatever, but he was actually like, they parked the car. They had their doors open the whole time we was talking. But he shut his doors and both of them shut their doors and they turned the car off and everything. And they started walking. I think they were either at somebody's house they knew, probably at home, or they just decided to walk from there. But they left the car right there and they just started walking because I drove off and I was sitting there looking at them. And sure enough, the car was still sitting there. So I don't know if they just tried to hurry up and make it home real quick, like, or get it to where they knew somebody would be. Or they just like, you know what, let's not drive no more, man. Let's just leave this car right here. Probably nervous that I was going to call the cops on him. He was like, dude, don't take the car. He going to call the cops on us. They probably left the car sitting right there. Man, he said, I need 20 racks. Ain't what I would have done. Exactly. Give me 20 racks right now. Oh, Chris, man, yeah, ASU is known for, because you can't tell me all them kids walking up and down Mill drunk all night are 21. Cops know them people ain't 21 all up and down Mill, man. Them kids are not 20. You can look at these kids and see their faces are way too new. They don't look like they've been through some 21-year-old shit. You know 21 when you see it. These kids are like 19, 18, 20. They ain't no 21. And the cops are just sitting there watching them all drink, watching them all walk around. Cool, I get it. Fakes everywhere. That's their economy right there. You know, letting kids come to the bar and drink. That's their economy. And then they got all of the dispensaries all up and down the street. So, you know, half of them high, walking around high and shit. So it's like, that's why a lot of times I just stay away from Mill. But it was a surge up there, a really good surge. I said, I'm going to go grab some of this surge. Sitting at the damn stoplight, just waiting for that shit to turn. Bam. What the hell just happened to my car? Man, that shit irritated me. That's right, Metallic. We have to give mercy to receive mercy. Go, Jeff. That was a very kind action. Man, and I tried it, man. You know what? Because I've been through some shit in life. And I tell people the only way I made it this far in my life to be 50 years old, I never had a life of perfection. I was never perfect, ever. But I met a lot of people along my path that gave mercy. They were graceful to me. They gave me leeway. I got passes left and right on certain shit. And I tell people the time that I was, you know, I used to race motorcycles, my CBR 1000 out in Missouri and Kansas and all that shit, Indiana. But we put a new map on my CBR 1000. So I was like, well, I just tested later because I had to put it on a trailer. But before I put it on a trailer, I was like, well, I'm gonna go see a friend. So I went down to Bonne Terre and I took the motorcycle down to Bonne Terre. And I mean, on the way there, I was doing normal to test the map out and everything. But on the way back, it was nobody there. What up, Fortune? And so I just gunned on the way back. I was gunning it 128 miles an hour. I was hitting it because there was nobody on the highway but me. I'm like, yeah. And all of a sudden, I look in my rearview mirror and I see it's a set of cherries way behind me. I see police lights. So I'm like, it ain't nobody else out here. I'm the only one out here. I had just got on the ramp, 128 miles an hour. I'm flying down the highway, headed back to St. Louis. So I say, you know what? I'm not going to try to outrun this cop because you can't outrun radio. So as I'm looking in the rear view, I pull over and I sit. All of a sudden, a cop comes from in front of me. There's a cop coming at me now. He comes across and he cuts across the median. And once he cuts across the median, he parks behind me, asks me for my ID, all my shit. And I'm sitting there chatting with this cop. And he's like, yeah. And he was talking motorcycles. He ain't asking me nothing about what I was just doing. Nothing. So it's like, yeah, you got to be careful out here. You know, it's late night. You got ID insurance. All of a sudden, another cop pulls behind him. I'm like, I'm done. That's it. When you get two cops on the scene, I'm done. Me and him had been sitting there talking for like 5 minutes. And he's like, well, I just had to stop you. That was actually the cop that was chasing you. That's how far ahead you were. I was moving on that CBR 1000, man. I was gone. And anything could have happened. I could have hit a deer. I could have hit a car that, you know, didn't have no lights on. Anything could have happened. But I'm flying down the highway. They stopped me, ran my shit. We talked bikes, motorcycles. We was talking, you know, life, everything else, accounting, what I did for a living, mechanic work. And they let me go. They didn't impound me. And Bonterre probably has like 2 black people in the whole city. I don't even know. Bonterre is not very friendly. Well, I can't say not very friendly because they friendly as hell to me. But theoretically, you wouldn't think they would be friendly to me. But yet, here they are, got me on the side of the road, midnight, middle of nowhere. Ain't nobody around to see nothing. And these cops gave me a pass. They gave me a pass. They was like, you know what? Just keep it down, man. Don't be testing out here. You can end up hitting a deer. You could do something, you know, take care. Man, I went back to St. Louis. I ain't never do that shit ever again. And that's why I was like, sometimes you give people a pass, they actually learn a lesson. They do learn a lesson. And it's like, man, this is why you got to line. When you stop freaking lying. Levi said, that's my man Long's back. So sometimes, man, you give somebody a pass, they won't repeat it again. And that's why I think when them kids walked off, they was like, you know what, just leave the car, man. They was, like I said, it was probably at home or at a friend's house, who knows, but they didn't move that car. And I bet he's going to look at his bank account, see that $200 on there and see my name on there and be like, man, I'll never do that shit ever again. That $200 saved my ass. That paying that $200 saved me, man. Yeah, man. I hope they don't do that. Because like I said, it could have as many people as that being Mill, kids running back and forth across the street from party to party. I mean, because I was on Broadway, but kids are all over the place, like house hopping, running back and forth from frats and all that stuff. They can get run over by a kid not paying attention. I mean, if you hit a big ass orange BMW, it could have been a kid walking through the crosswalk right there. If my car wasn't there, what if it was somebody walking through a crosswalk? He would have probably ran them people over. And that's the thing, is like, you got to look at the potential of what could have happened, what didn't happen, and just be thankful it happened the way it did happen. Because all I do is got to just replace a piece on my back bumper. That's it. That's it. He said he'll probably need a adult diaper. Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. Long said, yeah, I sold my R1 for a reason. I learned I can't trust myself running 160 down the free without helmet, man. Yeah. Like I said, and I ended up, you know, I got the M109R. I don't ride it as much as I used to, but even riding that thing, I mean, it's a pretty big bike, man. And I mean, I just don't trust people around me in cars and everything to be sitting on the bike in some of this crazy ass traffic. I just don't trust it, especially with the way people don't pay attention to me on social media driving. I'm cool on that, man. Yeah, Friday was good. People were tipping, 29 rides, 27 tips. Damn, you getting your tips back. I was reading something in the paper today about Lyft. Lyft said they only suffered this quarter, they suffered a $12 million loss, something like that. $12 million is all they suffered. The quarter before that, they suffered a $114 million loss. So how did they make $102 million from quarter 2 till now? How did they come up with $112 million? They've been stealing our tips the whole time. That's why you're starting to see tips again. They got the numbers out. They done told the investors, hey, we doing good, man. Now they're going to try to start giving us our tips back. Because like I said, I used to do 25 rides, get 5 tips out of those 25. Some of them be like $1, $3, knowing damn well that's not what I did. Did way better than that. But how did Lyft, like I said, how did Lyft go from right now, they got a $12 million loss on their books. But before this, they had a $114 million loss on their books. Where'd that $102 million come from? They're not talking about their strategy. They want to say, oh, it's because, you know, we did away with Lux. You did away with Lux on October the 18th, not even a month ago. So you can't say it's because you did away with Lux. So, and I know a lot of drivers been complaining about not getting their tips. Not getting their tips. A lot of us been complaining about that. We haven't been getting the surge amounts. We haven't been getting streaks and bonuses. So, you know, to go say, hey, we only have a $12 million loss right now. Where'd you make up the $102 million stagger? That's what I want to know. I mean, you got accountants, you got people who know, you know, how to do financials and spreadsheets. How come they're not speaking? Tell people this is how we made up that stagger. This is what we did to make up $102 million stagger, which is why we only have a $12 million loss on our books. Because if they can if they can go from $114 million loss in quarter two to right now having a $12 million loss, that means their next presentation is going to be a profit. Because if they add another $102 million, they're going to be up about, $90 million. They're going to have a $90 million profit the next time this shit comes out. So how do you go from $114 million loss, $12 million loss, $90 million profit? That's what they're doing. And I want to know how they're doing it. Like, how are you doing it? And they're going to say, we did away with Lux. Nah, because this shit happened before you did away with Lux. Y'all been stealing. And they got caught stealing because all that cash they had on their books up in New York and everything else like that, they're doing that shit in every state. They're doing it in every single state. They're siphoning driver money, taking our tips, not giving us exactly even the tips that we do get. I think we're getting a percentage of the tip, not even the full tip. We're getting a percentage of it. Because somebody says, hey, man, I'll tip you $10. You mess around and get $8. I'll give you $20. You mess around and get a $12 tip. Man, they have to be stealing in each state. They have to be. Yeah, $3 to $18 last night. Yeah, got my Lyft tips lately. And that's the thing, Juan. Last night, I did like 3 or 4 rides on Lyft. I don't even remember how many rides I did. But I was getting tips on Lyft. I was like, I was $3. But this is the tricky shit about Lyft on my video, because I'm going to put the video out of that one. I got they ass good. They're $38 in the hole. Now, this is what I was doing. I was getting fares last night. Actual fares. $2.38. $2.36. Those were my fares last night I was getting. I was doing trips that was like I did a trip that was 0.77 of a mile. I was up near that Sassarock club area downtown, picked up some ladies, took them down to their hotel. Now, there was 0.77 of a mile, got like $12 for the ride, but the fare was $2.36. I had a surge and I had a tip on that to make it $12. But every trip I did on Lyft last night, I don't think a single one had a fare that was more than $5. They were $2.38, $2.36, $3.05, $3.18. I mean, I had all trips that were short, real super short rides. And a lot of them had tips on it. Every single one had ride bonus. Every single trip I took had a ride bonus. Because if I don't have a surge, I'm not driving at all. Not for the prices they paying us. We're Lux drivers with Lux cars. Yeah, exactly. $30 on 0.7 miles. We had to do that, man. We had to. And Lyft can't tell me. You can't tell me. With all the short drivers that we got out there now, all the short drivers we got doing $30 on 0.7 miles. They're losing $38 on me. They're losing all this money. But you telling me you went from $114 million loss to a $12 million loss. Where'd you make up the $102 million if we're all driving like Hal Williams driving? How does that make sense? Oh, yeah, and Juan Vargas, because you mentioned it, Juan Vargas, last night he sent me a screenshot. He says, dude, what do you see? What's wrong with this picture? So I opened the picture. And I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, this guy, it can't be a new picture. It says Lux, like dead center of the screen. All of the little trips that are around him, it was one Lux. He said he took it. It was a $19 Lux. Didn't say Black Lux, didn't say XL. It said Lux. Seriously, they put a Lux ride out last night. I was like, man, you got to be kidding me. But he took it. He took the Lux ride. And I was asking him, because I didn't check my text messages back again, but I didn't know if he actually, so you had it on Lux Black only, and then a Lux came through. And when you actually got the payout screen, did it actually say Lux on the payout screen? It didn't say Lux Black or Lux or nothing like that. It actually said Lux on your payout screen. So you can order Lux on a desktop computer. Yeah, well, somebody must have had a desktop computer in the middle of downtown last night, because that's where the ride looked like it was. Yeah, but anyways, it's like I'm thinking, how can Lyft make up $112 million, $102 million stagger if everybody's doing short rides that they're not making money on? That don't make sense to me, man. They're gonna say, oh yeah, we had a $114 million loss on Q2. Now we got a $12 million loss now. So we're making money now. We're making money. How? You got to be stealing it from somewhere, because there's too many drivers out there doing short trips. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I think Uber and Lyft are in bed with each other. I don't know, man. I'm starting to think that now. I'm starting to think they're giving the illusion that they're competing against each other. And they're probably price fixing, because a lot of these places, a lot of these corporations, they went to prison, but they had people go to prison for price fixing and adjusting the market. And they're behind the scenes saying what they're going to do, telling each other back and forth what they're going to do. And they're fixing the fixing prices to keep people locked in. So I don't know. I think Lyft and Uber are talking behind the scenes because all of a sudden, Juan, you even know this too. All of a sudden, on both apps, I'm getting nothing but nature hikes like crazy. Nothing but nature hikes. And that's not, I might get 2 or 3, and then the next one will be a good one. Every ride I'm getting, 29 miles north, 46 miles, 38 miles, 37 miles, 22 miles. I recorded it all. This shit was crazy. When I dropped the video, y'all gonna be like, dude, I've never seen, and y'all see my videos. So there's no video I've ever dropped that showed this many nature hikes, like sequentially, all night long, sequentially, all night. You've never seen this. And Juan will tell you too, I've seen more Waymos on the street now than I've ever have. So I think they're giving all the Waymos any trips that don't involve highway. They're trying to freeze drivers out. Now, there's a driver sitting right there, but they won't give it to the driver. They want the person to use Waymo so they get more acclimated with using Waymo. So they're trying to load our phones up with long trips to nature hikes to get us out of there and keep the Waymo in the downtown area. Because I've actually been seeing people in the Waymos now. Because normally I'll see a Waymo, there's nobody in it. I'm seeing people driving in the back, their phones are lit up, they're riding, and I'm like, they're really doing this for real. It's charging 10 times than the driver? Probably. Oh, they gave it to you as a Lux Black? Oh, okay. Waymos are for lamos. What's good to Naga? Yeah, and I'm sitting here like, man, I'm seeing more people actually in these Waymos now. Because at first I used to just think they're just driving around trying to get rides. They're testing the market. There's actually people in them now sitting in the back using their phones and shit. And I'm like, wow. So there are people down here requesting a ride. They're requesting rides downtown, but they're trying to give the actual drivers, us, all the nature hikes. So we take up the highway rides that the Waymos can't do, and the Waymos use all the street rides downtown. And that's their play. I think that's their play right there. You know what? Keep these drivers driving these $1 a mile, 50 cents a mile. I mean, they was offering me like $46 for like 40-mile trips last night. $46 for 40-mile trips. And I did a trip last night that was like $24 for like maybe 4 miles. So if I'm doing $24 for 4 miles, that means I could do 48 in 8 miles. But they're sending me like 46 for 40 miles. This shit ain't making no sense, man. It ain't making no sense. Yeah, and I think they are, William. They're freezing us out. And when they freeze us out of these small trips, it's gonna at some point squeeze us to the point where we'll have to take one because we're not making money. That's what they're doing. And they're gonna say, hey, if you don't take any of these long trips, you're not going to get anything because all the short trips have been taken up, which means you're not going to make rent. You won't get your 30 rides in if you're renting from them. You're not going to be able to pay your car note, your insurance. They know what they're doing. And I think that's what I'm saying. Lyft and Uber both are working together on this because they both have enemies of drivers, and we're on both platforms. So Lyft and Uber are like, we can't compete against each other as Lyft and Uber. We have to team up with each other against these damn drivers out there because these drivers are teaming up against each other. These drivers are not competing with each other no more. These drivers know the game now. So they're actually making a lot of profits, taking all these short rides now. And Lyft is like, we're going to get our asses handed to us. So we need you guys to freeze out all these short drivers, freeze them all out so we can freeze them out and let Waymo take over. And even though Lyft has nothing to do with Waymo, Lyft has nothing to do with them. But Lyft says, if we allow you to freeze out the market in short, we'll work with you to freeze out the market in short. So that way, both apps, we keep sending everybody on nature hikes. We'll work with you on that. Yeah. And I'm sitting here like, you know what? We'll start driving for them $20 hot dogs. Damn straight. And that's what happened last night, Mel. Like I should have recorded that screen. I had like 4. I don't even have Uber Eats turned on. I had like 4 Uber Eats requests on my screen in my trip radar. 4. I'll see one every blue moon. It was 4 of them sitting in my trip radar. Because Uber and Lyft did not want to send me short trips. There were short trips in the area, but each delivery they were sending me was like, $10, but it would take 44 minutes. And it was like, 9 miles of driving for $10 for a delivery. And I'm like, these apps got to be working together, man. They got to be working together. Oh, no, it shows. When you turn off Uber Eats in your trip radar, it'll show, and I'll show it on my screen. When you see some of my videos, it'll say that. When you'll see me have Uber Eats not even on, but you'll see on my trip radar, it'll even say in the top corner of the trip radar, it'll say off. They want you to turn it on because they'll show you what the price is and everything. They screw with us all the time, man. It shouldn't even show up. You shouldn't be sending me Uber Pet stuff if I don't have Uber Pet turned on. You shouldn't be sending me deliveries if I don't have deliveries turned on. You shouldn't be able to do that. But they got the back end. They got back end coding. They can send us that shit right to our trip radar, even though we don't even have it selected. And I'm like, yeah, these motherfuckers, they think they slick, man. They think they slick. What Justina said, I'm close to throwing Uber away. They've been giving me shittiest trips the whole week, and Lyft is not very popular here. Yeah, and that's the thing, Justina. Lyft and Uber, I swear I think they're working together. I don't even want to say it like concrete, but just my logic and how my night went and the trips we're getting on Uber and Lyft both are ironically real close. Like the criteria of trip they are real close. Bunch of shitty trips. And I mean, you usually think one would send you good, one would send you bad. Both apps are sending the exact same trips to drivers because I think they're working on somehow partnering up with these driverless cars and shit. Has to be. There's crickets right now from Gilbert. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like, I'm driving last night and I had both apps toggling back and forth. And I was getting the exact same. And I even said it in the video that I was saying. I said, dude, they just sent me the same trip on Uber. Now they're sending it to me on Lyft for less. They sent me a trip on Uber for like $48 or something weird like that. $48 to go all the way to Queen Creek from downtown. Lyft sent me the exact same trip for $27.77. Lyft was paying the driver $20 less for the same trip I just got on Uber, and it shows it on the screen exactly where I was going. So I'm like, I don't know, man. I think these people, they working together, man, because neither one was wanting to give me a short trip with a high payout. And usually anybody that drives in Phoenix knows we like short trip kings out here. We love this shit. We love it. Because we'll get little small hops all the time. $8 for like 2 miles. Exactly. $8.34 for 10.9 miles round trip. Real, that's what they be doing, man. They be trying that. And thank you, old man in lawn chairs. It's a great video about the immigrants you did. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And we'll talk about this a little bit in the live too, because we were going back and forth about that all week. But these short trips, like I said, I think Uber and Lyft are working together. Because they've realized, just like we saw that Dara and David was in a picture hanging out together or something one day. I don't know what they were doing. But I know they probably talk about the drivers. They're like, you know what? We're not each other's enemies. We're in the same business of making profits. We're in the same business with the exact same shareholders in both companies. You got shareholders in Uber, you actually got stock in Lyft, and vice versa. Guaranteed. So the shareholders are probably like, y'all need to work together because these drivers are the ones that's killing y'all. These drivers are the ones wiping y'all out, which is where old man in the chair comes in. They got a new population of drivers coming into the country. So they got cheaper labor coming over and they're like, just hold on. We're working on something right now. We're going to phase these drivers out. Give us a minute. Give us a minute. So how can Uber and Lyft both have an influx of drivers, like tons of drivers, tons of new drivers, and you go from $114 million loss in Q2 to a $12 million loss now? The $102 million comes from playing the shit out of drivers, not paying drivers. And it's probably a lot of immigrants taking these rides, these long-ass nature hikes, taking these round trips that paying 50 cents a mile, quarter a mile. That's where their money's coming from. So when you think us as being more profitable, because we're getting better over time. We're all learning how to drive. We're learning the system over time. All of us drivers are slowly getting better. So you can't be making this much money off of our backs. It's not possible. You can't go from $114 million loss to a $12 million loss on our backs. When we look on my screen and you're in a negative every week that I'm driving because we're doing short trips and making money, it has to be the influx of new drivers from other countries who don't realize the American currency system. They're sitting there that, oh man, I just made $1,000. But they had to drive 2,000 miles for it. There's a YouTube video out right now where this dude drove his Tesla. He bought a used Tesla, drove it 120,000 miles or something doing rideshare, 300 miles a day. 300 miles a day this dude was driving. He was charging it twice a day. 300 miles a day, charging twice a day. Probably didn't make a whole lot of money doing it. Because at 300 miles a day, if I'm getting like $4 a mile, I'm going to be making $1,200 a day. And ain't nobody making no $1,200 a day every day. So he burnt the shit out of that Tesla, ran it into the ground, had to get the battery replaced and everything because the battery stopped charging. But if he's doing that, imagine how many other people are just like him, driving 300, 400 miles a day, 300, 400 miles a day, taking all these shit trips. That's how these apps are making all the money. And they're using that money to invest into the next phase of their plan, which is phasing drivers out. That's their next plan. Let's phase these expensive ass drivers out. These American drivers are costing us too much money. And now they're wanting minimum wages. They're wanting benefits and shit. They want life insurance. Man, these drivers are wanting too much. We got to phase them out. They wanting too much. So they welcome the new people who don't understand the American currency system. They welcome these people. Come on into America. We got you. When they really don't. We know they don't got them. They don't even got the Americans that are here. We know that you ain't got them. You're going to use them. Come on. We can use y'all. Come on over. We can use y'all. We got to generate profits. Come on over. We know what's up. We ain't like, a lot of us are hip to the bullshit because we've been doing this for a while. We've seen driver wages and driver pay go to the fucking floor. But these apps are turning record profits. Uber's turning record profits, Lyft's turning record profits, but drivers are making way less than what they made. You can't tell me they ain't playing the game on us. You can't tell me that. What Yasina says, about to start doing my own driving company, can create a WhatsApp group and people can request me there. Shit, hey, that's what I'm saying. Yasina, you in the right mindset. You're in the right mindset. Keep using that thought process. You're going down the right path. You're going down the right path. Get enough drivers, get enough people who are going to use that group, figure out ways how to do it. You're thinking in exactly the way we should be thinking right now. A direct shot to the people that need rides. We don't need to be using 3 and 4, rideshare apps. We're the ones who are doing the driving. We deserve the money. We're doing the driving. So why is the service fee given to people who ain't even doing the service, which is the apps? If the apps is what they constantly call themselves, the service, Yasina, you got it right. We can create our own service. We're doing the service. Imagine that shit. We do the service. We have our own service that people can latch on to, and we get 100% of the service revenue because we're doing the service. Apps will be like, well, we're going to start having to pay people a lot of bonuses to come back to us. But you're thinking in the right direction. That's the way we should be thinking right there. Like, how can we connect to people that need the services that we're providing? We're providing them. How can we connect? Internet is free. So if we can use the internet, it's free. Everybody got Wi-Fi, can get in touch with any of us that got Wi-Fi. So it's like we could cut out the fucking middleman and start getting that shit right. Man, what up, Wes? Yeah, that Tesla, what a challenge, 85 rides, outrageous mileage. You right. Go, Jeff. That's it. Yeah, that Tesla battery replacement is crazy expensive. He would have been better with the bulletproof gas engine. Yeah, I think he ended up getting it back from Tesla, and he paid like $8,000 or $9,000 for a new battery or something like that. Yeah, it's like subbing for the city bus. Yeah, that's what it feels like. We're substituting city bus. Because like I said, dude, when my video drops, you'll see. Well, I got one before that, then this one. I was getting rides for $2.63, $2.83. If not for the surges and the tips, those would have been $2.63 rides I would have been on. I could do 20 of those rides, 20 rides at $22.62, and I would make $50 out of 20 rides. I would make $50 doing 20 rides. 20 rides. Who out here is doing 20 rides around town, getting 20 people? And that's up to 4 people. So that's up to 80 people in my car, driving them around. And I end up with $52 after 20 rides. If I didn't get no tip and no ride bonus. Man, ain't nobody doing that shit. Nobody's doing that. That's stupid. It's ridiculous. My car would be torn up. Door handles, I'd be wiping my car down. My carpet's ripped up. My little mat's torn up. $52. $52. Up to 80 people in my car. And they're going to be like, yeah, well, this is rideshare. This is a great career to have. No, it ain't no great career to have. Not if you plan people like that, because I guarantee you, if you putting 4 people in my car at a time, I'm going to need at least $3, $4 a person. At least $3, $4 a person. And that's why they won't tell us how many people are in the car, because they know we're going to be like, man, measure reality. I didn't fix the car yet. It's half fixed right now. Half fixed. But they won't tell us how many people are getting in our cars, because if they tell us how many people are getting in our cars, we see the fact that we're getting $8 to pick up 4 people. The first thing we're going to say is no, I'm not doing that. Because every time we pick somebody up, we always think it's one person because we see, a name. Okay, I'm going to pick this person up. Unless they say, hey, we're right out front. The moment they say we're right out front, it's probably a small group. And you be like, I'm going to cancel this shit. Sometimes I'll be like that. They be like, yeah, we're right outside. I'll be like, how many? How many is we? Like, shit. And if I take one person for $8, that's cool. They're like you said, traveling man. If you take 8 person for $1, that person he used one door, sitting in one seat, only wearing down one patch of leather, only messing with one piece of your carpeting. That's it. Now add 3 more people in each seat in the back and one in the front. Now everybody's doing additional damage. We get no extra money for the additional damage. We got people out here, struts going out. I was just chatting today with somebody. They front struts is going out. They keep going through front tires because the struts are bad. If we don't have profits from this business, how are we supposed to fix these vehicles? If I don't have the profits generated to pay my rent, because if we're doing this for a living, it's for a living. That's my expenses, my living expenses. So if I can't pay rent, I can't pay for food, I can't pay for my phone, but yet you expect me to go out and buy some struts and new front tires? Where's the profits at? If you're taking the profits from the drivers, how are drivers staying in the road? We can't make it like that. Yeah, the only time we get paid is most of the fares on short trips with Surge. That's it, Marcus. And that's why we do it like that. So, Marcus, you can't tell me that Lyft went from Q2 losing $114 million to now only losing $12 million. That's $102 million gap they somehow made up, a loss gap. But yet we're driving like you, Marcus. We're all driving like you. We're only taking ride bonuses. We're only doing short trips. So how could you come up with that? The only plausible way you could come up with that, in my opinion, is you're suckering immigrants who think they're getting paid a lot when you know they're not getting paid a lot. That's the only way you could be doing it. You're suckering immigrants that are coming over here. You telling them, oh, we're going to give you a 100-mile trip. We're going to give you $48. That's 48 cents a mile, and they still got to come back. But an immigrant don't know this because they think $48 is a lot of American money. $48 is a lot. For one trip, you're going to give me $48? And in some countries, they might make $48 all day. They might make $48 worth of income in 2 days, because US dollars over there, if I went over there and gave somebody $50 US, they might be like, damn, dude, this just took care of like 2 days worth of bills over here. This dude just gave me $50, 50 US dollars. So they come over here and they think $50 US is a lot. $50 US is not a lot in US soil. It's not. But they're not going to find out until it's too late. Then they're going to be like, man, you know, we got burnt out. We were used. We got played. We got this. We still in the same predicament we were in when we got here. Yeah, 48 is a month pay for some of these. Yeah, exactly. So they come to America. The corporations know this because they know the psychology of these other countries. They know it. So they go, we're going to take people who don't know our financial system over here. They don't know currency exchange rates. They don't know cost of living rates. They're scared. They just left their own home country. Everything they known their whole lives. Everything they know, the schools, the restaurants, the food, the streets, the way the texture on the house feels. They done left everything they know. And they in a new country right now. And they got a whole bunch of executives sitting in a boardroom with fucking $1,000 suits on, Ferraris and helicopters and shit going, we're going to use the shit out of these people. We're going to use the shit out of them. You telling me they don't know nothing? They don't know nothing, sir. They just got off the boat. They just got off the plane. They just crossed the Rio Grande. They don't know nothing, sir. We could use that. We could use that to our advantage. We could use that. And that's why you sound like Bill the Butcher. And that shit irritates me, man, to know that, you know, I used to work corporate, me, and I'm a good dude, I think. I would never do people like that. That's why I'm glad to be out of corporate, because if you're going to do humans like that, you're going to do people like that, that's shitty. It's shitty to do people like that, to know these people are suffering, struggling, leaving situations where they just want better. They just want something better than what they had. And you put them in the worst situation, a high cost of living place with no money. That's a worse situation. A high cost of living place with no money is a worse situation than being where you probably at. Man, and that shit irritates me, man. Like I said, I hate to get all worked up about it, but dude, we can't have a repeat of slavery in this fucking country. We just can't. We can't do it. Because if we fought our ass off to get past that, now we see these people coming over here freely on their own will, but they're trying to get away from what they're doing. Corporate is seeing this as, hey, we got people we can really use. We could use these people. And you can phase out the American lifestyle. So when you phase out the American lifestyle, it becomes harder for Americans to live over here. Americans can't live. That's why so many Americans are homeless. Why they got evictions. Why they got, you know, bad credit. Americans got bad credit. It shouldn't be a single American taxpayer out there right now with bad credit if we can give $100 billion to Ukraine. Should nobody in this motherfucker have bad credit? That $100 billion could have paid off everybody's credit. Anybody who's behind on a fucking bill, 200, pay that shit off. These are American tax dollars not being used for Americans. Why do we have Americans with bad credit when we giving money to countries all over the fucking world? This is our money. And you're going to let me sit here with bad credit, but you're going to get this shit to somebody overseas who I don't even know. I will never see, never meet. But you're going to give them my money instead of saying, Jeff, since you busting your ass in America and you working your ass off in America and you had a few bad breaks in America, we going to pay off your credit. How much you owe, man? I only owe 12 G's. Cool, we got you. We got you. We'll pay off that 12 G's. But yet they'll tell people with a college loan, we're going to pay off your college loan because they knew them college loans was fucked up. You got these 18-year-old kids signing fucking $50,000 loans. They can't even buy a car. Can't no 18-year-old kid walk up and buy no car for $15,000. They can't go to a car lot to buy a car for 15 grand. But yet you're going to sell this 18-year-old kid a college education for fucking $70,000, $80,000. You let them sign that shit. Man, don't get me worked up on that because I know how people feel when they get played, man. I don't like people getting played. I don't like that shit. You gonna tell me you trust that this little 18-year-old kid gonna pay back all this money when they get out of college, after they get out of college, but you don't trust they're gonna pay off this little ragged ass fucking car at the dealership that you won't sell them. No, I can't sell you that car. You got a co-signer? Wait a fucking minute. You asked for a co-signer on $15,000, but you're not asking me for a co-signer for this $100,000 I just took out to go to college for a few years. You can't see the game? It's a game because I'm the same person that's trying to get the 15 grand that you just gave the 80 grand to. It's a game. So you don't trust me, but you trust me. It's a game. Yeah, they're supposed to pay it back. Exactly. And I'm going to tell you, man, rideshare is a part of this shit. Rideshare is worldwide. Rideshare is worldwide. They've got lobbyists everywhere. And a lot of people who owe college loans are in rideshare. So rideshare generates a lot of revenue, generates trillions of dollars. Rideshare generates a lot of money. But there's people who know how much rideshare generates. They sit at the very top. And they say, if we start allowing immigrants to come into this country who ain't never stepped foot on this fucking soil, we start allowing these immigrants to make $60 an hour like Jeff, $50 an hour like Jeff, $40 an hour like Jeff. How are we going to keep selling college to people? Because we telling people right now, I can pay somebody who ain't did shit, ain't never seen a tree in this country. They come over. I can get them, like I said, 2021, the White House passed that Immigration Work Reform Act. So illegal immigrants can work over here. Undocumented. Let's not say illegal. Let's say undocumented. So undocumented workers can work over here in 2021. They started being able to. Yeah, car loans, the biggest scams in history. Hell yeah, man. Don't even get me started on that shit, depreciable assets, but our shit never goes up. So now that we got people that can come over here and work since 2021, even as far back as 2013, states were allowing people that are undocumented to get driver's licenses. I was just talking about that somebody in the comments. I'm like, you can research that shit. It's the National Alliance of State Legislatures or something like that. So they can allow somebody with no documents, no social security number, no nothing to get a driver's license because they have passed acts for this stuff. This has all been plans for a long time. This shit ain't just happened yesterday. This shit's been planned. They've thought this shit through. So now we got people coming over here who ain't never stepped foot on this soil, making $60 an hour, $40 an hour. You got motherfuckers that got college degrees ain't even making that right now. They just stepped off. These people just got off the plane from motherfucking Finland, undocumented, immigrating over here, driving a big ass black SUV, making $100 an hour. This motherfucker's undocumented, $100 an hour. They can't have that. These corporations don't want that. Because if these corporations say, we got Americans over here that we won't pay that much. They arguing over $17 an hour in Minnesota and shit. Oh, we want a minimum of at least $17 an hour. We can't afford no $17 an hour. But you think they want immigrants over here making $60 an hour. They don't. Because they don't want to pay Americans $17 an hour. So what they do is they get the immigrants over here, they flood them with car rentals. You guys can rent cars. They give them driver's licenses. They put their ass in the street and give them nature hikes and all kind of 50 cent a mile rides of course because they don't want to teach them the American system. Because once they teach them the American system of finance and credit, they become just like me. They don't want another me. Imagine a whole bunch of me's coming across a Rio Grande. We'd all be taking motherfucking short trips with tips and goddamn surge. We ain't taking no nature hikes. We just got a whole bunch of motherfuckers from the Caracas over here talking about some short trips and tips. Like, who the fuck are these people? They've been watching YouTube. You see, I said Jeff for president. Real shit, real shit. And I'm like, so they don't want a bunch of people that think like us. They don't want a bunch of people that think like us getting involved in the creation of our own little small businesses. They want people who they can take advantage of. So the more they can keep them away from American people, they want to force us to not like them, force us to treat them bad, force us to not want to be around an immigrant. And they want to force that because if they get around us, it's kind of like when they had that separate by 6 feet. Everybody got to stay home. Don't go outside shit. They want to separate everybody because when everybody gets together, we start talking naturally. It's like a big ass barbecue outside. We talking at grocery stores. We talking when we walk. We talking everywhere. They don't want us talking because once we start talking to each other and we start figuring out we the same motherfuckers. We just trying to get enough money to pay a bill, to save up a little bit in case of a rainy day. You know, we got grandkids, you got kids. That's all we all doing. Ain't nobody trying to be better than the next. I don't know nobody's bill structure. All I hope is that you can afford all your bills with what you do every month. That's all I hope for. I don't need to know what your bills are. I don't. But I need to make sure that you're doing okay. That's all I need to make sure of. Are you okay? Actually, I'm short about 400. Tell me how you're driving. What's going on? Because maybe we can work on making that extra 400. You might have to work an extra day or may have to change your scheme up a little bit. You might have to commute 30, 40 minutes to another city to make more money. But we can work on helping you get that extra money. But we got to find out, what are you doing now to not get it? And that's why I was like, I don't know how Lyft is making that money. How'd you go from $114 million loss to a $12 million loss? You're not telling me something. There's something in there you're leaving out. And that big something is the influx of immigrants who they don't want us to talk to. They don't want us to educate these people. They want to keep these people away from us. Because the moment even immigrants stop taking nature hikes, the immigrants start saying, you know what? We don't want to do 50 cents a mile no more. We learn how the American dollar is valued now, and we know the value of what an American dollar is on American soil. So this is what we're going to do. Since we're in America, we like to be paid like an American. Oh, they're going to be like, you know, we need to close the border. These motherfuckers done got smart on us. Close the border, close it. They got smart too quick. Yeah, exactly. And that's what it is. They come over here. Immigrants come over for business, not friendships. And these corporations know that. They know these people cannot make a living where they are. They're making $40, $50 maybe an entire day where they come from. Maybe in 2 days they make that. They can make fucking 30, 40 an hour in America, but it's going to be taking some nature hikes and doing some bullshit. Measure reality, you real. Hey, that's just funny. I believe it, man. He said Uber has a big booth at the border signing up new drivers, instant license and a Hertz rental. These motherfuckers come up out the desert, dusty as a motherfucker, drive off in a Camry. Like, how'd you get that? Oh, it's an Uber booth over there, give you a free car and everything. And then they give you a free cell phone. It's like, what? These motherfuckers, yeah, they're gonna give you a free cell phone too. You taken care of in America. It's cool. Man, real shit, man. Yeah, that's crazy. Israel. Yeah. Say load Monday might not get a black till next Thursday. Yeah, exactly. Man. What did Israel say? Block. This is load Monday might not get a black till Thursday next. What's that? Amazon in my area not very consistent with loads. Oh, I see what you're saying. The Amazon loads. Yeah, I've been hearing about that, man. I've been hearing about those flex blocks. What the hell's going on with that? Dude, they're because see, Amazon and Lyft got equal, like, I think they're equal because the dude that's running Lyft now used to be with Amazon and Jeff Bezos. So they got the same type of brains. So they're trying to do something to the drivers out here. They're trying to make people more employee-minded, less business-minded, because the more business-minded we become, the more we start looking at the whole business as a system. Employees, anybody who's clocking in and clocking out today, ain't even asked where the accounting department is. They've never asked, hey, is there any way I can go check out the books to see like what we're profiting this quarter and stuff like that? Motherfucker, you flip French fries. Why are you worried about the financial statements? We brought you here to flip these fucking French fries around. I know, but just from a business perspective, you know, on my break today, after I flip some fries and everything, I like to go look at the books. I like to sit down and go through the P&Ls with you guys, see what we're like making money, losing money, you know, on average, what we're looking at each quarter. I was like, if you don't get your monk ass over there and flip them motherfucking fries, because employees don't do that. Employees don't give a shit. Employees just want to walk in and make sure if they slide that card in, that shit goes green. It don't stay red or yellow. That's all they care about. Because if it's green, that means today I can make money. If it's yellow or red, go talk to HR. Something's wrong. You might need to replace your card or you might be suspended. But when you're a business person, you want to talk to the people you're in business with. If we're driving partners and I would like to see where the money's coming from and where the money's going. We're partners in this. We're not silent partners. Drivers are not silent partners. We speak up a lot about a lot of shit. We're not silent partners. Stanley Jenkins, what's up, man? All is well in Memphis. So many nature hikes now. Everyone doing shorts. Yeah. And Lyft and Uber need to change it because we figured out the business. We're speaking up now. We're talking to each other now. We're helping each other. We're becoming a force. Like I said, we the 300. It's not a lot of us, but we coming and they see us coming. They see how we drive now. They see us infecting other drivers with profitability mantras. We ain't just out there saying, I got to stay busy. I got to stay busy. I got to drive, 90 hours if I can. No, fuck that. My car will stay parked. I'm here for the profits. I'm not here for the games. We're here for the profits. And the moment we start talking to the new people coming to this country about how much America costs to live over here, what the value of a dollar is over here, because the value of a dollar over here won't go as far as that dollar will in your country. So you're tricked. You're thinking, hey, they just gave me $100. This motherfucker probably never seen $100 in his life. Think about Americans over here that get their tax refunds back. They get back $2,000, $3,000, and these motherfuckers think they hit the Powerball. Dude, I got 3 G's, motherfucker. Woo! Oh, man, I'm finna retire. I think I'm gonna go in and tell my boss to fuck off tomorrow, man. I got $3,000, man. Fuck these people. I'm out of here. And that's an American with $3,000 that don't even understand how American money works. A lot of financially illiterate motherfuckers over here. They get 3 G's on the tax return, dude. Shit, I might fuck around, go buy me a Lambo tomorrow and put this bitch down on the caddy ball. Man, it's 3 G's, motherfucker. Down on a Cadillac? Hell no. What up, Beauty with Essence? And so then you get these people who are new over here who ain't never even had $100 in their hand, ain't never had 100 American dollars in their hand at one time. You tell them, I'm going to give you $100 bonus if you do 100 trips. What do I have to do? Get in this car and just take rides as they come. Take as many as you can because you're going to get that $100. Okay. And that's what they do. That's what they do. Yeah, you take out 12,000, you get back 1,800. Real shit. Because with the other, like, $10,200, they send that shit overseas to some fucking body. They go, man. So our whole thing, yeah, what measures say? All these platforms have figured out they will pay drivers a maximum $20 an hour. Thank you. Thank you. That works for the company's bottom line, not the drivers. It's a wage war. It's a war every night. Go get yours. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, Measure Reality, for saying that, because that's the shit I be trying to tell these riders that get in my car. I say they're trying to throttle us down so we only make so much an hour. If you only pay me so much an hour, that means I have to work more hours. If I'm working more hours, there's less free time I got to think, because employees don't have time to think. They're always working. You keep people from thinking, keep people from talking. So you throttle us down to about $20 an hour. We can't do shit but work. We're just workers. We're just working, trying to make up the stagger. But if you say, hey, I can make $80 an hour, that means the person making $20 an hour has to work 4 times as hard as I do. 4 times as hard as I do, because I'm making 80 an hour. They're making 20 an hour. You got to work 4 times as hard as I do. The trick is to keep us down per hour. That's why I tell people I don't look at online time. The other day I fell asleep with Uber Pet on. I woke up, it was at 10 hours. It was like, shit, I was sleeping like probably about 7, 8 hours. They never sent me a ride. I fell asleep again. So on that day, I think I made like $40, but it says like 10, 11, 12 hours. It says something weird on that shit. 12 hours of driving and I made like $40. I fell asleep with Uber Pet on. But what they want to do, that's why I say do not look at your online time. We use it differently. Look at your book time if you can. On Uber, I can't find it. Lyft, I can't. Your book time indicates what you're willing to sell yourself for when you're working. If you go out for 1 hour, make that 1 hour the most lucrative hour you've ever driven. Because if you allow them to pay you $20 for that hour, $30, they're going to keep doing that shit over and over and over and over again. 10 hours later of you driving, of you actually driving, 10 hours later of you using fuel and your time and conversating with people, you make $300. We got drivers in this chat right now. These motherfuckers can leave right now, and in 3 hours, they will come back with $300, $400 in 3 hours. They find surge. They find the tipping areas. They be like, linking up, stacking rides, one on Uber, one on Lyft. So they're like, hey, man, I just caught a surge on Uber Pet. Uber ain't going to send me no shit because I got a surge, a $24 surge trapped on Uber Pet. But I'm driving a Lyft right now. We got drivers that damn smart that know how to use these apps to stack money on money. But like, it's a slave tactic. They want to sit up there and tell people that the way you make money is by driving in mass. Keep driving nonstop. You're going to make a ton of money. Just keep driving. Don't stop them wheels. And the immigrants, they come over here, I guarantee the cars they drive, those motherfuckers never turn off. I guarantee the moment, let's say Pilaf is driving, Pilaf does his quick 12 and Pilaf goes, you know what? I'm done for the day. Michaela comes out the house. She says, well, I'm going to use this motherfucker for DoorDash now. Same car. He said, well, I filled it up on my way back. Cool. So now that car has never been turned off. That car goes and goes and goes and goes. And that's why when you see Hertz and all these people being pissed off saying, well, we're going to start charging people for tires now. We're going to start charging people extra for damage now. Because they never thought that people would be taking the same car and running that shit on two teams. You got a night driver and you got a day driver. That car never have to sit in the driveway. That should be going the whole time. And they running these cars into the fucking ground, running them into the ground. Because Michaela knows you only have 12 hours because P-Lop gonna need that fucking car back. You got 12 hours. So she's going, all I got is 12 hours. I got to stay busy. I got to stay busy. All I got is 12. Done with her car, gives it back to P-Lop. P-Lop's like, I got to stay busy. I only got 12 hours. That motherfucker never turn off. And that's how they got these people thinking. It's slave mentality, man. Slave mentality. Exactly. The more you stay online, the more shit gonna come your way. It's slave mentality. Because right now, our cars are sitting outside. Cars is parked. Cars ain't fucking moving. We ain't even stressed right now because we say, I'm going to go to work at this busy time because I know they're going to be dropping surge. They got an event going at this time. They got a concert this time. We drop knowledge on what times we can go out there and drive because that's when you're going to make more money, when you go out there and drive, when the money's out there. So while they out there making $200 in a 10, 12-hour shift, we make $200 in about an hour and a half to 2 hours, 3 hours. We already at 200 already because we ain't doing no shit rides. The apps don't like people like us, because we don't drive at a profitable position for them. So when they go from $114 million loss quarter two to only having a $12 million loss right now, where'd the $102 million come from? You cannot tell me they ain't using the shit out of these immigrants. You can't tell me that because ain't no American doing that shit at that level. Because if you've been losing that money the whole time with the same Americans and all of a sudden we got this huge injection of immigrants and all of a sudden you turning record profits and shit, you can't tell me you ain't using these fucking people wrong. You doing these people wrong and you know it. Man. Yep, the car keeps rolling. The engine will be blown by the end of the year. Yep, William, you're right. You're right. And they do it. They do it. Randy Lee, what up, my brother? What's up, Randy Lee? You finally made it to a live. You be all in the comments, man. I know you be all over the place. This is, yo, I'm a slave. Yeah, shit. They be trying us, man. They be trying us. Trust me. And they think we fall. Yeah, more workers, more not thinkers. Yeah. And I'll fight you in the comments. Is right. They want more workers. They don't want thinkers. Once you become cerebral, once you become intellectual and you start thinking your business through, why do you think they got business advisors out there? Financial advisors out there? These are people who are cerebral. They think things through. They think your business through. They think they consult with you. They're consultants. You have consultants, advisors, and then you just got workers, laborers. That's all you got. You don't want to be a laborer. If you in rideshare, you cannot allow yourself to just be a laborer. You have to be an advisor. You got to be a consultant. We consult with each other on this channel. This is like a fucking consultant channel. We'll tell you, if you ain't making money, park that bitch. Go think about it. Rethink it through. Park it. Rethink it through. Take some time off. JP Shover says, AZ for president. I don't know, man. I'm going to be the president of Lyft. And I'm going to be like, from now on, all drivers keep 90% of the revenue. And I'm going to stop being the CEO and I'm going to go back to being a driver. He'll say, Jeff, man, shit. Yep, like a casino, you win from the time to time, but in the long run, you lose. Real shit, Daniel, man. The longer you stay out there, man, it's not going to work. Stanley said, what? I listened to the guy the other day who's doing $84 a week. He was recently deactivated from Lyft. He said, if you doing 40 hours a week, but his ass was asleep in the Prius. I tell people all the time, you can't, dude, I've been saying for over 2 years on this fucking channel, watch who you listen to. Watch who you listen to, because you may end up in the same boat they're in. And you may not want to be in the boat they're in. You may not want to be there, because sometimes these motherfuckers don't want to be in the boat they're in. They'll lie to you to make you think they in a cool ass boat. Dude, I don't need no second paddle. Motherfucker, I paddle this way, then I take it over here and I paddle this way. I only need one paddle, motherfucker. Motherfucker, we in rowboats. You in rowboats. We got motors on our shit. We don't, nah, man, I'm telling you, a rowboat with one paddle is all you need. Rowboat, one paddle. You can put that shit on the right. You can put that shit on the left. You can put it on the right again. You eventually make it straight. It's like, fuck that. No. We got a fucking engine on the back. We thinking out, how can we invest and do this shit the right way? I'm putting the engine on the back of my shit. I'm not doing a one-handed paddle. I don't want to be in that boat. That's the boat you in. I might not want to be in that boat. And Jeff is Jimmy Hoffa. I don't know about that. Exactly. Yeah, the 2 racks a week, I was like, I'm good with my 45 hours, 2,300. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because you don't have to do 80 something miles. Like I tell people, you don't need to drive a lot of miles to make a lot of money. How many drivers every day in this chat will be like, dude, I just had a 11-mile ride, $80. What? Yeah, man, I had a $24 surge. The dude tipped me 20 bucks. I'm like, damn, you see this shit all the time. 6 miles, $30. 3 miles, $30. It happens all. You don't got to drive a lot of miles to make a lot of money. You got to have a lot of plans in your head. You got to be cerebral with this shit. You got to think it through. Because if you go out there and just let these motherfuckers use you and run you into the ground, they will. They will. Think about a normal work week. A normal work week is 40 hours. Look at that. Delta Roots used to make 1,237 hours. That was last year. I guarantee you make 1,200 right now in probably about, what, 20 hours? Probably 20. You probably chopped off 17 hours to make that 1,200 now, because you became more intellectual about what you was doing and not just being a worker about it. Because what they want is people who don't speak the language, don't know the value system in America, can be easily implemented into a system to generate profits for the people at the top. That's what they really want. Cerebral motherfuckers that can think of business through, they don't want to be business people with us. They don't want to be business partner with us, because we're going to figure it out. We're going to sit around and go, wait a minute. I got to buy the car, pay for my own insurance, pay for my own gas, pay for my own repairs and maintenance. I got to do all that to the business. I'm paying for all that for the business. And then also use whatever money I got to pay for my life. I got an apartment. I got a townhouse, a condo, a house. I got, kids. I got 2 kids. I got to feed. I got 3 kids, 4 kids. They got sports they got to do. I rent a saxophone. You want me to use the excess money to pay for that, but yet you ain't paying me shit. This is not a good partnership. This is not a good, because you're paying me an employee wage when I'm not an employee. You're worried about $16, $17 an hour, $25 an hour, $27 an hour. Running a business with increasing expenses, because expenses are increasing. We got to get more money, because we got all these people in W-2 jobs that ain't had a raise in how long? And we're wondering why they living check to check. Why they, defaulting on loans. Why they getting evicted. Because they ain't got an increase. We gave ourselves an increase by saying we're no longer doing nature hikes. What we're going to do is short trips with high amounts. We're going to drive for surge and everything. We're going to take days off. And with the excess, the fact that we're not spending any money wearing and tearing on our car, we're not spending money on fuel. Like I said, I can get a tank of gas can run me almost 3 days. With 1 tank of gas can run me 3 days, 60 bucks. So I'm using about $20 a day to make anywhere from 150, 100, 150, 200 sometimes in a day. I'm using 20 bucks, so I'm almost 10x in my money, anywhere from 5x, 7x to 10x in my money every day, because I'm only using $20 worth of gas doing nothing but short rides that are high profit rides. They don't want drivers like that. Yeah, you take 2 days off. I see people working 7 days straight. That's hard. That's hard. That's right, Dante, man. We gave ourselves, we didn't ask for shit. We told these motherfuckers, I ain't got to ask you for nothing. I'm not asking you for nothing. If I want a raise, I'm going to figure a way out. I'm going to get me a raise, because we're business owners. We're not employees. They can't tell us what to take, what not to take, what to cancel, what not to cancel. They can't tell us that. They could be mad about it, but that's part of the business. Every business, you're going to have some people mad about some shit. Every business, you're going to have people mad about some shit. In this business, we're mad at the fact that they're stealing our tips, taking a large percentage of the fare and shit like that. So what do? We fight back by saying, we're not going to give you a chance to play us. We're going to take short trips and we're going to get high profits. And I'm one of those people that I'll sit there and see, like I was seeing $47 rides, $50 rides. I was kicking that shit out. Like, I don't live down there. I'm not driving all the way to Queen Creek, be stuck down there with no rides at all. But yet here I am in the pit of downtown with nothing but surge around me, nothing but short rides. People just wanting to leave a club to go to another club. I did that last night, picking up people from the bar, an Irish bar, taking them around to like Cobra, the little, bar station over there. You could do that shit all night. Them rides, all them rides, $8, $9 for 1 mile. $8 or $9 for 1 mile. Imagine doing that shit all night long. If every time you just left your phone running, and they just kept sending you 1 mile rides all night. No nature hikes, at all. Just 1 mile ride. You telling me you ain't gonna take them 1 mile rides for $8 or $9 a piece? You do them rides, like you do 10 of them. You already at $90. And you only went like 10 miles. That's it. You went 10 miles and you already at $90. 10 miles. Now you do it twice. 20 miles. You had $180. You don't win 20 miles. That's it. He's like, dude, I done drove like 20 miles. I'm already at $120. Like, what? You would do it all night, because it's about profitability, not about staying busy. The busy person is going to be like, oh, man, I got a 32-mile ride. This is going to keep me busy for the next hour. I'm taking this shit. So they make $35 driving 32 miles. And now they like damn near an hour down the road somewhere. You in the same area doing the same little cheap shit rides, $9, $8, $12, $11, $7, $11, $12. You look at your phone, you like, dude, I'm still on full. I done made $93 and I'm still on full right now. I ain't even went nowhere. I made $93. That's how we drive. That's how we drive. Fortune Jama said, Jeff has 32 cancel rate on Uber. I was laughing, man. Fuck them. That's 1 out of every 3 rides. I don't want it. They be taking too long for me sometimes, man. I did that shit last night on my video. I pull it to the front of the hotel. I'm sitting there. I'm sitting in front of the hotel, but the little icon is like in the driveway in front of me, but there's nobody in the driveway in front of me. So the Wi-Fi is fucked up in the area because the Wi-Fi has him standing in the driveway in front of me. Nobody's here. So it's a fucking ghost rider. So I sit for about a minute or two. I was like, fuck it, I'm canceling because the Wi-Fi was fucked up and he was never going to know I was there anyways. So I just canceled it. Drew said, Jeff, you ever find my email? Man, I've been driving and dealing with this shit for the last 2 days. I got to go through my emails. I know they probably stacked up in there. Is there a way to make $1,000 a week without driving at night? Mikey, yes, there is. Daytime. Beauty with Essence already answered that. I was going to say the same thing. Early morning shift. That's it. Early morning shift. Because if you start driving, let's say you start driving at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, you're going to get all that. It's going to be a lot of traffic. It's going to be, but I'm telling you right now, if you only want to drive 5 days, you can make $200 driving in 2 pockets during the daytime. Early morning, and then you do like either right after lunch shift or right after work shift. You're going to make $100 guaranteed each of those shifts. You're going to make $100 each of those shifts, and you ain't going to be driving a whole lot. So you're going to make $100 each shift, 5 days a week. That's your grand. And I guarantee the fact that you're only driving those 2 shifts, you're probably going to be on the same tank of gas for like 2 or 3 days. You're not going to be out of gas. And you're making $200 a day. $200 a day, and you're not even filling up your car every day. You filling up every 2-3 days, you'll go fill it up. So it's a way to do it. But like I said, you got to use your brain. Like Beauty with Essence, she called it. The first thing you want to do is look at early morning shifts. Because you got a lot of people landing in airplanes in the morning at the airport. You got to be trying to get to the airport. A lot of people trying to get to work. So you gotta, make sure. That's why I say do it in shifts. Take a break, because a lot of people out there don't know how to take breaks. You know, Beauty, you know how we do. We sit in parking lots, we chill, we kick back for a minute. It's like because we're our own bosses. We can't ask somebody, hey, is it okay if I take a 15? We ain't gotta ask nobody shit. Take a break if you want a break. Take a break. I'll fight you in the comments. Why does Jeff look like Franklin from GTA? Now you're gonna go make me look up GTA. The hell, Franklin from GTA. That's funny shit. I'm gonna go look up that now. My son's never told me that, and he plays GTA. I'm gonna ask his ass, man. Yeah, early morning equal far trips from what I noticed. Yeah, because a lot of people got to commute in the mornings, and that's why I be staying out of traffic, man. Stay off the highways in the morning, especially in Phoenix. If you're on the 10 in Phoenix, the 60, man, it's gonna get crazy. It's get crazy. What you want to do is get near somewhere like a college campus. Get you a college campus. What up, Borden AZ? Do a bunch of short trips of people going to and from class, because a lot of people live off campus and they don't want to drive and have to find parking on campus. They got to find parking. They got to, pay for parking. They don't want to do that. So what they're going to do, so what you need to do is go about 2 miles off campus in any direction. 2 miles in any direction away from campus. Guaranteed. It ain't going to be nothing but short trips because nobody wants to park on campus. It's a nightmare. Yeah. See, there you go. Jesse said, I've been doing airport it's been pretty profitable for me between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. on Paw Patrol. That's what you do, man. You grab them surges, man. Grab that shit. And then, see, this is the good thing about what Jesse just said, because some shit happened to me last night that what you just said, I grabbed somebody from by the airport, took them 6 miles north. So I took them 6 miles north. I put it on last stop because I knew something was up. So as soon as that ride ended, I was right around the corner from a $24 surge. I Paw Patrolled that shit, shot over there and got that $24. I ended up doing like a $40-something ride for like 8 miles or 7 miles or something like that. It's like, and that's what you got to do, man. You got to use Paw Patrol. That shit gets you around the city. It gets you to where you need to go. Yeah, with Kennesaw State, yeah. That's what you got to do, man. Like I said, don't be on campus, because people that live off campus, they need to ride in. So be, like I said, 1.5 miles, 2 miles out and just kind of hang out. Because next thing you're going to be getting a ping, and all your pings are going to be going towards campus, all of them towards campus. And hopefully it's a lot. Because if it's a lot of pings, you get surge on that. you'll start snagging surge on each one of those rides. So even though you 2 miles out, each ride might be $7, $8 with surge and everything. $7, $8 to go 2 miles. I mean, you're looking at $4 a mile all morning, $4 a mile. So if you're getting $4 a mile, all you got to drive is 25 miles. That's it. You only got to drive 25 miles if you're doing $4 a mile. And 25 miles is basically probably about 5 or 6 trips. So 5 or 6 trips, you already sitting at $100 in the morning. 5 or 6 trips, you're done. You made 100. You can chill. You can go, take a break and do your second $100 shift later. Because I tell motherfuckers, I'll do a $50 shift. I'll do a $75 shift, $80 shift. I'll keep taking breaks. At the end of the night, I'm like, holy shit, I just made $320 and it's only been like 5 hours. You got to do it in shifts, man. Do it in shifts because you got to recharge. You got to rethink. You got to look at the chessboard. So when you open that shit up, look at the chessboard, open your app, look at the chessboard and be like, okay, they got surge over here. If it's an event thing, click on the event to see what event is going on. Okay, this event starts in about an hour. So that means I need to get rides from here to there. All my rides need to start taking me to the west. So if I keep taking rides to the east, I'm missing the surge when that event starts. Open that chessboard up, man. Have a business plan. Open that app and start going through it. Look through all the events coming up. And my man Drew, he even said there was a website his mom told him about that shows all the events in the area that the apps don't even tell you about. So Drew, if you out there, man, let us know what app that was. And I totally forgot again, man. It's like, but he said his mom uses that app. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful said, I work the second shift Thursday through Saturday because those party nights. Yeah, that's it. And when you do something like that, Beautiful, when you start working those party shifts, you only need about 5 or 6 rides. Out of 5 or 6 rides, you're over well over $100 with those 5 and 6 rides. You're well over 100. And that's why I tell people, you don't need to do a lot of miles and a lot of trips to make a lot of money. You got to use a lot of chess matches. You got to use chess play. Open that shit up and sit there and go, where am I at? Where am I? Okay, this is where I am. All right, where do I need to be? I need to be here. All right, so that lets me know I can't take no rides going east or south. Everything has to be north, northwest. I got to start going north, northwest. And once you figure out where you are and you get your bearings together, now you start plotting. A lot of drivers, they just leave their shit on auto accept and they just take whatever. They end up all over the city. They done drove 220 miles all day, 220 miles to make $175 to $200. And it's like, you done went through a whole tank of gas. What up, Jamil, my man, with the big Jeep? Oh, Medina says, what up, Jeff? I need that Harriet Tubman plug. Hey, email me, brother. Just shoot me an email. I thought I told it to you. I swear I did. Email me anyways, man. uberjeepaz@gmail.com. Email me and I'm going to hit you up, man. He said, we need to make a Paw Patrol decal. Put that shit on the car. I know it, Melvin. We need to, man. If you're a member of the Paw Patrol, I'm the lieutenant. I'm deputy dog. I'm deputy dog at the Paw Patrol. Shit. We be out there getting that money on Paw Patrol. I'll be using it. Hey, I know exactly when my screen is messed up. Like sometimes they'll take delivery off my screen. So it throws my little available services up. And I'll be like, oh shit, where's my Paw Patrol? That's all I'll be worried about. Where the fuck is Uber Pet? I'm like, where the fuck's Paw Patrol? Oh shit. Oh, there it is. Because you got to go fast, man. You got to know your phone layout. Because when you're moving fast, you got 2 apps running, sometimes 3 running. You got shit going. You need to know how to move them fingers, man. I'll be like, okay, Uber. I'll be all right. Uber Pet off. Uber Pet on. Uber X on. Uber X off. Or move over. Okay, Lyft's got something through. Go Lyft real quick. Kick that ride out. Last ride. Shut that down. Go back to Uber. Accept that ride. All right, let's go. You got to move. I mean, we dialing on these phones, man. We getting that money. Because the quicker you can move to that phone and navigate that phone and you know where all your icons are on your phone, the better off you're going to be. Because I need to know where Uber Pet is. I need to know where Uber X is. I need to know where when I open Lyft, where my X is going to pop up on Lyft. I need to keep my little timer pulled down on my screen so I don't hit my timer by mistake. I mean, there's so many things you got to do to your phone screen because that's your chessboard right there. And once you open that shit up, you know how to make your moves now. You're like, all right. At the end of the night, and like I said, last night, I saw it surging north. I'm sitting down by the airport. Got a 6-mile ride north. Perfect. 6-mile ride north. Got this. Had no idea it was going to drop me literally a half mile from that damn surge. Had no idea. So I started driving toward the surge, and then you'll hear me on the video talking on the video. When I got there to the $24 surge, I turned down the street. There was a driver coming at me with an Uber light on from the street. So he already caught the 24. He was on his way off the street. So he saw the same shit I saw. Then I pull over, I'm wiping the car down, got my windows clean and shit like that, this and that. And as I'm finishing up, closing my trunk, another driver with a little white sedan, he drives right past there. It was a dead end street. The only reason why we were there was for the surge. We all saw that shit. We was like, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, yeah, look at that. Measure said Uber Pet caught me a $25 surge while I wasn't paying attention. That's why you got to run it. That's why you got to run it. And a lot of people, they like to go, well, I just use airplane mode. Well, if you turn airplane mode on, you lose Wi-Fi access. You're not going to catch like that $25 surge. You can't catch that if your Wi-Fi is off because your app's not going to catch. Paw Patrol allows you to drive around freely on a whole nother app. By the time you open that shit up, like Measure says, you're going to see something sitting there. Be like, damn, $9.50. Where the fuck that come? Because they put it up there real quick, probably for a couple of minutes, and you drove through it, and now you look at the map and ain't nothing there. You caught it already. Paw Patrol is the trap, man. That's the trap. Making that trap money. That's what it is. Measure Reality making that trap money. Shit. Hey, you're a trap lord. You went from Paw Patrol to trap lord. Like, hey, Measure Reality, what you doing tonight? Oh, bro, about to hit the trap. About to go out there and hit this trap. Make this money. Hey, Jamil, the Beamer's doing all right, man. It's just kind of flapping a little bit. I keep pushing it back in place. I need to add more double-sided tape to it. And I used to talk all that shit. All these motherfucking drivers out here with these ragged ass motherfucking cars. And we got these nice ass Beamers and shit. These motherfuckers bumpers and shit falling off. These motherfuckers driving around shit. Look at me. I'm the same motherfucker I was talking shit about now. Like, that's what I get for talking shit about people with bumpers falling off. Look at me. I bet I'll never say that shit again. You'll never hear me talk shit about another car ever again. They say, Jeff, look at your ragged ass Beamer. Your motherfucking the front fender was all fucked up, busted off, looked like a chipped tooth. Your bumper falling off the fucking back. You better never talk shit about another car again. I learned my lesson quick. Like, dude, do not talk shit. Just like when your mom, when you was little, your mom used to be like, don't you say nothing bad about them to people. You might have a kid one day to end up like that. Look at me. You talk shit about them cars, Jeff. You might fuck around and have one of those in your driveway. Look, my fucking bumper and shit falling off. Bored and AZ, I had to get over it. I had to. That shit was killing my soul. I was upset. Don't nobody hit my cars. I was upset. That shit was killing my. I don't even worried about like money. I was like, and everybody's talking about how much money you can make with this and that. And they right. A lot of people are right. Everything that you see in the comments about insurance and fuck insurance. Get those motherfuckers. They right. Because they take our money every month and we don't get a refund. We don't have an accident. All these people is right. We could have ate their ass up. I could have got all these insurance companies and be like, no, I need my shit inspected. I need this. I could have got a good check out of that. But I was just fucking mad. I was just mad. My car got hit. I was mad. And so I just wasn't in my right state of mind at the time. But like I said, I see this shit in the comments and everything people are saying is 100%. That's what insurance is there for. You shouldn't stress. You shouldn't be mad. Change information. Get that shit out the way. Drop that shit off at insurance. Let them deal with it. You'll get a check for like fucking 2-3 G's. Because the insurance got the money. They should have paid me for that shit. But I was like, you know what? I was just upset. I was cool. We all, like I said, I ain't a perfect person. I'm not. We all got our flaw. My flaw sometimes is that shit like that. It makes me upset. Just like these people that be taking too long to come to my car. I get upset. I just shut it down. Just cancel that shit and move on. I'll be mad. Dude, you could have got a cancellation fee. Man, fuck them people, man. I'll be just out. Yeah. Well, if you have no choice but to rent a vehicle, then dollar per hour is most important. You know, online time, not driving time. Now, I don't know about dollar per hour is not the most important. I'm a firm believer in profits, man, because dollar per hour does not indicate how much you spent that hour to make that money. It doesn't indicate how much because once you generate a profit, you got to look at it from a cost accounting standpoint. How much did it cost you to make that money? I mean, for 8 hours today, I could go to sleep for 8 hours. I ain't making no money for that 8 hours. No money, zero. So when I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting on my next ride, that's constituted as my sleep. People don't make 8 hours when they sleep. I don't make money sitting in the parking lot. But yet, you don't wake up out of your sleep and take a fucking $30 ride for 2 miles either. Me sitting in the parking lot, I could start as soon as the $32 ride pop up, start that motherfucker up, $32, 4 miles. There I go. Let's go. But then I go back to sleep again. So I'm not spending like people say, well, you spend time. Motherfucker, you spend time sleeping. Don't nobody shake you and wake you up and be like, hey, man, Uber got a surge right now. You better get up. You got to get up, dog. They got a surge outside. You be like, motherfucker, I'm asleep. So when I'm sitting in the parking lot, motherfucker, I'm chilling. Don't bother me. I'm chilling. When a ride comes through, I'll go get it. But it's got to be a profitable ride or else I'm not moving. So a lot of people want to say, well, I want to make as much as I can per hour. The opportunity cost of you taking a whole bunch of shitty rides versus you waiting on a good ride. Because like we saw earlier, if you're making $30 in 5 miles, that's $6 a mile you're making. $6 a mile. If somebody's making $1 a mile, they have to work 6 times as hard as me. They've got to drive 6 times as far as me to make the exact same amount of money I'm making. So I'm looking for every trip that's $6. I was doing $12 a mile ride last night. I got it all on video. $12 a mile, $6 a mile, $14 a mile. I was making that shit last night. So if I'm making $14 a mile and you're making $1 a mile, that means you got to work 14 times as hard as me to make the same amount I made. You got to drive 14 miles. I only have to drive 1. So when I drive 10 miles, you have to drive 140 miles. And we end up with the same exact money because you had to drive 140 to make $140. But because I'm making $14 a mile, I only have to drive 10 miles and I made it. So time is money. Money is time. Shit goes back and forth. But when I'm chilling and I'm not doing nothing, don't bother me. It's just like I'm asleep. I could be sleeping, not making no money. I'm cool with that. Can't nobody come shake me and wake me up. Hey, Jeff, man, get up, man. I know you like to make money, dog. Wake up, wake up. You like to make money. It's a surge down the street. Motherfucker, I'm asleep right now. But yet when I'm in my car chilling in the parking lot, you ain't got to wake me up. Shit, I'm on the chess match. I'm looking to see where the money's at. I ain't moving nowhere because opportunity costs. I fuck around, start taking $1 a mile rides. I'm missing the $15 a mile rides. Look at William, $30 a mile. Real shit. Real. I've seen it. Trust me, I've seen $30 a mile. I've seen it. So you're working 30 times as hard as William, 30 times. William can drive 1 mile and make 30. You have to drive 30 miles to make 30. At some point, people have to wake up and realize these apps got the money to pay us. They got the money to pay us. They just don't want to. If you don't take the money, they ain't going to give it to you. You got to go out there and get it. You can't sit around and ask, hey, man, could you guys please send me a ride right now that's like $5 a mile? They're going to laugh. You're going to get a nature hike. They're going to send your ass a 42-mile trip for $38 and be like, here you go, take that. $38. And they know the immigrants going to be like, oh, shit, $38? Man, it takes me a whole day to make that shit in the Caracas. It takes me a whole day to make that shit on the beach out in the Philippines, man. Shit, it takes me the 38 right now, like $38. Oh, I'm on it. I'm on it. But American, we like $38 for 40 miles is not a good deal for us. It's not. Because I got to turn around and come back. So that's like 80 miles for $38, really, because if you don't give me a guaranteed ride back or I don't get back, I just went 40 miles out there and I got to come 40 miles back. $80, 80 miles for $38. You're driving at less than 50 cents a mile. At less than 50 cents a mile, William's making $30 a mile. Means you have to work 60 times as hard as he makes. He's making $30 a mile. You're making 50 cents a mile. You have to drive 60 times as far as William just to make exactly what he makes. 60 times. This shit is basic math. And they don't like us teaching people about how this shit really works. What up, Coach Big V? Melvin said, we got to make this crusty, dusty money, baby. Shit, you know it. Hey, man, I got to go make me a box of brownies today. I already ate my first box. I'm working on my second. Yeah, way more second-hour short runs. That's right, Jimmy. I was saying that shit, man. I was saying that shit, man. And what Bordenese says, yeah, you need to be dancing on mile per dollar or you're paying for the right to just work. No food, rent, etc. That's right. Bordenese's right. You got to focus on what it is per mile. You got to focus on that. And not only what it is per mile, but sometimes if you're in crazy, busy traffic, you don't want to be in busy traffic. Because even if you're getting, let's say, $6 a mile, but you ain't going nowhere because traffic is so jammed up and hemmed up, get out of there because it's a trap. Basically, it's a trap. They're going to say, hey, we're going to put surge downtown at the concert. So you go downtown and all of a sudden you find out you're in a fucking parking lot, just like no cars are moving. It's a bad deal. It's a bad deal because you can make better than that on the outskirts. You can make better than that in a different part of town other than hemming yourself up in there. Because a lot of the drivers that get stuck inside of that traffic, the black SUVs, they're good for it. Because the black SUVs are going to make, $95, $100, $200, something, just doing a couple of trips in traffic like that. They're going to make their money. They got 5 or 6 people apiece. They're going to make theirs. For cars like us, we making $19 an hour dealing with shit like that. $28 an hour dealing with shit like that. That's all we getting because we sitting the whole time. We ain't going that many miles. We're only going like, 5, 6 miles. But in the fact that we got stuck in that early on, 30, 40 something minutes done passed by. And we finally working our way out of there, getting the person dropped off and everything. Look at the clock, man, 41 minutes of driving. Shit, that was crazy. 41 minutes. That's nuts. And you say, man, well, I made $28 in 41 minutes. Yeah, you don't want to do that. That's not good. That's not good for a busy area. Those dollar donuts are going to be $10 in a minute with all these Bidenomics. Real shit. I'm going to start making homemade donuts. I got to find me a YouTube channel for homemade donuts. Fuck this shit. Man. I'm I'm dreaming today I get that black SUV. Hey, because that's where the money I got on video. I was sitting last night. I was coming on 3rd Street. When Juan was hitting me up, Juan was like, well, I'm over on 7th Street in Garfield. Juan Vargas said, I'm going to go over and eat the tacos over at. So I said, okay, cool. I'll come over in a minute. I was over on 3rd Street. I was behind a whole line, 5 black SUVs just sitting there. And I knew that's where the money was. So I pulled over because I was going to sit there and get it. Right when I was headed there, Juan grabbed the ride. He was like, dude, I'm out. So he grabbed the ride and shot out. I pulled up and he was already gone when I pulled up. I got another ride picking up exactly where those black SUVs were. And I'm like, man, that's what it is. If you can find those black SUVs, they know something about the system. And I'm really starting to think, I've heard a few people say some shit like this. And I can't confirm it. But I've heard a few people say that the people in the black SUVs, those are like big rentals and they're leasing them. But the people at Lyft and Uber are their friends. So they're getting all of the good scheduled rides or the high price scheduled rides or something weird like that. They're getting there's something weird going on with the black SUVs. Somebody was telling me that shit. And I was like, I don't know. It almost sounds right because it's almost like a guarantee that when I get around the SUVs, they get a lot of money and they're moving and I get moving with them. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's almost like whoever's working the system, Brittany on the controls and shit, man. Brittany on the controls at Uber and Lyft. Be like, listen, we got all of our friends renting black SUVs because we're guaranteeing them that they're going to make money. We can guarantee that they make money because we're giving them the fucking rides. They're giving us a kickback for giving them all the rides. So that's the ongoing conspiracy theory right now. That a lot of the black SUV renters, especially that are foreigners, they're working on teams with people who are already employed by the apps already. That's part of their team. So everybody's eating and everybody's making money off of this system of leasing black SUVs, getting the high price scheduled rides, the high price rides, getting them funneled to those people. So that's the conspiracy theory right there. Like I said, I heard it. Pedro, you handled that young punk that hit you like an OG. Respect. Thank you, my man, Pedro. I know me and Pedro will be going back and forth, cracking up on some shit and everything. Hey, Pedro, you got a hit and run on your record too, motherfucker. Somebody hit you, and I saw when the whole grill fell off right behind your car. I saw that shit, man. I appreciate that, Pedro, man. I appreciate that, brother. And you know, man, we old heads, man. They always call us old heads and everything, but it's like sometimes we gotta look out for them, man. We gotta look out because these kids have no idea what the hell's going on. They out there doing shit that could cost them, you know, a lot in life. This kid, he could ruin his life in an instant doing some shit like that. He's, you know, lose his ID. He's got DUI on his record. He won't be able to be a driver, a delivery driver, drive for FedEx, drive for Amazon. He done fucked his life up so hard off something that damn simple and that minor. And then he tried to play me on top of that. That's what fucked me up. I'm trying to help him out and he's trying to play me on the back end. I'm like, dude, that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. You don't want to do me like that because his life could be fucked up. It's like, man, I appreciate that, Pedro. Like, shoot. Yeah, but this is Williams said, I don't know, Jeff. I'm going to Waste Management Open. Jeff said it's very profitable. Oh, yeah. The waste management out here is crazy profitable. And I think, you know, people look it up. Look at all the drivers every year. Look at the videos around waste management. People are making a lot of good money there, but we've got to make sure we trap these drivers right now into the mentality of profits. Because if waste management comes back around and these people are driving the same way they're driving now, the apps are going to make a killing and we're going to get started out of a chance to make money. We're going to get started out of a chance because we can't have people taking nature hikes for 50 cents a mile, $1 a mile. We can't have that during waste management. Money is really good at events like that. People are tipping. People are having fun. But yet, if you get an influx of drivers in who don't understand the American economic system, and they're like, oh, man, I'm getting $1 a mile. This ride is 60 miles, and I'm getting $60. That's not good. That's not good. Because if it's a ride that's 60 miles, you might want to leave that for somebody else. If they lived out there, that's their ride home sometimes. Because $1 a mile for 60 miles is not good. If you can get $5 a mile, $6 a mile, then that should be a $300 ride right there. If you drive 60 miles for work, you should be making $300 for that. Because you can do that shit doing short rides. Anybody, you find a good area with good surge and everything, you could find a $5 a mile ride pocket and just like feed off of that pocket all night. Decline everything that stays out of that pocket. Stay where you are. Stay in that region and keep getting $5 rides. You fuck around and drive 60 miles. You make $300 off of 60 miles of driving. It's possible, but you got to have discipline because they try to make the money look good. They try to give you $67 rides and $42 rides and $32. They try to do that. And you got to say, you know what? I know what they're, and y'all saw a video where that shit happened to me. Y'all saw it. I was at the airport. I was just leaving my house. I said, you know what? I'm going to grab this ride and I'm going to work my way back up to where Juan Vargas and them are. I never saw Juan and them the whole night. I made about $250 all night. All of them made 500, 600 that same night. 500, 600 that same night. And because they caught me slipping when I saw the 50 and I'm leaving, I'm like, oh man, it's right below my house. I could just drop them off and work my way back. It never works out like that. Because what they're going to do is they're going to say, now that he's so far south, give him a $3 ride. It's hard to decline a $3 ride, $3 a mile ride. Hard to decline a $3. I'm like, $3 a mile? All right, I'll see Juan M in a second. Let me go pick this up. Oh, damn, $4 a mile? I'll go pick up Juan M out. But see, I'm making $3, $4 a mile. These motherfuckers making $11 a mile, $8 a mile. I gave up the opportunity to be just what they was doing. I gave up that opportunity by allowing myself to be led away from the pocket and tricked into taking lower dollar per mile rides on a night that it was booming. It was crazy booming. I got tricked. And I allowed it to happen. And it's like, sometimes you gotta take credit for your own fuck ups. And I knew I did because I knew where YNM was. And I was like, I'm gonna get there. But I did it backwards. I fucked up and did it backwards. Well, Bornese says, Beauty said, math ain't math. And that's right. The fucking math ain't math. And Beauty Bornese said, actually changed how I think. I never thought about leaving the long drops for people to get back home with. Yeah. And it would help a lot because sometimes I'll be way far north doing something and I would love a ride taking me all the way down south. But they'll keep giving me little short hops back and forth because they want to keep me away from my home base. Because once you get close to home base, they know that person is going to be done for the night because they've made enough. And this final ride right here will get them home and they won't take another ride away because then you risk not having a ride back. So I always lead them long ride. I'm like, okay, it might be somebody live up north. I'm not taking no ride up that far north. I'll just leave it there. I don't do it. So I let it go. And like I said, a lot of us, when we help each other out and we start looking out for each other, this is how we make the money. This is how we make the profits. Because Beauty, what you're going to do, Bornese, is you're going to let that ride go and you're going to get 2 or 3 rides at $4 a mile in the area you're in. You drive 20 miles at $4 a mile. You're making $80 by staying right where you're supposed to be. You're making $80. And you let that little $22 ride go. $22 for 26 miles. You let that shit go. So you made the $80 right here. So you turned a $58 profit just by thinking differently. You made $28 more, driving no additional miles more, not getting out of your region, just by using your brain. So no, I'm not doing that shit. And that's what these apps don't want. They don't want people from other countries to come over here, learn our markets, learn our regions, learn our mindset, learn how we do it, and become one of us. Because if they become one of us, defeats the whole purpose of them even being led over here. Because they're led over here because they thinking, these people don't know this country well enough. We can get these people. Americans done figured the shit out. They know the game too well. A lot of these motherfuckers are conspiracy theorists now because we done got caught in so many lies over the past few years. They don't believe shit we say. Well, let's get people from another country that don't know what we talking about. It's like, that's the only way they can outdo it. A new influx of drivers. That's it. What Mikey say? Tip for the chat. If you don't know, use air freshener or the tree before each ride. People will tip because their car smells great. Oh, Mikey, real shit, real shit. And you hear that a lot when people say, oh, man, this car smells good. This car smells good. I'm like, hey, I mean, I wipe my leather down. I clean it up. I do everything like that, man. It's like, you got to keep it fresh because we sit in these cars a lot. You want your car smelling brand new every time you get into it. Because if your car stops smelling brand new, that means there's a source of bacteria somewhere in your car. Like even on your shoes. Because if you own dogs, you walk through dog pee and stuff like that. You got to wipe your shoes off. You got to, spray some shit on the ground, wipe your shoes in it real good, get that scent off the bottom of your shoes because you're going to be putting it all on your mats and your carpet up onto your floorboard. So when you turn the heat on, that smell's coming straight up at you and going straight to the back. They're like, man, it smells like dog pee in here. Yeah. People's shoes, man, and people that own cats and stuff like that, sometimes cats pee on it. You got to spray ammonia on that shit. Kill all that smell. That way it don't get into your rugs and your carpets. Because I got 3 dogs and I'm in the backyard all the time. I got to keep my shoes clean. Otherwise, people going to be like, damn, man, you must got dogs. I can smell some shit. Look on my shoe, big ass shit print. Stepped on a dog turd, my bad. No, I wouldn't do that. Your driver can. Big ups. Listen to you has changed the game for me. I'm making so much more money now a day. From 300 to 500 days now, you're inspiration to me. Thank you, your driver, Ken. I mean, and like I said, brother, it's a way to do it, man. It's a way to do it, Ken. And they don't want to know. The corporation don't want us to know. They don't want us to know that you can make 300 to 500 a day if you start moving with the economy of the market you live in. You go with the surges. You go with the busy times. You take breaks. You don't just keep taking all the shit they send you because the algorithm is not set to make you rich. It's not set to enrich you. It's set to keep you busy because they got corporate profits that they need to make. So the algorithm is set, like I said, $20 an hour. That's what they want to pay people, $20 an hour, $27 an hour. That's what they would like to pay everybody. They don't want people to come over here making $60 an hour. They don't want people, you know, coming over here into our country saying, oh, man, I never went to college. I never went to an American public school. I never really paid taxes over here, but I'm making $60 an hour now. How? Dude, I just drive rideshare and I only take short trips. They don't want drivers like that because they're going to be pissed. They're going to say, dude, we brought him over here to make profits on his back and they figured out the system. Now they're eating us alive now. Everybody who gets on the app is eating us alive now. That's how we fight back. That's how we fight. We got to fight back somehow. What Beauty says, that's real. I took your advice, Jeff. I ordered my QR code and I'm getting tips. It works. There you go. There you go. And that's cash straight to you. And there's no stress, because you can sit there, get that money, know it's yours already. You're like, hey, you know what? You can download to your bank, go put some gas in your car. When your tips go to the app, the first thing we start thinking about is this the whole thing? You really gave me $3. As that great of a ride that was, they probably gave you 5, 10. You really gave me $3. That's why use them QR codes. That's where the money's at. Last night, this shit happened. I got it on video too. So I'm driving. I go pick these people up. The moment I pick them up, I start driving south. And one girl's in the front, then a girl guy in the back. And she says, is it okay if we had to stop to come back? We just got to go home and pick something up and we're going to come right back. What up, Kev? So I was like, well, don't add a stop. I'm like, you could just pay me straight up. I'm like, you know, when I get there, I'll just drop y'all off or whatever. And y'all pick up whatever y'all on the pit and I'll just bring y'all back. It was like, oh, okay. And the dude in the back was like, well, you got Venmo? I was like, yeah, I got Venmo. Had it hanging on the back seat. So he was trying to hit the Venmo thing. And he says, oh, damn, it picked up the Cash App. You got Cash App? I was like, yeah, man. It's like, yeah, do Cash App if you got to do Cash App. All right, bet. He's like, because I was trying to hit the Venmo and it picked up the Cash App when instead, because he must have like slid across like this and it picked up Cash App first. So Uber paid me $12.22 to take them down there. It was surging everything. I think it was like 6 miles, 12.22, something like that. Total ride, because it was like a mile or two to him, then 4 miles south. Picked them up, ended the ride, was done, because he had already gave me the $15. So they came back to the car. I just brought them right back to the club I just picked them up from. So it was a $27 round trip because of that damn QR code hanging on my back seat. Kev, my man, Kev. Yep, that's what I do. We got them behind the back seats, man. We got a few videos showing, you know, how our codes are set up. Some people laminated theirs. They printed them out, laminated them. Some of us ordered from Amazon. We got the QR codes from Amazon, had them put in. But you need a way, because a lot of people don't carry cash. So you need a way to be able to negotiate a deal with somebody if they say, hey, I need extra services. Why go through the app for extra services if the app is going to keep the service fees, but you're doing the extra service? Apps ain't helping us the fuck out. So if you need extra services that, you know that I'm about to do, why give the app $15 and I get $3? I'm the one doing the extra fucking service. Give me the money. I'll do the extra service. We ain't got to do all that shit like that. So I'm one of those people, you know what? If riders need something else, hey man, can you do this? Can you do it? Cool. Just chat with people. Because a lot of times you might just want to take somebody south because you want to pick up a surge south. Now, if they drive south and you pick up somebody and you got to turn around and bring them back north, they just killed your game plan because they added a trip that you didn't approve and you brought them back north when you wanted to be south. So these riders got to check with drivers. Be like, hey, is it cool if I add a stop? Don't just arbitrarily add one, because when you do that, the app says, we're going to collect the service fee. We're going to keep the service fee. We're going to get a driver extra $2 or $3. But yet they paid, oh man, it cost me $24 more to do this. What? It cost you $24 more? They gave me an extra $3, $4. And the app is not even doing the service. The app's not doing the service. We're doing the service. So if you need extra services, talk to your driver out there. Just talk to your driver. Be like, man, listen, we forgot we had to go do something. Is it cool if I just, slide you some cash? You got Venmo, Cash App. I got some cash in my pocket. Because if your driver's doing the extra service, take care of the driver. Don't worry about that app. That app has already gouged you once already and probably fucking the driver over right now. Best thing to do, talk to your driver. Holler at them first. Because maybe that driver wanted to be in the area they're dropping you off in. And the fact that you're saying, I need to actually go back. The driver might not want to go back. You taking him away from a surge area he was trying to get to. He was using your ride to get there. So you got to make it worth his while. And going through the app for an extra stop is not worth the driver's time. I guarantee it's not worth the driver's time. The app makes money on that. Drivers don't make shit. What do you say? Your driver came through. He said, Mikey, you got to take advantage of opportunity when opportunity presents itself. Can't go out and say, I'm going to make a lot of money when it's not busy. You got to find when the demand is high. That's right. That's right, brother. And like I said, that's the chessboard, man. That's the chessboard. A lot of us, we learn in these apps, man. And if you go out when it's not busy and you make yourself an available driver when it's not busy, that means the supply of drivers is way higher than the demand of drivers. It's not going to surge. You're not going to create a surge by putting yourself online. You create a surge when there's a high demand of people needing rides, and a lot of drivers are not available in that area. So if you know an area, like let's say there's a game downtown, or there's like a concert, or there's like school letting out or something like that, don't turn your app on and sit over there. No, go sit at the gas station. Just go sit at the gas station, hang out for a second. When you start seeing a lot of people walk around and shit like that, now everybody turn your phone on. Because you know people are walking around looking at their phones, trying to see what drivers are in the area. The moment you turn your phone on, you sitting on top of an $11 surge because everybody had their phones off. If everybody drives around with their phones on all the time, you're telling the algorithm, hey, we got a huge supply of drivers, and the driver's like, what? And the algorithm's like, that's cool because we have an exact match of demand for those drivers. So when supply and demand is equal, there is no surge. When demand is less than the supply, there is no surge. Why would they do that? The demand is less than the supply. So you get that demand for rides up by kicking out bullshit rides. Nope. Keep declining. Doubt it. That's what you keep saying all the time. Fucking doubt it. Nope. And as soon as that demand is exceeding the supply of drivers that are willing to take those rides at those price points, surge starts developing all of a sudden. Now you're sitting on $2.50. Kick back. Now you're sitting on $4. Kick back. Keep kicking that shit out. You still getting $1 mile rides. You getting nature hikes and shit. Now you at $7.50, $9 surge now. Rides are looking like $2, $3, $4 a mile now. Now we getting into the money situation now. Now we getting to where we should be ready to take a ride. Because people see all the time, and I'll be on my phone, I'm like, nope, they ain't ready yet. I'll just turn the app off. I'll be like, nope, they not ready yet. I don't stay online because I start seeing the rides that they're sending me over and over and over. They're not ready to work yet. They're not ready yet. Turn that shit off. This is a company called It's a Skin on Amazon, an American company that comes fast. Yep. Yeah, they want you to sleep in your car if they can get you there. And I sit there all the time, and I tell people, I'm not going to sit here on my phone declining rides nonstop, declining $1 rides, 50-cent a mile rides, declining it nonstop. They're not ready to work yet. I just go offline, and I'll go to another app, or I'll just sit there for a second. I'll just do something else, but I'm not going to sit there declining because it's showing that I'm available, and I know I'm affecting demand. So if I'm available and the supply and demand is not at a point where I'm going to start getting good surge, I need to drop myself out of the supply. So I pull myself out of the supply of drivers in the area. I just go offline. I'm not around. And next time I go back on, sitting on $3.50 surge, like, damn, okay, I'm sitting right on top of a $3.50. All right, we getting there. You start seeing some rides come through. Not yet. And all of a sudden, you're like, holy shit, I'm sitting on a $9 surge. So you need to change the AZ to AK, the algorithm killer. Uber Jeep AK. AK-57, shit. Melvin said, I sit at gas stations. They think my shit runs on gas. That's not a real Tesla. I got an LS motor. I got a Chevy engine in my Tesla. It's like, this is a gas-powered Tesla. It's the only gas-powered Tesla out there, damn it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. You know what I don't like? Them kids canceling rides because the surge is too high. That happens a lot. You'll have a ride. You'll be driving. You'll be like probably 3-4 blocks into it, driving to them. All of a sudden, the shit disappears and you go right. I'll be like, I was chilling where I was chilling. I was cool where I was at. So how the hell you going to let me accept this ride, see what the price is, and I got to go back to my spot again? You done fuck me up now. I'll be pissed off with that, man. I hate that. Bridge Map said, I'm going to chew myself a sub sandwich. I'm talking turkey salami, let it stack into the peppermint jack. Sweetie. Slap me a pack of them rigid chips. I know, that's funny shit. Yeah, we need to be careful and disciplined. Turn the app off when we need. That's right, man. Jamil, and that's how I do. I'm like, you're not going to miss a lot of money sitting there for like 5-6 minutes. You might, I've missed good rides in my life. We've been doing this shit for 4 or 5 years. I guarantee everybody's not caught 100% of the rides. But 100% of the rides you do catch need to be good rides. You're going to miss good rides all the time because you're either on a ride, because your app is off, because, you're finagling with something and you're just getting back to the car. You're going to always miss good rides, but that's not the only good ride that's out there. You're going to eventually get one. Just make sure the one you take is good. Because if you keep taking shit rides, they're going to keep giving them to you. And we see that. So, Jeff, what up, Jeff? Did you find the bumper for your car? Yeah, I found it, Flex. It should be here in about 4 days. Hopefully 4 days, man. So I can rip this other one off and kind of go through it. The last time I kind of shook my exhaust to make sure it wasn't rattling. Exhaust is good. Because I was like, man, what if it bent my exhaust and I'm just not seeing it? Because it happened at night. So I was like, I didn't see a lot. I know I got to rebuff it out again because looking from the side, I can kind of see like a different look. Like you can kind of see some scrapes a little bit. So I'm going to kind of rebuff it out again with some compound and get, you know, the clear coat to be more even back there. But it's like, it's all good. Yeah, but like I said, if we can get to the point where this algorithm sees us for being valuable and not as being desperate. Oh, it cost the old one that I had was 130. The new one that I just got was like 107. So it's a little cheaper because it's a 2-piece and not a 1-piece. So it might be a little more complicated to put on, but $107, like whatever. So I should have made about 200 that night. I ended up profiting like $93 that night. So I'm like, man, so I'm still short about $110, $120. All because of this damn bumper, man. All because of this damn bumper. So I was like, man, yeah, but we got to get this algorithm, man, to start paying attention to the drivers out there that want to make money, not the drivers that just want to stay busy. Because if we, like I said, a lot of people are seeing the Waymos taking the shorter trips now. The algorithm knows who we are and we want to make money because they keep sending us nature hikes. Let's make this guy stay busy. Send him like 22 miles. They was trying to send me to Scottsdale all night last night, all night long. And I was like, nope, because I knew what the deal was. It was too much surge in the area I was in. Because last night I drove probably about 3-4 hours, probably closer to 4 hours. And I ended up making about $250 or something weird like that. It was almost $60 an hour I was running with drive time last night. Because I wouldn't, and when you see the nature hikes that were coming through my phone, you'll be like, there's no way possible somebody didn't take them shit rides. Because I mean, they were putting big dollar amounts on it, $46. But it was like 40 miles, like all the way down to Santan, all the way down to Queen Creek, to places that nobody ever gets rides. They were trying to do anything in their power to get us out of the area, out of the region, so only Waymos were in that area. Because they knew once you go that far, you're not coming back. And by the time you do come back, the Waymos have done all the work they could possibly do to generate the money they wanted to generate. And that's what I think they're doing. They're using nature hikes to clear the area. Let's clear it, get everybody out of there. And now let's let our new driverless system work. Let's see how this works now. Get all these drivers, because when you downtown, it's only so many streets you can take. And when you got a lot of Uber drivers and Lyft drivers in that area, mixed with Waymo drivers, mixed with the regular public, it can get pretty congested after a while. It can get pretty congested. So the trick to them is to get everybody out. Make everybody get out of the area to only leave our driverless cars there, and let's work the system like that. Because them Waymos, man, yeah, Gold Canyon, yeah. It shit happened to me before, man. It was a musician, and it was late at night. I was down in Gilbert, picked up a musician, and end up going all the way down into the Gold Canyon neighborhood, all the way past Apache Junction. And he tipped me pretty well, but I was so livid. It was just pitch black out there. It ain't nothing out there. There should be no reason why Gold Canyon should even be a request on our fucking apps. No reason whatsoever. Man. Mesh Reality said, you killing me. I should be sleeping, but I can't stop laughing and catch Jules' respect. Man. Hey, I know how it can get. And that's the thing. I slept good last night. I got up this morning about 11 o'clock, and I was like, let me do a live stream today. It's 11:11. Let me do a live stream. Knowing all of us night drivers, we need to be sleeping right now because we should be waking up at about probably 5 or 6 p.m. so we can go out and drive tonight like 8 or 9 at night. Man. Yeah, to all you veteran drivers out there, have a good Veterans Day. That's right. Good Veterans Day to all you drivers out there. And Kevin, hey, Bighorn Kev, hey, this is funny, y'all. So, okay, I'm at the airport the other morning. So I'm at my reservation getting all my stuff there, getting this lady out of the car, this and that. Car pulls up next to me. Uber Jeep AZ. This is Bighorn Kev. He was doing a drop off right behind me at the airport. So we got to chopping it up, laughing and joking and cracking up and shit. Man, I love it. I love it. Yeah, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Real shit. So it was pretty cool, man, to run in the cab at the airport. So, and that's why I like this driving community. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are getting to know each other. So we can look out for each other's back and shit like that. Because imagine, let's say I had a car accident with somebody that was, you know, they was trying to rough me up and trying to get rough with me and shit like that. And Bighorn Kevin came by. King James was riding by, something like that. The fact that we know all each other's cars, we know what regions we working in. I might see one of the drivers going through some shit. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, man. That's Bighorn Kev. Let me turn around. I turn around, find out there's two dudes like, what up, Kev? What's good? Oh, man, these two dudes over here trying to give me some trouble. I'm just trying to get some gas. They walk up trying to give me some trouble. That's how we look out for each other, man. Because these people don't know who knows who. They just think we're independent drivers out there and we don't know nobody. Like they could just take advantage of us all. Yeah, nope, trust me. There's probably a driver in the area that can stand up for this motherfucker. So you might want to watch yourself. So you walk up to the wrong driver at the gas pump trying to do some shit. I swing around back. Next thing you know, you're like, okay, you got 3 rideshare drivers around. You're like, where these motherfuckers just come from? Oh, you thought he was by himself. It's like, shit. It's like, man. So you mess around with the wrong driver and 3 other drivers roll up like, dude, you good? Be like, Jamil, you good, Jamil? We might see the Jeep. Jeep is sitting there getting some gas or something like that. Somebody try to say some sideways shit. I might pull into the parking lot, be like, oh, shit. What's up, Jamil? Motherfuckers turn around like, oh, shit. It's like 2, 3 drivers just walked up on me. Yeah, exactly. You messing with the wrong one. You don't know who this dude know. So if there's a driver out there, everybody got to get to know everybody, know each other's cars, know each other's areas and regions and stuff like that. Say, your driver's Kevin said, I'm peeping that t-shirt. Where can I get one? Do they got that in the hoodie? Man, I probably can make it in the hoodie, depending on what season I can get hoodies in or something like that, man. We all need some mic drop shirts. Rolling around with mic drop shirts on all day. They're like, what's that about? Oh, man, we be going off. We drop the mic on you motherfuckers. Yeah, we be going. You shitty riders. We know y'all. You no tipping motherfuckers. We drop the mic on y'all ass. No, I'm just kidding. No, your driver can all in the description of this live stream of this video, whatever. There's a link, and the link is to the website where I make all my shirts and stuff, and you will see that shirt on there. The only thing is, I don't have hoodies. I don't make hoodies, so I'd have to chop it up with you back and forth to see, how I can get a hoodie made for you, whatever like that. This is Jeff pulls up in the Beamer, all heads turn. They be like, oh shit, here's this shitty person right here. He's coming up. He's gonna cuss somebody out. Like, dude, you fucking with Jamil? What's up, man? What's up? Motherfucker had me a health card here. Like, motherfucker, I don't need no health card. You fucking with Jamil? What's up? You want to have my ASU lunch card? Motherfucker, you don't need some free lunch on Friday? They don't give me no random ass fucking cards and shit. I'm here for insurance. Like, man, these motherfuckers. Dudes started handing me motherfucking library cards. You want to check out a book? Motherfucker, I'm here for insurance. I need driver's license and insurance. I got a Kohl's card. It's got a discount still on it. Motherfucker, I'm not here for that. Oh, yeah, I saw that, William. I saw that. The Escalade driver that picked that girl up and they shot her up. Yeah. They didn't even touch the driver. Shot the girl up, though. Killed her. Man. Carlos said, what up, Jeff? Did you get any emails regarding Uber throwing fake surge in the area? I was just in once I took the ride out from there. Well, they do that shit to me all the time. I didn't see the email yet, but they did that once. They had a $22 surge somewhere. I showed up to go get the surge. They pulled it. And I sat there. I wiped the car down, was cleaning up and everything like that. I left and they threw the surge back up there. Old raggedy motherfuckers got me like that. Jamil said it was better yet as a Safeway card. So you can get a discount. Yeah, motherfucker, try to give me a Safeway card. I'm trying to get some insurance, motherfucker. I'm trying to pay for this fucking damage you're doing. This motherfucker, you want to use my Safeway card, you get 10% discount on all fresh produce all weekend. Motherfucker, if you don't get this card out of my face. Yeah, dude was straight tripping, man. Motherfucker, I said, you got insurance? This motherfucker gave me health insurance. You didn't say what kind. Motherfucker try to get me. That motherfucker said, you didn't say what kind of insurance, so here's my insurance card. Like, motherfucker, this ain't that type of game. This is not that type of game. Motherfucker, you know this is car insurance. You know we had a car wreck, motherfucker. We need car insurance. This ain't that type of game. Don't play with me, man. He's in there fucking with me at that point. What motherfucker they right mind gonna give you their motherfucking health card? I'm like, and then he tried to give me a debit card. I said, I need some IDs and this and that. Motherfucker hand me a debit card. I was like, dude, that's a debit card. What the fuck, man? It's like, man, this technically, yeah, exactly, William. Technically, he did give you an insurance card. You didn't specify which kind. This motherfucker got me. He got me. This motherfucker like, hey, at least I gave you insurance. You didn't say what type of insurance, motherfucker. You got to be more specific than that. These goddamn college kids today, man. I swear. And that's why I told people, college does not make you smart. College does not make you a smarter person. It really don't. Because I see motherfuckers in college, out of college, and they just like they are when they went in. They just the same way. I'm like, ain't nobody in their right mind gonna hand you a motherfucking. I'm like, dude, you not thinking. Something's wrong with you. Who would even think of giving a health insurance card at a car accident scene? Give a vision. Here's my vision dental card. I'm like, motherfucker, come on, man. You playing with me now. Now you trying to fuck with me now. Man, that's all people talk about all week. She scammed them, stole their house, and they got revenge. I don't condone getting revenge, but like that's what really happened. Damn, I ain't know about that, Mikey. Yeah, so man, so that's a good take from this video. If ever you get into a car accident, specify what type of insurance you're looking for. Specify the type of, I need identification that allows you to drive that vehicle. You have a driver's license? Because I said, I like some ID. This motherfucker gave me a debit card. I was like, the fuck is this? It's a debit card. I need some insurance, man. Motherfucker gave me health insurance. It was like, dude, now you're starting to fuck with me. Now you're starting to piss me off. You're playing games with me now because you can't be fucking serious. You can't be serious. He was like, man, I got to work. I got shit to do. I got to get going. I'm trying to make money and shit. And this motherfucker giving me random fucking cards and shit. He had that healthcare car insurance. I know, motherfucker. This is the kind of health insurance where it's the health of my vehicle. They changed my serpentine belts. They check my tire pressure. This health card allows my car to stay healthy. Here, you're like, motherfucker, don't play with me. Do not fuck with me. I gotta fix this shit and I gotta get going, man. I ain't got time. But motherfuckers will try you, man. They'll try you. And then the motherfucker, he's sitting there. I'm gonna cash app you. He's type your number. I type my number in, put my name in, this and that. Motherfucker had the shit on airplane mode the whole time. Fucking with me. Then about the third time, I was like, hold the fuck up. You got me doing the same shit over and over, man. Jamil said that trap was so stoned. You don't know what was what. Exactly. Yeah, shit straight said United Healthcare across the top. I was like, ain't no motherfucking car insurance place I ever heard of called United Healthcare. This motherfucker said, that is insurance, I guess. And it was so funny because I was listening to the video, like I was trying not to show the kid's face, but it was something I was saying to him. I don't remember what I was saying. And he was like, I was like, do we got to do this? And he was like, absolutely. Absolutely. And he was just staring at me like he wasn't moving. I was like, dude, I need this. He says, absolutely. Dude, I need this. I need it. Absolutely. I was like, do you understand what the fuck I'm even saying? Dude was so out of it, man. I was like, this motherfucker's trying to piss me off, man. He said, your patience and kindness are commendable. Man, I swear I had my phone on the screen where I could dial 311. I had it on that fucking screen. I was at that point. I was finna just hit 311 and be like, listen, just had an accident. This is where we sit. I was getting there, man. I was getting there. And he was pushing me, though. He was pushing me because I was trying to be okay. I was like, dude, we just get this taken care of. You go about your business. I got to go make money. We got shit. After that, I couldn't even drive. I was so fucking heated. I said, I'm going home. You know, piss me the fuck off. I'm going home. Flex is stupid. I just said, do you understand the word that are coming out of my mouth? This motherfucker. That's that Chris Tucker shit. Do you understand? That's how he was. He was like, absolutely. Absolutely. And he ain't even moving. I'm like, dude, give me the fucking shit. Stop playing with me. Yeah, side gig guy, you're right. Man, I couldn't. I was fuming at that point. I was like, I'm going home. That's it. And I was right by the surge. It was all surge around me. I wasn't even thinking about that shit. I was just so mad at that point that he just tried to play the shit out of me. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I said, I'm not going to make it tonight. I'm not, because nobody can get in my car and I could just change from being mad about what just happened till now. I couldn't change. I was like, this dude done pissed me off. He done sent me downhill. I'm down. Jeff, when will the 300 shirts be available? Let me see. Let me work on that this week. Well, yeah, this weekend. So probably let's try to say like Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll see what I can do. Because I like this. This is the 300 from the actual movie. I like this. Is we the 300 rideshare. People say, what does that mean? It's only a few of us, but we fighting these motherfuckers. There's not a lot of us, but we fighting back. We fighting back. We the 300. We don't give a shit. We know it's not a lot of us, but we ain't giving up. We ain't giving up. Yeah, man. Thought there was going to be some furniture moving that night. Man, come in and throw shit all around. I said, Jeff, you need a shirt that says absolutely. With a dumbfound face. That's what he looked. Motherfucker said, I said, man, he was like, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm like, motherfucker, it's not about absolutely, motherfucker. Quit fucking with me. It's about you moving. You got to get moving, dog. You got to go. He's just standing there. I'm like, this dude, man, I can't stand that shit. I can't stand that shit. He was messing with me, man. He was messing with me. But even his buddy, the dude in the black shirt, his buddy, he was like, you know, he knew they was fucked up. He knew they was fucked up. So he was trying not to even be around to be seen. So he was like kind of lingering around the edges, walking around the other side of the car. He was trying not to be seen whatsoever. But I was like, all right, I see how you motherfuckers is operating. Y'all trying to, and I'm like, they're underage drinking. I know that's what's happening. That's why they trying to be so sketch right now. They think they're going to get away with some shit. And it's like, motherfucker, you either you pay for this bumper, or there will be some police rolling up and you're going to have way more problems than what the fuck you thinking you're going to have. It's like, man, it's like you got a choice, right? There's options you can make. There's a fork in the road right now with your life, and your life is on that fork, motherfucker. You can make a decision right now. Like, I already lost money because I'm not working. So I'm losing money already because I'm not working tonight. And whatever you give me is going to pay for this fucking bumper. I'm already at a loss. I'm going to lose in the situation. I know I'm going to lose, but you can lose so much more than what I can by not working. You can lose so much more. And I'm willing to say, I'll give you a fucking pass on this, but you at least got to cover that. Because if I call these motherfuckers down here, trust me, I'm going to feel bad for you. I'm going to feel bad because you're going to probably end up in jail, car impounded, parents getting called, no license, attorneys involved. You probably won't be able to get a career driving and no shit like that. You're going to lose a whole lot more than me if this fork goes left and not right. So just give me the 200. Don't fucking airplane mode my ass and go on about your business. Just going about the business. Man. Yeah, I understand completely. That's like a rider killing my vibe when they get in the car, but the next rider pick it right up. Yeah, you got to. And that's what, man, you want to just kind of get that shit going, man. You got to get that energy back, man. You get that energy back. This is Measure. I said, I wanted to smack the absolutely off my TV screen. That was pissing me off. Absolutely. Shit, man. I was like, this motherfucker. And if you just saw how he was standing there looking at me, like he was looking straight through me, I was like, you know, this and that. I need your light because you give me the wrong shit. You got to give me. Absolutely. I'm like, this motherfucker is like stoned. It's like, dude, you were like on pills or some shit. I don't know what the fuck. I'm like, dude, it's not about absolutely, dog. It's like, and I know he was doing the best he could do given his situation. He was like probably half coherent to what even the fuck was going on. Because then what even pissed me off, what Side guy said, you probably saved him a huge life lesson. They'll have to learn it later. Yeah, exactly. So I hope him and his buddy both sit and go, man, we dodged a bullet last night because we both not 21. We both was about to go to jail, and that car's going to get impounded. And your mom and your dad was going to fucking, both of us going to have our parents fucking with us because both of them wasn't 21 and the cops would have showed up. Oh, they were done. They were both done. Both of them were going to be done. And it's like, you got an option right now, man. This is one of them times in life when you have an option because I'm pissed off right now and I'm ready to hit this fucking 311. So you got a choice to make right now. And he was like, fuck it. I'm out 200, whatever. That was probably the best 200 you spent this year because your other 200 been on probably weed and pills and shit. This is the best $200 you spent all year and wasted my fucking night. Man, I was pissed off. Man. That dude, but like I said, man, people don't understand what drivers deal with every day. That shit is minor to what a lot of people deal with. It could have been way worse. Imagine the people who deal with way worse than what I went through. That was like scratching the tip. I mean, there's drivers out there like really fighting people, getting pushed, spit on, people yelling at them, slamming their door, kicking their cars and shit. People don't understand, man. We absolutely. Yeah. Tuber driver offers United Healthcare rideshare. Tuber, that's funny shit. Tuber. You probably scared him. Probably his first black encounter if he was a college student. Exactly. He was like, dude, I've never seen a black dude up close before. It's like, motherfucker, see, we ain't as mean as you thought, huh? We're actually pretty nice, motherfucker. I'll let you off the hook. It's like, you thought we was mean. So shit, when you later in life, when you become an attorney and if some black kid need a break, get that black kid a break. Be like, you know what? Without this black guy ever doing this shit, I would have never became an attorney. Let me take this kid's case pro bono. See, there you go. Now you gave back to the universe. Energy came around, motherfucker. You helped the universe back out. Absolutely. That shit. I should make a shirt like that. That shit's stupid as a motherfucker. Motherfucker said, absolutely. Shit. That's the worst word I ever fucking heard in 2023. That shit, that absolutely sent me over the edge, man. I ain't never had a word. I mean, that's worse. Saying that shit to me at that point was worse than calling me the N-word. He could have called me the N-word and I would have said nothing. This motherfucker said, absolutely. fucking sent me over the edge. I was like, that was the worst shit he could have said to me at that fucking point. With the look on his face when he said it, oh man. He was like, he looked at me like I didn't even exist. That mother said, absolutely. Absolutely. It's like, oh, you done fucked up, kid. You done really fucked up. Don't ever say fucking absolutely to me, motherfucker. Yeah. He thought you were gonna Will Smith him. I done smack the shit out of his ass. That's why I'm driving the hood. It would have been way worse. Yeah, you love, man. Man, they would probably try to call their friends out to come jump you and shit, call their parents, and man, fuck all that. It was like, man, just take care of the situation. This shit can be done. We can move the fuck on in life. Like, come on, man. You can end up in a way worse situation than you even making it out to be. And I mean, like I said, he didn't even have to try to play me like that. He ain't have to play me like that. But it's like, because if I was been a dumb motherfucker, I'm like, all right, thanks, man. Got in my car and drove off and found out. He was like, dude, I had it on airplane mode. He really thought I sent him $200. I had that shit on airplane mode. It never went through. I would have found his ass one day. I'd have fucking grabbed that motherfucker out the car at the gas station. You remember me, motherfucker? Absolutely. Like, not that shit again. You remember who the fuck I am? Absolutely. It's like, man, so the shirt has to have a guy smoking pot and said absolutely and put Uber at the end. He fucking smoking fucking weed. Motherfuckers, do you drive Uber? Absolutely. like, do not ever fucking say absolutely to me, man. Ever. That shit had me hot. That part sent me over the top. It was like, man. He said, just like, keep absolutely out of your mouth. Don't ever say absolutely. Like, motherfucker, ever. And then on top of that, the motherfucker was like, I didn't hit you. He says, wait, I didn't hit you. That right there, it stumped me. Because when he said, I didn't hit you, I said, what? I'm like, what just happened? Did it go to the point where you didn't hit me, but I backed into you, motherfucker? Like, where is this going? He was like, I didn't hit you. What? Wait a minute, dude. Don't even start this shit. Now because man, I was slowly going downhill. The more I stood there, the more he's talked, the more I went downhill. He went from trying to give me the motherfucking library cards and shit he was trying to pass me. I'm like, I need insurance. Here's my motherfucking, my gift card to fucking Walmart. And he's trying to give me everything under the fucking sun. And it just kept going down, down, down. When he saw me pull up that phone screen and I was ready to hit the motherfucking 311, and he was like, okay. Like, yeah, it's getting to that point because you pissing me off now. You done tried me like 3 or 4 times the whole time. Like, man. That was the dumbest fucking shit ever. And it took me out of my zone, man. It just took me out of my zone. Because, I mean, it could have been easier. If he would have just did it when we stopped and we were at the light. We could have just made the left, sat right there on that little side street that was sitting right there. It was like Hardy or College or something like that. We could have just went right there. Nope. As soon as I started turning, I was turning like this to make the turn, and his ass said, whoop, he floored it. I fucking turned that wheel to the right, said, whoop, fucking shot right down the street behind his head. I said, no, you ain't, motherfucker. No, you ain't. I said, absolutely didn't hit you. Absolutely, motherfucker. Don't ever say fucking absolutely to me. You're about to get slapped. Absolutely. He's like, I got Usher bucks. I know it for real. Uber bucks. I got Uber bucks, motherfucker. This motherfucker, man, he knew something was up. That's why his ass, when he hit me, and he was like, and I got out of the car and I took a picture of everything. I said, you know, you just got insurance and ID and stuff like that, this and that. Well, don't worry about it, man. He was like, okay. Because I was cool. I was cool at the light. I was like, okay, cool, man. And he was like, all right, no problem. He was like, well, let's get out of the street. Let's go over here, right over here to the side. I was like, no problem. We could do it right there. It's not a lot of traffic coming anyways, but we could pull over right there. It's cool. As soon as I made that left turn, this motherfucker said, shot down the street. I was like, oh, fuck no. So not one of these motherfuckers. We got a runner. This motherfucker driving. He's like, absolutely. That fucking kid irritated the shit out of me with that word, man. I swear to God, I ever hear that fucking word, I'm going to lose it. Man, so I'm gonna go pick up a fucking rider tonight. I'm pulling around and say, hey man, I just had to come around the corner. No problem. Isn't it? Oh, no, absolutely. I'm gonna cancel that bitch right on the spot. Don't ever fucking say absolutely to me. I'm driving off. See, he passed 3 streets before he made that left. Yeah, this motherfucker, he was passing all streets. He talking about some, I was getting over. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. Motherfucker, he didn't think that Beamer was gonna chase his ass. He thought I made the turn and I was still making that turn. Because all he saw was my car do like this. And all of a sudden that motherfucker was like, his ass was like, I'm out of here. We ditched him. Motherfucker looked in the rear view and that motherfucker Beamer sitting right there. He was like, shit. Yep, caught you. Absolutely, motherfucker. Absolutely. Did you try to outrun me? Not absolutely, motherfucker. Yeah, you did. You fucking lying, motherfucker. That shit was funny, man. That whole video, man, it was just, people don't know what we deal with out there, man. They don't know what we deal with. They think we're just out here, you know, you guys don't do nothing, motherfucker. Trust me, we saving lives every day. We saving lives. We getting people home who have DUIs. We dealing with people with DUIs. We just dealing with the stupidity, dealing with angry ass people all the time, dealing with a lot of traffic. I mean, rideshare is not for the weak. It's just not for the weak. Like I said, I'll take anybody with a W-2, put their ass up, be like, do this shit for 2 weeks. I'll do your job for 2 weeks. You file files in the file cabinet. I'll do that for 2 weeks. Put everything in alphabetical fucking order, date order. I'll do that all week. But you gonna drive my car all week. So, and we'll see who gives up first. Sly 2 Raw, what's up? What's up? He said, what up, Jeff? Made to another live, man. Came in on absolutely. Yeah, that shit, that kid pissed me off, man. Hey, we gonna make shirts though. She gonna say, do you drive rideshare? Absolutely. Fuck that. So I absolutely pulled over. Yeah, 3 blocks away. Yeah, right, E-Love, man. We saving lives by risking our lives. And people don't get it. They don't understand what rideshare is even about because they don't do it. They're in the car like maybe once or twice a day doing rideshare. And that's all they do. They're like, damn, that was it? That was easy. So you just slide in front of my house. You pick me up. You took me to the restaurant and you dropped me off. That's all you, damn, that's easy. This is all you do for a living? Not really. No, absolutely, motherfucker, like that. This is all you do for a living? Absolutely. I need that fucking kid to be my spokesperson. Every time somebody asks me a dumbass question, he just pop out the motherfucking trunk. They be like, this is all you do for a living? Absolutely. That fucking kid is the new spokesperson for Uber, goddamn it. Anytime you ask a dumbass question, that kid's head pops up. That would have been a good ass fucking shit to catch. But no, but the shit we deal with in between stops, the shit we deal with the app stealing our money and us having to deal with customer service, dealing with like shady ass neighborhoods, dealing with car. Like I just put a new front tire on my car and this is how cool the shit is. So check this shit out. So I just put them tires on like a month ago, ordered both of them off of eBay, had them put on or whatever, did a video on it, showed it, hit that pothole one night on the video or something, fucked the tire up. So the people was like, so I bought another one. I said, well, I'll buy one because I need one now. They was like, yeah, send us the other one and we'll send you one in return. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to end up with 3 fucking tires somehow. Ordered another one off of eBay. So I ordered it. The people messaged, and I sent them pictures of the tires and everything. They send me a message back. They say, you know what? We don't even want the tire back. We'll refund you that money and just act like we just gave you a free tire. So I was like, so it's like I only bought 1 set of tires like original. So that was a cool break that they gave me because I was going to have to like clean the tire up, ship it and everything else, wait for the shipping list, packing list, send it back. It's just sitting in the garage now. So I'm probably going to end up throwing it to, because it's got a big ass knot on the side of it. So it's a big ass knot and can't nobody use that tire. It's fucked up. Oh, Beauty with Essence. Thank you. So Jeff, just bought one of your shirts. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm going to have to go see which one because they'll send me a email or whatever showing which one came through. This is going to be funny. I might send you the first shirt that just says, absolutely. You might get a free shirt in the package for all I fucking know. You might be laughing like a motherfucker. You're like, this motherfucker sent me a shirt that said absolutely on the front. Like I said, I got to just come up with a fun, because usually I make myself a design first to see how it is. But you order the shirt, I might just throw that. I might make one and throw that shit in there for you. That shit's funny as shit. Do you do rideshare? Absolutely. Man. I'm gonna come up with a design for that. You might get a nice surprise package with that shirt you just got, because I'm gonna see how that shit works out. That shit's funny as hell. Man. So Jeff, just what is it? Tuber driver. Can you stop at Circle K for me along the way? Absolutely. Beauty with us is declining. Oh, okay. Oh, that's the fun shirt. I like that one. The art of declining trash offers, bad offers, or whatever. That's what it is, man. It's the science. It's the art. But yeah, but I'm gonna give you the declinology, and I'm gonna make a absolutely shirt. I gotta just get in here. I gotta design it, see what I like. So I'm gonna go through some designs and everything. But You'll get 2 shirts. So thank you for buying that shirt. I'm gonna pass the good energy forward, and you're gonna be the first one with the Absolutely shirt. We're gonna make one just because you bought one during the live stream. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw another one in there for you just for the fuck of it. That shit's gonna be fun because I gotta make it anyways. Usually I make it for myself to see how the design comes out, see how the layout is and everything. But fuck it, since you got one, I'll just make you one. And if you like the design or whatever, say, yeah, Jeff, I like the design. Send me a picture back and all that shit, and I'll use you as the model for the website for the Absolutely shirt. You're gonna be like, I'm the model for this shirt. What does it say? Absolutely, motherfucker. Shit. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Like I said, I don't really promote the shirts and everything. I just, when I got an energy and I got feeling, especially from you guys, a lot of the energy I get come from y'all. So a lot of the gear I wear is the energy that we get just chopping it back and forth up online, going places and doing shit. And it's like, we do this shit, man. We the 300, man. We ride share. This is what we do. We do ride share. We make money. We fight these motherfucking apps to try to rip us off all the time. So I don't mind rocking, like, I don't wear Nike shirts and Reebok. Because I don't get with that shit. I don't know what that is. But I wear what we stand for. I wear our energy everywhere I fucking go. When I go to Walmart, I got our energy on. So I'm always representing who we are. Like I said, I represent the chat. I'm always representing who we are when I go somewhere. And I'm proud to be a fucking driver. People talk about drivers don't make enough. Drivers are low skill. Drivers are motherfucker. I am a driver through and through. Try me if you want to. Try me if you want to. Because we do a lot of good shit for this community. We do. Like, it ain't just about giving people free passes sometimes and helping motherfuckers not have a fucked up life. But like E-Love said, how many times have we saved somebody from a situation like that by being there? We don't have to drive at night. We can drive whenever we want to. We can decline any ride we want to. But we picking these people up and we're taking them home. We're getting them home safe so they don't get DUIs. They don't wreck cars and shit. We picking them up from hospitals when they can't afford ambulances. They don't have insurance and shit like that. We doing more than what they think we doing. So for them to say, well, y'all ain't no more drivers, no, motherfucker, we are actually like the veins of the community. If y'all are the blood of the community, we the veins. Because how the fuck you think the blood is getting from point A to point B? Without a body, if you got a body with no veins in it, you can't circulate blood. We circulating shit all over the fucking place. We're the veins of the community. When you look at rideshare, we don't get paid enough for what we do. Because don't nobody want to talk about, the shit they can't see. You don't talk about veins. You talk about skin. You talk about how nice somebody looks, how cute. But guess what? If your veins got clogged and your ass about to have a stroke or a heart attack, you're going to start worrying about cholesterol in your veins and blood pressure and shit like that. Guarantee that's what rideshare is. When rideshare shuts down and can't nobody get nowhere and can't nobody get around, now you want to talk about the importance of rideshare now. The importance of logistics, the importance of deliveries and stuff like that. Just like what DoorDash has. DoorDash now want to jump on driver's side. You know what? If you guys don't tip, you might not get your food as soon. DoorDash is realizing the importance of the veins of the community. They realize it. If you don't take care of your veins, your shit's going to shut down. You're going to have a fucking heart attack. So you need to take care of your veins. Drivers are the veins. We are important. We move shit to and from. We get blood around this whole fucking community. And if you don't tip somebody or you act like you don't try to beat you, fuck that. We don't deal with that type of blood. That's bad blood. We don't deal with that shit. We go somewhere people who's going to take care of a driver. We rather use our time and our energy and our resources to take care of them. We're not taking care of people who think they're entitled to us just because. No. You got good blood, you got bad blood. Good veins, you got bad veins. So we putting the good blood with the good veins, the bad blood can stay with the bad veins. Y'all deal with that shit. Because I'm not one of those people that's going to be sitting around all day arguing and fighting over somebody to give me an extra $2 or $3 fucking dollars. It's $2 or $3. That's all it is. And if you sitting on your high horse, your fucking high horse, talking, I ain't got to tip you. I mean, if you want more money, then ask the company for the money. I'm like, dog, it's $3. I mean, literally, I brought your food to you. It was, $4 for 6 miles. You can at least throw another $3, $4 on this shit. I ain't got to tip you. It's people like that I don't want to fuck with. We shouldn't even fuck with them. They shouldn't even be on the app. And as drivers, we should have a say in who we should feel should be a customer in our business. Because we're partners in this. If we're driving partners, we're actual partners, we should have a say on who we think should be involved in this business. If it's a rider out there always pushing people, doing shit to people, we got to kick them off the platform. Always canceling, always tip baiting up. We got to kick them off the fucking platform. We should have a say because we're the ones that got to go out here in these streets and deal with this shit. The apps don't got to deal with that shit. So they don't really care. The apps are like, well, we got our service fee. We got our delivery fee. We good. We good. And the driver's like, well, I got played, man. That's a driver problem. Just don't take that type of order next time. No, keep that person off the app. How about that? Help us out. If you give a fuck about the drivers, help us out. Get that person off the app. Man, what Kev say? Hell yeah. Besides the orange beamer at the airport, it was mic drop shirt you had on is when I knew it was you. Oh yeah, yeah, I did. Hey, I'll be wearing that shit around, man. I'll be representing. I represent because a lot of riders ask about it. So a lot of riders that see me or ride with me or this and that, eventually they find out who y'all are. Because I talk about the drivers I run into, like Bighorn Kev. I talk about them, this and that. I talk about, King James, Juan Vargas. I talk about, Nicole. That's North in the Valley. I talk about everybody. So a lot of the drivers, or a lot of the riders out there in community are going to see all these drivers we talk about and hear about these drivers and be like, wait a minute. I know that dude. Kev doesn't. Oh, I know him. Oh, that dude with a Tesla. Oh, his name was Juan with a Tesla. I think I rode with that guy before. What up, man? Jake Kaufman. So that's why, when we chatting on these live streams, we're in the comments going back and forth, we're creating a real community of drivers that even riders can come and relate to. They start seeing how our lives really are. Ain't none of us all fucking high and mighty and rich and we're the best and I'm the greatest and I'm the most amazing expert. No, man, we everyday fucking people trying to make it. We are battling the apps. We're not trying to fight no customers. We're not trying to fight no riders. We're not trying to do that. We just trying to get our fair shake from what these apps are playing us for, because we help build rideshare. And for them to sit up and say, no, the app built rideshare. No, because we can drive people around without an app. Just like earlier, they was like, hey, we need to create a WhatsApp. Well, that Yesenia, she was saying that we need to create a WhatsApp or something where drivers can connect with us and everything. So like I said, we are actually the ones in the community doing all the fucking work. The apps think they're doing the work. The apps are nothing but the interface to the work getting done. That's it. So if you can change the interface on that app, guess what? If Uber ain't here and Hum is here and I'm on Hum, I'm the same exact driver. If we're using WhatsApp, I'm the same exact driver. If we use any other rideshare service, I'm the same exact driver in this community doing that same exact work. The interface could change. The service is the drivers in that community that's doing that work in that car, keeping that car running, keeping their energy and their spirits up. The apps can change. The apps don't make no difference. The apps are coming in trying to use their little, well, we're a service. You're not a service. You're technology. You're tech. The service is what we do. Service is the act of doing something. So you are a tech product that people download and put on their phone, and they find people like us to come do services for them. So we deserve more of the fucking money, in my opinion. And they know that. That's why they're getting scared that we're all raising up and doing different shit. They know that. So now they're like, oh shit, we need to bring in some new people. Open the borders, goddammit, open the borders. Yeah. Yeah, we need driver meetups with coffee breaks with other drivers. Real shit. And I was saying that, William. I was saying that. Like, if there was just a night when we knew it was kind of slow and everybody's like, man, it's crawling out. It's crawling out. That would be a good night for, people who weren't getting good rides to say, well, we're going to try to meet up, or somewhere like Fate, anywhere that's got an outdoor cafe. Because a lot of times if you're at the outdoor cafe, you don't got to come indoors and shit. We got all our cars parked out front. If somebody got the app on and the ride comes through, hey, if the money's good, you say, hey, man, I got a 3-mile ride right now, 3 mile, $12. You can take that shit because we're going to be sitting here. We ain't going nowhere. Take that shit. Go get it. Go get the $12. Be like, dude, I was right down the street. I'm back now. I mean, that's how we do it. We don't really have like official, hangouts and stuff like that. But we do need a place, a place for drivers to meet up and hang out. So if we did that, more drivers would be able to kind of look out for each other and kind of help keep each other engaged. Because like I said, when I saw that $24 on the map, I got up there. There was already drivers up there already. One dude was pulling out and I got mine, and another dude was starting to pull in when I was leaving. I was like, damn, on a little dead end street. But it was way the hell up in Scottsdale. And I was like, right on Indian School. But it was like, that's what we have to do for each other. We got to do that shit. Even telling Juan Vargas and King James, hey, man, they surging right here. They surging in Tempe. Hey, they surging right now in downtown on Lyft, but not on Uber. We tell each other that shit back and forth. So it's like, once we do that, I mean, we start forming a driver coalition, and it's completely unofficial, non-unionized, just people with energy, trading energy back and forth. And that's how we keep each other taken care of. Melvin say, absolutely. We don't want to pay full price on those crusty dusty donuts. Exactly. I'm going to be up in Circle K tomorrow and be like, man, these motherfuckers still full price. These motherfuckers. Absolutely. I'm like, that motherfucker, he works at Circle K now? Like, wait a minute, you the dude that hit me? Absolutely. Wait, I didn't hit you. This motherfucker. It's like, the absolutely dude works at motherfucking Circle K. Like, shit. Man. Yeah, Global Passport. Yep. And we do that sometimes. Like, I'll get that one. Every once in a while, I'll be at that one right there. Because if I'm in Tempe doing something, I don't want to go all the way up to Scottsdale, I'll just hit that like little quick trip right there, and I'll just sit there and chill for a minute. And I try to stay away from the air pumps because everybody's trying to use that fucking air pump. So I go way to the other side. Like, fuck that. I'm way over here. That way I can just sit, chill. I don't have to move my car. Cars trying to fill up their tires and shit. Like, man. Because that's one of the only quick trips that the air is never broken. The only one. Shit. What? Wait a minute. What may you say? A safety, practical safety tips for drivers at night. There was a driver who fell victim fatally because the passengers were a target. He was caught between the mayhem. Yeah, and that right there, man. With safety tips at night, and that's what these apps need to realize is that if drivers get caught in between a situation like that, that's something that I think falls on the app itself. Honestly, I think it falls on the app because these apps, they have all these motherfucking employees, and they're sitting around all day looking at motherfucking YouTube videos of drivers, trying to see what the fuck these drivers are doing. They need to be spending their ass looking at the people whose shit they got on fucking Facebook. They're riders. Look at your Facebook rider accounts. Look at your Instagram accounts for riders. They need to be vetting their fucking riders. Look at what these people are into. Because for all we know, we could be picking up somebody to take their ass to a school to shoot up a fucking school. We don't know that. But yet they got all these motherfucking employees and all these app services looking at drivers and what drivers are talking about on YouTube, what drivers are talking about on Facebook. Stay the fuck away from drivers. Do us a favor to keep drivers safe. Go chase down these motherfucking find out what these people are doing because you always on our ass about something. Go find out what some of these riders are up to. You got these riders that keep getting these 1 stars or 2 stars and 3 stars. Motherfucker, if you're getting 1 star, 2, 3 stars all the fucking time, go look at that rider's social media. See, why is this motherfucker getting 2 and 3 stars? You might go look at his social media, find out this motherfucker got guns and shit. Like, yeah, we've been go shoot these motherfuckers up. Hell yeah, we've been gonna make this video. Yeah, I'm smoking this weed and kill these motherfuckers. Maybe that person shouldn't be on the app. Maybe that's why they got all them 1 star, 2 stars, and 3 stars and shit. Maybe that person should not be on the app. So instead of fucking with drivers and chasing drivers all the time to see what we're doing, go vet all these riders. And just call that shit, rider, spectating or something. I don't know. Create a whole new fucking department. Like, what is this department about? Because you got driver deactivation departments. You got all this shit going on. Look at, rider spectation departments. We just go on social media to limit and make sure the people that we're allowing on our apps should be on our apps around the drivers that we're partners with. Because we got to do something to protect these drivers. Like you said, motherfuckers getting caught up in shit. Because I'll tell you right now, if I find out, like, if people are like, oh, yeah, man, we're finna do this, let's go over there and whoop these motherfuckers' asses. Yeah, well, let me get an Uber, man. Let's take an Uber over there. So they take an Uber or whatever. You have no idea what's going on. You driving down the street. Next thing you know, your car getting shot up. You getting blocked in by another fucking car because of the people that's in the back. Because these are people that probably should have never been on the app to begin with. They weren't business ready for this type of service. They using the service for something totally different. They either running drugs or trying to go do a crime or, go get revenge on some fuck about it. They're using these services for something completely different than what these services should be set up for. And once you get to that point, now you're starting to affect the drivers. Drivers start looking at the apps like it's tort law. You have a duty to protect the drivers that are using your apps. You have a duty. And when you don't live up to that duty to protect your drivers have the right to sue you. No arbitration. No, I could sue you because you have a duty to not let people like this in the business because you're the one allowing this person to have an account. You're the one allowing this person to use this account to get rides. And yet you tell them, we're going to do background check on our drivers. Okay, you do a background check on drivers, but you don't do that shit on passengers. It's not just passengers who have the account, but the people that they fuck with. Because if I'm the one good person, I can get the account, but I know I got 3 motherfuckers with me that can't get an account. And the apps never stop that. So vetting one person with the account, you just say, hey, we would like, if you have somebody who's frequently riding with you, we should probably vet that person too, just to protect our drivers. We should vet that person who frequently rides with you all the time. Instead, they say, no, as long as you're good, you can bring felons, criminals, sex offenders. We don't give a fuck who you bring. As long as you're good, you can pack that car full of fucking, some nefarious people all you want. We don't even care. We vetted you, and that's all we need to care about. What about my 3 friends that be trying to beat up people and kill people? Fuck them, they're allowed because they're with you. You're the good one. It's like, shit don't make no sense. Then what's the purpose of vetting people? Ain't no purpose. Exactly. You can stop a lot of that by third-party riders. MJ, that's basically what I was just saying. I didn't even read your comment yet. We're on the same fucking wavelength. We're on the same, you would see exactly what I'm saying. And only a driver would know that. Only a driver would know that because this is what we deal with in these streets. All these third-party rides and shit like that, We deal with something that normal people don't even think about. People who think of rideshare don't even think. You can use your app to get a ride for somebody else, or you can use your app to have other people ride with you who can't get on the app for whatever reason they did some shit to the app. That's like saying if you get 86 out of a nightclub, you can't come back to the nightclub the next night just because you with this guy. Oh, well, I was here last night by myself and y'all kicked me out. I was by myself. But tonight I'm with these people. So I should be allowed to come in. No, that bitch is going to be like, no, you're 86th. You can't come back in. You're done. I don't care who you walked in here with. You can walk in with her, him. You can't come back in. You can't come back in. They can. You can't. Apps don't work like that, though. Apps be like, well, there's a lot of loopholes and we need the money. So if you get kicked off the app, just ride with a friend. Well, what's the point then? I'm still, because that means I can say, okay, I can't ride, but you can get me a ride and I'll just cash out you $20 if you just get me a ride, but I can't ride. So I show up to pick up Helen. Hey, can I pick up Helen? Helen's not here. Instead, Tim is here. Tim got kicked off the app 2 days ago, but Tim can still use the app, but he's just using it through Helen. He says, Helen, I'm going to cash out you $20. Okay, cool. What they need to say is if you're doing third parties and this and that, that third party person should be in our system. We should be allowed to vet that third party person saying we need to have Tim's background check. Who are you letting in, Tim? Tim has never been vetted by the app, so he shouldn't be allowed to get in the car until we vet Tim. He needs a social security number. We need his phone number, address. You're like, then they find out, wait a minute. We 86 Tim yesterday for trying to sex and harass a fucking female passenger. Tim can't be on. He can't ride around. So why are you letting Tim use Helen's account to get a fucking ride? Like, this whole rideshare shit is fucked up because it's not designed to protect the driver from nothing. It's designed to make sure the apps can make money on other people's backs. That's what it's designed for. That's why I don't like that shit, man. That third party shit, I don't like that. What is it? We need to hang out in Denver. Maybe there is one I just don't know yet. MM Goon says, we need to hang out in Denver. Hey, if it's a hangout in Denver for Denver drivers, shit, let Goodwin know. MM Goodwin wants to know where y'all at, man. Where y'all at? They be like, we had Circle K and some crusty dusties, motherfucker, pull up and it's just dust crumbs all in the parking lot. There's been nothing but drivers around. Look like a bunch of pigeons and shit. It's like you see a whole flock of pigeons on the ground. Drivers were there because they dropped all them donut sprinkles all in the parking lot. Now all the pigeons are there. You're like, oh man, I just missed them. Damn. There ain't no more pigeons here now. Exactly. They ate the donuts and took off. Exactly. Global passports. Hey, you got riders canceling rides midway during a ride and telling the driver to continue. Yes, that's scamming a service. That happened to me in an apartment complex once using third party. So the girl in the back, she's not the account holder. I just picked her up. So as I'm driving, you know, her friend has the account. I get to the apartments. As soon as I'm turned in, it says rider cancel. I'm like, wait a fucking minute. Right? I said, I think somebody just cancels. Oh, yeah. And I'm at the gate. I can't go forward. I'm at the gate. So the girl, and that's when I had the Jeep. That's when I was driving the Jeep. So the girl gets out. So I'm like, well, that's pretty fucked up. They just hustle me like that. And I didn't want to try to lock her in there or try to drive forward and hit the gate or no shit. But she was getting out. She was like, oh, I don't know what it is. This is my friend account. That's my friend account. I don't know why she did that. And she opened the door and got out. I was like, these raggedy motherfuckers. So I tried to call Lyft or whatever. I mean, Uber, because it was on Uber at the time. I tried to call Uber, and Uber's like, well, we have no way to undo a ride. I said, well, y'all can see where I started the ride, and you see where it ended. I did the ride. It was just where it was going. And so Uber was like, well, we have no idea how to fix that. I mean, the rider canceled. We have nothing about that. So I was like, man, forget that. See, especially the riders that share their accounts or have you pick up other people, and it's not the person you're picking up. That's what happened to me, Jamil. That's what happened to me. Man. So they don't even have to name the third party. Just say guest or name it or as a name, something. Yeah. They don't say shit though. You just show up and there's like, there's another person. That's not Helen. Motherfucker, that looks like a guy standing there. That definitely ain't Helen. But man, also they can state how many riders there are before you accept that. Now you see 4-person ride in the sketch area. Doubt it. Man, that's the one thing people need to just pound on that. Pound on it. We need to know our payload. How many people are we picking up? It should be entered in the app by the person setting the ride. And if it's 3-4 people coming, we should know 3 people you'll be picking up 3 people, Jeff. Cool. Bighorn Kev's ordered America shirt. You know I love my America. That's right, brother. Thank you, Kev. I appreciate that, brother. Absolutely. No, I'm just kidding. No, I appreciate that, brother. Real shit, man. Real shit. Like I said, and I wear my America shirt everywhere. And it's cool because I'll be at Walmart and I'll be walking through about one America shirt. People like, love that shirt, man. Like, thanks. Because everybody knows what it's about, man. It's an energy, man. It's an energy. And if you love where you live and you love the opportunities you got when you're here, whatever, you got to represent those opportunities. And we had a huge ordeal at one point in time when people just, oh, I can't stand America. I hate this place. I hate the flag. I hate this. I hate that. And I'm like, why the fuck are you here then? Because I mean, these same people that say that shit will hear us talk shit about rideshare. Then why are you still driving? Why don't you just go get a W-2? Why you hate rideshare? Why you talk shit about rideshare, but your ass ain't going to get another job? You hate it so much, then quit it. Motherfucker, you hate America so much, then leave it. See, it ain't that easy. So when you turn that shit back on them again, they don't know what to say about that. Well, that's different. No, it ain't no different. Because you got more hate for American than I got hate for fucking rideshare. Because I know what rideshare can do. Rideshare, I hate the apps and the way the apps play people. I don't hate a lot of the people in rideshare. I don't hate the drivers. I don't hate my car. I hate the system of how they do shit and how they fuck us over when we know they fucking us over and they won't even admit that they fucking us over. Instead, they get sued for $328 million and say, oh, yeah, we were stealing. It takes that much for them to admit what they fucking doing when they've been doing it for the longest time. That's why I hate the app sometimes. So for me to sit up there and be like, oh, I hate America. I can't stand this place. This country is this. I hate this place. Motherfucker, we have open board. You can go anywhere you want in this world. Get you a passport, go somewhere, get you a job, marry somebody in another fucking country. There's a million ways you can escape this place. You ain't stuck here. Nobody is stuck here. That's the one good thing. Nobody is stuck here. What up, MJ Coppin? Oh, I got in the description of this this live stream, I think I got the shirt link on there. So if you look in the description, you'll see it in there. But yeah, and that's what it is, man. It's like nobody is stuck here. And I know a lot of people who live in like Acapulco who used to live in Scottsdale, but they live there now. They work remote and everything else there. I know people that live in the Philippines now. It's like, Jeff, man, you got to check out the Philippines, man. You love it over here, man. You can live over. No, people that live in Japan, Americans that live in Japan. There's Americans that live in Germany. My man Debo, he lives in Germany. He's from like Louisiana and Atlanta and Georgia and all that shit. He lives in motherfucking Germany. Been living in Germany most of his life, probably. Live in Canada. There's a lot of ways you can live in other places other than this country. So don't think that you got to be rich just to live outside of this country. You don't. You just have to have enough enthusiasm to say, I'm ready to get out of this place. How can I start working on that plan? You talk to an American that's living outside of the country and be like, hey, this is what I did. I got my passport. I got a sponsor. I did this. I did that. I did. A lot of these motherfuckers ain't ready to go that far. They don't want to go that far to get out of this country. They just want to be here and talk shit about here. But yet, if we sit and talk shit about rideshare, they tell us, well, why don't you just get out of rideshare then? If you don't like it, leave it then. Just go get a job. We can say the same shit about the way you talk about America. If you don't like it, you can leave it. I mean, nobody's telling you to be here. This is a free country. It's free to leave. You could get up and go. Talk to everybody who's outside of this country and start you a list of the things I need to do to get out of this country that I don't like. You could do that shit. These motherfuckers won't do it because some people are all talk. They all talk. You got the nerve to tell me to get out of rideshare, that I should be doing something else if you hate it. But yet you talk all the shit about this country and you ain't making you ain't put 2 words on a list of ways I can get out of this country and start checking that shit off. Passport, I need this, I need that, and next thing you know, you're on number 10. And you can make your exit now. You did everything you need to do. Now you can go now. Man, thank you, Doc, my man. 504 Doc. Doc, super chat. I appreciate that, brothers. What's up, Jeff and chat? Remember, the superior man is aware of the righteousness. The inferior man is aware of the advantage. Yeah, right. I believe that shit. Because sometimes you gotta just do what's right, man. It's the righteous part about it. It's like, just do what's in your heart, what's in your soul. What would you want to have done to you? Especially in certain situations. Just do what you would want done to you. And it's like, I can always take advantage of any situation out there, but it's not about the advantage of the situation, but it's about saying, hey, what's actually right about this? What's right and what could go wrong about this? And we've been through a lot in life, A lot of mercy and grace and everything else has been thrown in front of me to get me this far. So the most I can do is return that favor back to the universe sometimes by doing what's right, not what's really the advantage. Tony Stupid, driven as like not beating up a college kid who messed up your bumper. Exactly. I be seeing people on the internet fight at car accidents. I'm like, why are you fighting at a car accident? First, your car got beat up, and now you got 2 people pushing each other and shoving each other, grabbing on each other. I'm like, it's a car accident. What the fuck is wrong with people, man? And it's like, you shouldn't have to fight at a car accident. You already had the accident. The car's messed up. Now you're creating a whole nother situation now over some cars. Shit don't make no sense to me. And that's like, Yeah, that's why, you know, I'm always like looking out. It was 2 dudes at this accident I had. So I'm always looking over my shoulder, making sure motherfuckers ain't trying some shady shit on me. It's like, cause I don't be out here fighting no kids, man. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just get my shit fixed and get about my way. That's it. I ain't here to fight nobody kids. But man, this is what he said. Hey, Jeff, did you see the professor's video about 30 cent a mile offers? I sent him that screenshot. Time to wake up. No, 30 cent per mile offers, man. Forget that. Forget that. And that's what Kev said. What Kev say? I had 2 ladies the other day. He said, if Trump wins, I'm going to Canada. I said, help you pack. They shut up after that. Real shit. Because I think what a lot of people don't understand about the politics in this country is that people should be running the politics. People should run the politics. We elect representatives of what we stand for when it comes to running this country right, to make sure that we get our return of our investment. We live here. We invest our time here. We invest our money here. We put our money into the school system. We've been putting our money into the streets and the roads. We deserve some of our money back. So when we live in a system right now, like right now, when people having high expenses, high rents, high car notes, high interest, getting evictions, losing jobs, but yet the politicians who are running this country are getting richer and richer and richer. None of these politicians are losing money right now. All of them are getting better and better. All of them are making more money right now. So how do you live in a system where the people that are running the system are getting richer, but the people who actually invest into the system are getting worse off? And that's not the fucking most shadiest shit you've ever seen. And the only thing about Trump is, even if you love him, you like him, like me, I might not like fucking snakes. I might not like snakes, but I know snakes eat rats. So I have to deal with the snakes if I don't like the rats more than I don't like the snakes. I don't like snakes, but I don't like rats even more. So even if I don't like Trump, I don't like being hustled and shit even more. And the people we have in power right now are hustling the shit out of us. Trump ain't hustled nobody. People just don't like Trump. That's all. They just don't like him. He ain't hustled no fucking body. People just don't like him. And so because they don't like him, they use that as the crutch to say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. And honest people will say, well, what about Trump University? What about this? I'm going to tell you what. Trump University was a product that had his name on it, that he fucked up. And I would have never put my name on a service. Like I tell people all the time, I'll never sell a service. I will never sell a service. Because people have to run that service. People have to control that service. So if you're going to run a service, not an actual product, but a service, and you put your name on it, but the people doing the service in it are shady motherfuckers, they going to look at you first because you got your name on it. So all the people that were running that service and doing that crazy shit with Trump University, they should all be arrested too, because they were the ones that were doing the shit. Don't just arrest the person whose name was on it. Arrest all the fucking people who were actually doing the seminars, holding the classes, answering the fucking phones, sweeping the floors, because they all knew what the fuck was going on if it was really something shady going on. You can't tell me you running shady shit, you getting money off the shady shit, but you like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. And you put it all on a person whose name is on it. No, there's people doing this shit other than just the people whose name is on it. There's people actually doing the shady shit, doing the accounting, doing the fucking record keeping, the bookkeeping, the shipping, the receiving. There's people actually doing the shady shit. They know what the fuck is up. So if they know what was up and the shit was really shady, they deserve to be part of it too. Arrest all they motherfucking ass. But you never see people go that far into it. They only want the name at the top because they don't like that name at the top. I get it. I see through all the bullshit. I see through the bullshit. Because if it was about justice, you get every fucking body involved. Everybody involved. Because ain't nobody out here got to, just like with Lyft and Uber. Lyft and Uber might be thieves. They're stealing from passengers. They're stealing from drivers. But yet, I work for Uber and Lyft. I know it's theft. I call the shit out all the fucking time. But if Uber and Lyft, what up, Jamil? All right, brother, be out there, my man. I'll be out there later. Yeah, but if Uber and Lyft get arrested for theft and they get taken to court for theft and all that shit, even though I'm calling out and telling people about it and I still work for them, don't mean I should go to jail either, because I'm the one who's calling it out and telling people these motherfuckers are stealing from us. They're stealing from us. Look into it. They're getting all of us. They're gouging us. They're stealing from us. It's the people that don't say nothing. Those are the ones who can be implicitly involved in that shit. Like, how do you know something is happening and you don't say shit? Are you involved in it? If I never spoke about Lyft and Uber doing the shit they do, people can say, Jeff, are you involved in it? Because you never talk shit about Lyft and Uber, even though we all know Lyft and Uber are doing shit. Are you involved in it? The people who speak out, even though we may be involved in it, they used to call us whistleblowers. I don't know what the fuck they call them now. They call them conspiracy theorists now, but they used to be called whistleblowers. Now they stop using whistleblowers and they call everybody conspiracy theorists. The moment you say something is wrong, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. That's just a conspiracy. No, it used to be whistleblower. Whistleblower had a tone of being honest. When you were a whistleblower, it meant people will listen to you because you're probably telling the truth. You're a whistleblower. If you're a scientist and you're telling the truth about something, if you're a doctor and you're telling the truth about something, if you're a nurse, if you're a hospital, and you're telling the truth about something, you're not a whistleblower now. Now you're a conspiracy theorist. That's how they changed the narrative from whistleblowing to conspiracy theories. And it's funny because now all the conspiracy theorists are right. That's funny shit. They all were right the whole time. They were all right. So I don't give a fuck if you call somebody a conspiracy. I'll listen to a conspiracy theorist because they probably got some shit lined up that I need to hear. So you can call them what you want to call them because I understand the game and I understand why narrative is being painted the way it's being painted. I'll listen to a conspiracy theorist because they used to be called whistleblowers back when I grew up. Exactly. I got a conspiracy. America was founded upon principles of freedom and protection of God-given rights. Right. If Trump, wait a minute, Tony. Absolutely. No, it's not the Trump thing. It's the fact that you want to leave the freest country in the world, that you would actually want to leave it. Then just go. You'll see what you gave up. Real shit. This is people who hate Trump probably loved him pre-presidential campaigns. Well, you see that in a lot of music, a lot of videos, a lot of people were really, proud of Trump being the person he was, where everybody want to be Trump. Man, I want to be the next Donald Trump, man. I want to get out there and get this money. I'm going to be the next Donald Trump. Yeah, Briz, I'm going to be out there tonight. But all of a sudden, after the presidential campaign hit, nobody want to be affiliated with him. But what's funny is that was the first time around. After everything he said started coming to light, and you can take so many things he said and line them up to what actually happened, and you will find out that what he said was what actually happened. You can't unsee or unhear what you heard. You can pretend to be stupid. You could pretend to be stupid and go, oh, well, that's a stupid person pretending to be stupid when they do that. If I tell you your wheels are going to get stolen off your car if you leave it here, and you say, no, it's not. No, it's not. You just saying it. You leave it, your wheels get stolen. You come back and I say, see, I told you your wheels are going to get stolen. Now well, that's only because, see, that's a stupid person because I told you your wheels are going to get stolen. It really happened exactly how I said it was, and you still doubting that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's exactly what happened with Trump. And he tried to tell people that shit. He tried to tell you they're coming for me because they want you. That's why they're coming for me. Because there's something they want to do with this American system, with the American taxpayer, the American economy. There's something they want to do to it, and I'm in the way of that. No, whatever, you're a racist, whatever. Everybody rent went through the fucking roof. Everybody started losing jobs. I mean, even to this day, you look in any paper, look at all the jobs being lost in all the major corporations because the economy is so fucked up. Look at all the interest rates going on. Look at all the wars we got in. And when Trump said, if I don't take office, you guys are going to be at war with Russia. He said that shit. He said it. Motherfuckers heard it. He said it. We're fighting with Russia and Ukraine right now. So how can you tell me your wheels are going to get stolen? Your wheels get stolen and you still tell me, no, that's not what you said. Motherfucker, whatever. You're being blatantly ignorant on purpose. You're being blatantly ignorant on purpose so you sound correct when really exactly what was said is what you see, and you still deny what you see because of the person. That's it. It's all because of the person. Johnny boy, man, is real shit, man, is real. And people don't like hearing that. Like motherfuckers say, the truth is hurt. The truth is a jagged little pill. Like a lot of motherfuckers don't like to swallow that jagged little pill, man. And I'm one of those people that I don't mind telling the truth. I don't mind telling the truth. And a lot of people don't like to tell the truth because the truth sometimes means you could have been wrong at some point. Because I guarantee you, when I was 3 years old, if you asked me what 2 + 2 was and I was 3 years old, I would say 9, 10. What's 2 + 2? 7. I was 3 years old. I shouldn't know because I was 3. But if you ask me now, what's 2 + 2? 4. Because the more shit you learn, the smarter you should be. But you can't tell me your motherfucking ass is still saying 2 + 2 is 9 after all the shit you know. You're blatantly being ignorant at that point. You're blatantly being ignorant. Because people should change. People should get smarter. They should acquire more knowledge. They should get smart enough to know I need to say the right thing now. I know the actual answer to that. Even if you said all the shit you wanted to say about Trump a long time ago, even if you want to say all that shit, you should be able to see everything. The 2 + 2 really did equal 4. If he said 2 + 2 = 4 and you find out 2 + 2 = 4, but you still sitting around going, it's 7. You're blatantly being fucking ignorant just because you don't like him. It's not that you don't see the shit. You're pretending you don't see the shit. You're pretending it. And that's cool. That's cool. But then I know who I'm dealing with when I'm dealing with somebody who's pretending. Because I mean, we'd have debates before on different fucking shit. We'll have debates and people will say something true, say a truth about anything that was said. And it's the moment we say that truth, they want to shut down. They pull out either the race card or they pull out the nationalist card. They pull out something else other than what we're even talking about. Because the truth is something that they don't want to have a discussion about. The truth is beyond their level of comprehension because they don't even believe how stupid they sound. So they go, well, racist. That's the first thing they fucking say. It's like, nah, you're missing it. You're missing the whole fucking argument right now. You're trying to create a tangent argument to make yourself sound right about something because you know you're not right about this. Man, what Doc said, you ain't lying, big brother. I tried telling people that they have magnets in the NBA basketball and gave them the profile and they still doubt it. A lot of times I'll be telling motherfucker Steph Curry, I'm like, how can Steph Curry be doing this shit? What the fuck? This is unreal. Unreal. 2 + 2 = 9. Absolutely. Motherfucker just sitting there. Absolutely. Shit. Jesus was the truth. And now they say he never existed. Well, ain't that convenient? Exactly. Like I said, and the way that most of us, like I said, truth is not perception. Opinion is a perception. Opinion is like what you think about something, whatever. You could think about whatever you want to think about. But a truth is not a perception. The truth is what it is. It's the truth. There's no other way around it. And I've had debates with people on other platforms like Instagram, Facebook, whatever this and that. And even though all those people back then were wrong, completely wrong, to this day, they will never say, Jeff, man, you were so right, man. I apologize about all that shit I said about you and calling you this and calling you that and saying, you know, you was talking about and saying you didn't have a medical degree and all this shit. But man, now everything you said, man, was true. Everything you said is true, man. Because some people, it's not even about the truth with them. It's about how they perceive themselves as not wanting to be somebody who didn't know shit. I tell motherfuckers all the time, it's a lot of times I don't know shit. But you can see how I gain intelligence because at some point I didn't know shit. Now I know it because I'm listening to certain people. I'm researching certain things. I'm not stuck on stupid. Because if you learn something and you realize that you didn't know something and you still saying the shit like then you stuck on stupid. You're blatantly stuck on stupid right to everybody's face or whatever. And I'm not one of those people. I tell you all the time, I've made mistakes. I ain't lived a perfect life, but I've learned a lot. And if I haven't learned shit, then I would sound just like I would sound when I was 3, 4 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old, 21 years old. You could be like, Jeff, man, you've been saying that since you was 22 years old, man. I bet a lot of shit I said when I was 22, I ain't saying now because I've learned. And the same shit when it came to presidential candidates and stuff like that. I've learned a lot about shit. The same way I talk about this country and the way that it's set up as far as a corporation and versus a nation. I mean, I've said a lot of shit because I've learned things. And the more you learn, the more you should radiate that knowledge to help other fucking people out. So we all research that shit. We can all research it and talk about it. And that's the freedom of speech. We can say something and you can believe it or not. Doesn't make a difference, but I still have the freedom to say it. Whether or not it encourages you to go research it, that's a whole nother level of the game. Some people don't want to research it. You tell them something and it strikes them so hard in disbelief that the fact that they don't want to believe it, they'll never go research. They'll never go because they want to be stuck exactly where they are mentally. Like they say, ignorance is bliss. They're blissfully ignorant. They're happy being stupid. Some people, I'm not happy being stupid. I want to be in the know. I want to know shit. I'm not happy being stupid. So give me some information. Tell me some. I'm gonna go look it up in my spare time. And I'm gonna say, you know what? I might even expand on it and say, dude, I know you told me this, but there's a part you left out. This is what it could really be. And now you got a debate going on now. And that debate is only going to open up more intellect. That's all it does. It's like what Ron Paul was saying, all the things Trump says now, and he got booed and laughed at by the same Trump supporters and conservatives. No, Ron Paul was saying something. Like, I haven't even watched Ron Paul's thing. So you have the right to say 2 + 2 = 9, but I have a right to not believe it and say, I disagree with you. Real shit, Kev, real shit. And that right there, Kev, what you just said was the whole basis of misinformation. People had the right to sit on CNN and all these fucking to say whatever they had the right to say all that shit. But they tried to take away our right to not believe it. They had to take away our right to not believe the shit they were feeding us. We have a right to not believe it. We had a right to question it. You have a right to question anything you want to. You're not forced to believe anything. If you're forced to believe something, that's called indoctrination. And once you're indoctrinated, not educated, You're indoctrinated. You do it because you were told to. And that's what they're doing. A lot of the immigrants they're bringing over here. Do it because you're told to, not because you're educated enough to understand why you're doing it, the whole comprehensive nature behind it. So if you understand the whole comprehensive nature behind it, why you're doing it, now you have an understanding. But if you're just being indoctrinated to do it, you only have the capability to do it. You don't have an understanding of why you're doing it. You just have the capability to do it. You're able to do what you're told to do. But do you understand why you're being told to do? That's when you become enlightened and educated. That's a whole nother level of the fucking game right there. Yeah, you always have the right to be wrong, but that right doesn't eliminate truth. And when I sit up and I tell people all the time, you know, if people are forcing you to believe something, that's called mind control. The belief is in your head. If they're trying to control what you believe and not give you the freedom to speak on it or believe on it, it's called them controlling your beliefs, controlling your mind control. And they do it through propaganda. Like I said, look up Edward Bernays, Bernays. He was the godfather of propaganda. He talked about mind control. How do you control masses of people to think a certain way? You hammer their ass. You hammer shit into them. And anybody who steps out of line of belief and says, well, I actually think, the moment somebody says, I actually think, you labeled them as a conspiracy theorist, labeled them as a danger to society, labeled them as something else that makes a whole group go, ooh, you're excommunicated. You're bad because you don't believe what they said on TV. You're the bad one. And now everybody's looking at everything that was said and they forgot about it. Because all the people that were labeled bad, dangerous, conspiracy theorists, anti-whatever, all those people are good. They're good. They're better off in life. And all the people who believe the nonsense, they all of a sudden, they don't remember nothing. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to discuss it. But they were so adamant and pushing that shit for so long. They were staunch believers in it, pushing that shit like, you're dangerous. You don't belong here. You shouldn't even have a job here. You shouldn't be allowed in the building here. I didn't want to talk about it. I'm saying, you want to talk about that? And actually, I don't. Why? Because you were so heavy in believing that. You were so heavy in believing that I was a danger to society, that I shouldn't even have kids. I shouldn't even be in a building. I shouldn't be allowed to eat, buy groceries, all because of one thing that I believed. And now that you find that all was a bunch of bullshit, you don't want to talk about it? No. Because they realize how stupid they sound. They realize how stupid they sound. And they're stuck on that stupid. They never say, you know what? You're right. I got enlightened. I was stupid. I bought into some shit that kept getting, because they don't want to admit how weak they were to believe that shit. Nobody wants to admit they were weak. Oh, I bought into it. I'm sorry, man. I shouldn't have never did that. It was my bad. I can't believe it. Just admit it. You admit it and you move the fuck on. But when you harbor that stupidity and you hold on to that stupidity, you never shake that shell of a 3-year-old that believes 2 + 2 = 9. You never shake that fucking shell. You're still that 3-year-old that thinks 2 + 2 is, the moment you say 2 + 2 is 4, now you're starting to seem a little enlightened. Now we can have that conversation because now you know why 2 + 2 is 4, why it's not 9. You were indoctrinated to believe it was 9, but when you found out it really wasn't 9 because you got educated, now we could talk about it. But if you still want to walk around pretending that 2 + 2 is 9, can't fuck with you like that because you're not at that level yet. You're not at that comprehensive level of intellect where we can have that conversation yet. And it's a lot of things, not just like that, but it's a lot of things in this country, between people, between businesses, everything else, that a lot of us can have conversation on. But everybody might not be on the same page, and that's totally cool. But you allow that freedom of thought. You allow that freedom of expression, that freedom of changing ideas back and forth. And once you trade that, now everybody's learning from each other. And once everybody learns from each other, we become a more powerful force to deal with, which is Lyft and Uber don't like that shit. We become a more powerful force to deal with because we ain't leaving no driver behind. We telling every driver, hey, this is free fucking education right here. This is how you make more profits. This is free education. This is what you do. We ain't got to charge nobody for this shit. This is free education. We're going to tell you how you can make more money, how you can stay out of the poverty area when it comes to running this business. Stop running your car into the ground. Stop running your body into the ground. Stop taking naps and shit in your car if you don't have to. This is how you can make more money. Go home, sleep in your bed, be nice, go back out later. This is what you can do. And the apps don't like that because we're trading information. We're enlightening and educating each other to let them all know 2 + 2 is not 9. You don't have to drive 100,000 miles to make $100,000. You really don't have to do that. You can drive 20,000 miles to make 100,000, 30,000 miles to make 100,000. We're telling people what 2 + 2 really is. It's about profits, the bottom line. And a lot of people don't like that shit. And that's why you see a lot of channels, they don't like the way that we drive over here because they're still stuck on that 2 + 2 is 9 shit. I allow my 2-year-old to say 2 + 2 is 9, but when he wants 9 items, I give him 2 and 2 and enlighten him that it's only 4. That's right. That's what it is, man. It's about promoting like intellect, you being the one that knows, showing by example and showing just by waking them up, making that light cut on. Saying you could say 2 + 2 is 9, but I'm going to give you 2 and I'm going to give you 2 and you count those. What do you get? As far as they're going to make it is 4. Now it comes on. You just taught them something in the most simple, basic way that maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. And my dad really does know what he's talking about, because my dad just told me something and I didn't believe him. And then he showed me like right in front of myself. And I'm in shock right now that my dad just told me something that I had no idea was real. And that's how you promote knowledge and trust in what you're saying is for real. A lot of people don't have that, because they'll keep telling people 2 + 2 is 9. And I'll go on a whole tangent about some shit, but I ain't even gonna do that to this live stream. I just thought about something. I was like, you know what, Jeff? No, we're gonna say that for another one, because this should have us online for the next 5 hours. God damn it. Yes, what to say? Lyft is trash. I think they're losing to Uber big time. If Lyft continues like this, they're going to go out of business soon. Can you elaborate? Oh, we talk about that all the time, Abraham. We talk about that all the time. And it's like we got a few videos about Lyft getting their asses kicked. I got a couple of videos out about that. Lyft getting hammered. They getting hammered. They throwing out surge just to try to keep drivers out there, man. So the key is sticking together, but once we do it, the only strongest will survive. I survived the last recession. You got to get smarter. That's right, Beauty with Essence. You can survive these things, but it's got to take intellect. And a lot of people who have that employee mindset, you know, they go to the boss and they knock on the boss's office door, go, boss, I don't know what's going to happen, boss. Can we like survive this, boss? What are we going to do, boss? We're rideshare drivers. We don't make that call. We don't say, we can't knock on nobody's door as to how we survive. We start looking at our bills. We start looking at ways and other drivers that are surviving. We start looking at who's like actually doing well in this economy, like in a real sense. But not only who's doing good, look at who's doing bad. And we look at who's doing bad and we see them doing better and say, okay, how did you go from this to that? Show me how you went from this to that. Just like I was like, Lyft went from $114 million loss to $12 million loss, but they never told nobody how they did it. They never told nobody how they did it, because a lot of these lying motherfuckers don't want to tell you how they did it. I show you bad, horrible nights, bad nights where I just gave up and quit because it was so shitty, but then I show you how I did on a good night. So you got to, when people sit and explain what they don't just show the results of what they're doing, but show the steps in what they took. That's called teachers. Just like Tony said, it's Common Core math. You're showing steps. You can say what you want to say, but if I show you the steps, you're going to learn a whole lot faster. If I can tell you that 2 + 2 is 4, I can always tell you that. And you can say, no, I think it's 9. I think it's 9. Say, no, man, it's 4. I'm telling you it's 4. No, it's not. But if I show you how it's 4, if I give you 2 items and 2 items, and I tell you, count those items, I just showed you what I was talking about. And that's how we do in rideshare. If I say, this is how I made $300 a day. Okay, these are my rides. This is why I took this ride and why I didn't take that ride. Then I show you, okay, I took this one ride, fucked up my whole night because Juan and everybody else made 500 and I only made 250 because of the mistake I made. I'll show you the mistake, why I made a mistake, and why it was such a massive mistake. Because I could have made twice the amount of money I had if not selecting that very first ride. If I just went to where I was supposed to go, never selected that first ride. And that's how we educate people and teach people. So you mean I'm not a black lesbian? Nope, you are. Keep believing, brother. You keep believing, kid. Trust me, you're gonna get the Black Lesbian Health United Healthcare card in the mail tomorrow. Absolutely. That's funny shit. Absolutely. Man. But that's why I love in rideshare, man. We all, especially on this channel, and I tell people that because I see other channels. Like, it's not that I don't comment on other channels. I don't want people flagging me and trying to get rid of my fucking channel. So I don't even comment on other channels no more. I stop that shit altogether. So if I do comment on your channel, then I think you're a safe person. So if you see my comments on your channel, I appreciate you and I think you're safe. That's why you see me on there. If I don't know. If some shit might be going on, I might have to hold back for a second. But I see other channels and I look at how the drivers are talking back and forth to each other, or even isn't that, and they're still stuck in that I'm better than you phase because I do this phase and you don't do that phase. They're still in that. They're stuck in that. And I tell people, I ain't never once said I'm the best driver out there because I know I'm not. I ain't never said I'm an expert at this shit because I know I'm not. The algorithm changes too fast for me to be an expert. But what I do know is that I will try just as hard as I can when I go out there. And I'm not going to give up unless something really just fucks me up and makes me not give up. That's it. That's the only one I'm going to give up. And I see other drivers out there making way more than I make. And I'm proud of them because they're proving that a system works. They're proving that sticking together works. They're proving that driving smarter works. So how can I be mad at proof of what we're all like preaching? I can't be mad at the proof of what we're preaching, no matter what region it's in, what state it's in, what our market looks like. I cannot be upset that somebody makes more money than me. I cannot be upset that the way that they're doing it is giving better results than what because I might say, okay, what did you do? Oh, well, actually, I put my filter on and I stayed in this area, Jeff. That's how I did it. A lot of people need to know that. A lot of people need to know that. Well, how did you do it? Well, there was a carnival going on down south that nobody knew about, but I found out about it. So I shot down there and it was like 8 of us drivers getting all the carnival rides all night. That's how you did it. And some of these carnivals, they're like little pop-up carnivals just sitting in the middle of like parking lots and shit. And you see a couple of kids out there trying to get a ride from the pop-up carnival back to home or whatever. And I'm like, holy shit, where the hell does carnival come from? Just out of the middle of nowhere. Just like with the state fair, the Arizona State Fair was popping up one night. So I was 2 miles down the road just plucking rides going back and forth down the street. It's like, this is cool, right? I could do this. And it happens sometimes. But we explain how that happens because we want to teach people a system of how to drive. So if we teach them how to drive, the apps can't fuck with us. It means we got to teach the new people coming in. The new people flooding the system. Now we got to teach them coming in. It's like on Lyft, I'm non-binary, so I don't get eliminated from getting the trip requests from women since that's 50% of the customers. Just kidding. Only accept Lux Black. And there's no women on Lux Black option. Oh, okay. Well, see, I got an option on my. I don't know how this happened on my phone, but I got this option on my phone. My car is orange, but it says Uber Black. So I select Uber Black, and I only pick up black people using Uber. Have no idea how that shit works. No, I'm just kidding. Motherfuckers be like, dude, he got this Uber Black. Don't start that rumor. I'm fucking with y'all. I'm starting. Motherfucker, he got Uber Black. He selects Uber Black, and he only picks up black people. I got Uber Chinese, motherfucker. I hit Uber Chinese. I was picking up all Koreans and shit all day yesterday, man. Fuck that. What? Yeah, it works. Look, Uber Chinese on my phone. Motherfucker, Uber Latino. I was picking up all kind of Mexican people all day. I had Uber Latino on my phone. Like, motherfucker, start that rumor. Uber's coming out with a new option for racist people. I only want to pick up fucking Korean people. I need Uber Korean. So I need Uber tip. I know Uber I tip. Exactly. Motherfucker, that's it. If you tip, you can select that option. Uber tip. That's it. Because if your ass ain't tipping, I ain't picking you. Exactly. I like that option better, Silver Fox. Uber I tip. I like that shit. I'll pick up anybody now. Let's go pick people up, motherfucker shit. Say Uber midget. I only pick up midgets all night, man. They little. I gotta lift them up in the car and shit. Like, man, how you get that on your phone? It's a new update. Like Tony. Say Uber beards. Only pick up bearded people and those who like bearded people. I got an Uber beard. Exactly. Motherfuckers show up. It's like a fucking Santa Claus reunion and shit. Like everybody sitting in the backseat with long white beards. Like, Tony, what are the odds that you keep picking up all these people who are dressed up as fucking Santa Claus? I got Uber beard on my phone. So Uber big girls. That's it. Uber big girls. Uber Maxim bikini model options. Like, that's it. Shit, Uber big girls. That's for all the SUVs out there. Because you get too many big girls in smaller cars, yeah, you're going to have a problem. Especially in my car. My car is pretty massive on passenger side. I can pick up any, but driver's side, I sit with my seat kind of like relaxed. I'm driving all day. It's hard for people to sit behind my seat. But I'll scoot it up every once in a while if I have to. But other than that, damn, I'm cool on that shit. You can use a bigger vehicle, like Teslas, Model Ys, Model S's, way more space in my car. And that's why, and last night on the video, I was talking shit. I'm saying, I'm getting me a different car. That's it. I love my BMW, love it. Drive the shit out of it, everything else. But man, if I get hit one more fucking time in this car, it's a wrap. One more time I could take, it's like, and I should know better than to use this car, especially now they got me on base tiers. I'm not driving a luxury tier at all. So I'm not driving any luxury tier. I'm not getting as many tips as I should be getting. So why the fuck am I driving a BMW? Why? I mean, I got to make sense of it. I said that shit in my last night's video. I was sitting in the driveway making it, and I'm like, why? When I was Lux, it made sense. It's a luxury car. I leave it on Lux. People are happy to have a luxury car picking up. But if you can get a Geo Prism or my BMW for the same fucking price, I might just go buy a fucking Geo Prism. It's like, what the fuck, man? Drive that shit around. I'm telling you, man. I might as well just get a Prius. And I saw the new 2023s out there, really nice ones and shit like that. They got some other ones that are really nice. I mean, I just want to go up and buy one in cash. Shit, go up and give me like a 5,000, 6,000. And that's the thing, Model Y Black. All these, the only way I would get a luxury car at this point, or something that could be on a luxury tier, is if there was a guarantee that these apps wouldn't keep fucking with us at some degree. But there's no guarantee for that. So if we're only doing short trips with tips, we're only doing short trips with surge and everything like that, I could just go buy like a $5,000-6,000 car and just sit downtown and just do little short rides all fucking night. And that'll probably pay for my damn being. I could do short rides all night in that little car, pay for everything I got around here, and not worry about getting hit, having to fix shit every time somebody rear ends me or smashing into the side of me or whatever this and that. These rideshare apps, they're pushing us to the point where we're not seeing the utility in having a really nice. Now, a black SUV is a whole nother level of the game. That's for events and shit like that. I can see that. But for just basic daily driving, ripping and running around, I'm on a base tier on each platform. I'm on a base tier. There's no reason I should be driving a BMW base tier. Both one. Nah, I could just do regular shit on base tier. Yeah, I heard about wait and save, Jeanette. I heard about that. And people do that all the time, wait and save. I used to use that shit all the time. People are like, oh yeah, I did wait and save. But usually wait and save is when you're coming from a long distance to get them. You're coming 6 miles out, 7 miles out. That's why I don't do wait and save. Because they'll have you sitting down here by the airport, but trying to pick up somebody downtown. It's like, nope, because they chose wait and save. So they're going to look for the farthest driver away they can find. And it's like, nah, I'm not doing that shit. I'll just stay right where I'm out of it. I'm about to squeeze into a Prius. Hell yeah. Hell nah. Geo Prism, go get a Corsica. Go down the Chevy Corsica. Hell yeah, give me a Lumina. I'm going to give me a fucking Lumina. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Y'all dead ass think they had no drivers on the road with that shit. That's not what was happening. Man. Wait a minute. They have to make an agreement that if we buy a luxury car, that we can have an automatic guarantee we can drive on that tier for 5 years. That would be nice, man, William. That would be nice if they can grandfather a lot of us in. If they get, especially those of us who have been on the app for a long time, we were here, like we bought the app, we bought our cars before the announcement back in April when they were going to remove Lux. If we bought our car before the April announcement, they should automatically let us be grandfathered in until we pay our car. All they got to do is ask us, well, can we see the loan paperwork? Just like we send our insurance paperwork, stuff like that. We send them the loan paperwork and they say, okay, this loan is up until 2025, 2026, 2027. So if the loan is out that far, at least these are the only drivers that will be grandfathered in. The only drivers that will be grandfathered in. Everybody else, if you bought one after that, you risk that shit. Because they already put the announcement out they were going to remove the platform and you bought a car anyways. What up, Gig Wise, my man? This is what up, Jeff? Just popping in to say hi. Gig Wise out in St. Louis, rolling around, riding around. He getting it. South County. Yeah, don't be too hopeful, bro. Even Uber removing Select and not Lux. A lot of high tier. Yeah, and that's the thing. They're trying to force drivers to drive down. Because if they force drivers, and it's like starving us out. So when you pull our resources out, you pull our financial resources out, you make us drive down, at some point, we're going to break. Now, me, I only break for like short trips downtown. I'll do a couple of short hops. It might not quite be $2, something like that. Cool. Housework for today, the Dust Bowl, dust to dust. Man, that's funny shit. Wear a mask, man. Wear a COVID N95 mask. See, $31 for 8 miles. Start my day good in the TNG suburbs. There you go, brother. There you go. And they're going to sit there and they're going to try to drive us down by making us drive, shitty rides or nature hikes. We just got to fight back. We got to make them see that they're going to make a lot of money doing that. You're not going to make a lot of money doing drivers like that. You're going to see a lot of drivers sitting back, relaxing, waiting until the good rides pop out. A lot of riders are going to miss rides. Jeanette says, I love your live content because it holds true in all markets. Appreciate that, Jeanette. And the thing is that when we do these live streams, we have all markets represented. We have all markets represented in the chat. And we can all trade ideas back and forth. And we find out exactly what Lyft is doing because we can see, Uber and Lyft are doing things in different markets. They're giving some people up front, some people not. They're testing out markets. Some markets have a lot of immigrants that are taking a lot of the rides. Some markets don't have that many. So they're testing the waters with a lot of different markets. And I love to see people talk back and forth today. Say, oh, my AR dropped 30% today, but they stopped my offers. Yeah. Oh, Gigwise bought a cargo van. So you out of the truck now. He got a cargo van. That's what's up. That's what's up. He's like, I don't have it no more, man. I got the cargo van. You saving a lot in gas, I bet. A ton in gas. Diamond to gold in 2 hours. Yeah, exactly. They're going to do that. But that's what they're doing to us. They're trying to force us as drivers to play their game. They want to control our narrative. They want to control the money. They want to control our level of service. When we're the ones in the streets really doing the service, they want to control what we do. But we can control their decisions by saying we're not doing it like that. That's not the game we playing. You can have a bunch of people, like even the other night at the concert, there was a lot of at the Suns game, the Suns Laker game. There was so many rides still coming through hours after the game ended, hours after it ended. Nature hikes like crazy, nature hikes. And nobody was taking them. They were sending them to me left or out. Nope, nope, way out west, way out east, way up north, way down south. Nope, I was kicking them all on because they need to realize, these apps need to realize these type of people are going to have a really bad taste in their mouth about rideshare. And they're going to either stop using the apps, getting in touch with drivers who offer driver service. That's why most of us should be trying to generate websites in our community, generate a website, put a schedule on there. See if you can get people in your town and advertise and market. Hey, if you go to this website, you can probably get a ride. And it's like, okay, you go to a website and you pull it up and it says like, ride with Beauty with Essence. So you go ride with Beauty with Essence and you pull her and you say, hey, she's actually a rideshare driver in my town. I'll be having the hardest time getting to and from work. Like every other day, I can't find a ride, but I found a rideshare driver in my town and I can schedule with her. So she can pick me up every day for work at 7 o'clock in the morning. There has to be a way that we can let these people know that we are here, that we are still ready to drive, but we ain't getting paid. We're not getting paid by the apps. There has to be a way we can let people know. And I don't know if it's to create a collective, a cooperative in a city or a town, advertise it, put it out there to let people know, hey, we are drivers. We are really trying to do this. Pay somebody a percentage to dispatch. Be like, hey, Beauty, I got somebody right here. They need 2 rides tomorrow. Is it okay if they schedule with you? Yeah, they can schedule with me. Cool. Just I need to know what time, the address is this and that, negotiate a price and everything. And there you go. 100% your money, negotiating the price. Give the dispatcher, a cut of the money. The dispatcher is the one running the website, just marketing it, putting it all over the place, trying to help people out. But there has to be a way versus letting Uber and Lyft control the logistics market when it comes to people. We're allowing them to control our markets in our community. Because you could be advertising in motherfucking grocery stores, laundromats. Hey, if you stuck at a laundromat, somebody might be at the laundromat looking at a community board and laundromat, be like, oh shit, here's a dude with an SUV saying he's available to do laundry runs. Text this number, call this number. Man, I usually try to use Uber and Lyft and nobody ever want to bring me. There's no telling what we can do with the internet that's out here. We can use internet. We can use anything we can do to get back to a grassroots efforts of providing services in these communities. Because Uber and Lyft, all they doing is ripping people off. We all know it. $80 for a ride, but you're giving the driver $28. They ripping people. If that means that ride wasn't really $80, because the ride was probably only about truly $40 or $50. That's really what the ride was probably worth. But they marked it up $80, gave the driver like $28. And they keep doing this shit over and over and over to people. And it's only so long before we as drivers can sit back and we go, you know what? We're done taking this shit. We need to be more proactive, less reactive. We keep reacting to the moves they making. They make a chess move, we react. They make a chess move, we react. We need to be proactive. We need to make a chess move to make those motherfuckers react. And I think short trips, only taking short trips, was a really good chess move for a lot of us. Because it really made, and when Lyft kicked out Lux and everybody jumped over to UberX, that was a good chess move. It was a good chess move. Because we already planned on making that move anyway. We knew what they were going to do, and we planned before they even moved. If they make that move, this is the move we're going to make. So we've been playing chess what they asked for a minute. And at some point, they're going to realize we can't beat them. It's a lot of drivers that are getting smarter. You can keep bringing in new chess players from overseas. You can bring in chess players from across the Rio Grande. You can bring in all these players, and you can play the shit out of them. But for those of us that really know how this chessboard works, we open that app up. We know exactly where we're going. We know what moves we're making already. We already know what move we're making. Like, you know what? Turning Lyft off for tonight. Done with Lyft. That's a bad chess play. I'm on UberX tonight. This is the area I'm going to when it starts surging. We play chess every night against these motherfuckers. Every day we play chess with them. And this is how we beat them. It's a cerebral game. It ain't just saying, you know what? I'm going to get in my car, put that shit on auto accept, and just drive nonstop. 12 hours later, I made $225. A smarter chess player made that same shit in like 4 hours. So you work 8 hours more, driving 8 hours longer than this person did. They did 4 or 5 hours, made the same 225. It's chess, man. It's chess. We got to do this shit the smart way. And I'm glad a lot of us out there, yeah, Beauty said we should get a driver website going. I was talking about this with a co-driver earlier this year. And that would be nice, man. And I'm going to tell you right now, if any driver out there or a collection of drivers in the city or anything else like that, if they were to create a driver website, every YouTuber that does rideshare or delivery, every single one of us should promote that website. All of us should promote that website. I don't give a fuck if it's a website in New York, if it's one in Tennessee, if it's one in California. We should be promoting all driver websites, not just promoting Uber and Lyft. We don't work for Uber and Lyft. Thank you, Angel Girl. I appreciate that. Just subscribe. Appreciate you coming into the fam, into the barbecue. It gets kind of hot in here sometimes. We'll be going it. But yeah, if we can just, all of us drivers stick together and we see a pocket of drivers trying. There's a pocket of drivers in Texas trying, man. Pocket driver of Texas and Tennessee trying. Vermont trying. We need to give them the support. I don't need shit from y'all. I don't need no money from your website. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But what it has to do is the hope and the belief that if we keep supporting each other and pushing forward each other, it's going to only get bigger and bigger. It's going to go from a couple of drivers having a website to 20 drivers being on that site, to 100 drivers being on that site, to more people starting to understand we can go to drivers directly and not have to use the apps. No, you can come to drivers directly. And it may not happen overnight. May not happen overnight. Gig-wise, thanks, brother. What up, Ryan? My man Ryan just walked in the building. And it may not happen overnight. It might not. But you got to start that chess match at some point. You got to start saying, what can we do? We know what's coming down the pipe. They're bringing driverless cars. They're deactivating people left and right. They're bringing in a lot of people who don't understand the American economy and the American dollar, the value of the American dollar. They're bringing in all these people from all over the world. So we need to start playing chess our way. We got to start making chess moves. And if the chess move is, it's time to stick together. It's time to bind together. Help out people. Like I said, I don't expect nothing in return. If somebody says, Jeff, we just started a website, I'm going to check the website out. I'm going to look at it. And I guarantee the next time I make a video, I'm like, dude, have y'all seen this website? Because that's what we're here for. We're here to create a system, a driver system, not an app system. We don't care about the apps. The apps don't care about us. Lyft and Uber are not right now telling people, hey, if you get to Phoenix, make sure you look up Jeff. Make sure we're going to send you his information. They ain't, fuck that. They don't care about me like that. They wouldn't promote me. They promoting their apps and what they do. And they hope that I'm online so they can use me as a sucker when they get here. That's about all they hope for. So we got to turn around and do the same thing. Has a good ring to it. Drivers Direct. I like that. Drivers Direct. I like that. That is, hey, you know what? Drivers Direct might be something. It could be, you know what? If somebody out there was really, really intelligent enough to create a website called Drivers Direct and the person can select their state, then they can select their city. So let's say a rider wanted to ride in Phoenix. He could go to Arizona, Phoenix, or he can go Arizona, Tucson. And when you pull it up, you see all the drivers on there. You see all the drivers that have been registered with that website. You know, maybe drivers pay $5 a month to be registered with that website. You see my name on there, direct text number. You see my name, my car, what apps I'm on, how many years I've been driving, direct text number. What days I might work. So you pull up a whole batch, how many rides I've done through Drivers Direct, shit like that. I might say, hey, I want to go down to Casa Grande. So you go Arizona, Casa Grande. You see Frank on there. Frank might be the only driver down there. Frank, cool. You can click on it. You can text him up. Hey, Frank, this is, Shelly. I just got in town. Is there any way you are in the area of blah, 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 something like that? Drivers Direct. You're directly talking to a driver. It's Drivers Direct. And how does the website make money? It makes money off of us paying a membership fee to be on Drivers Direct. So it's like, if Driver Direct is like, if I don't pay my membership, then Driver Direct could be like, you know what? Well, Jeff's got an X across his name now, or X across it because he didn't pay his membership. He's X'd out the website. So you can say, hey, you can pay for a yearly membership to be on Driver Direct all year. Even if you didn't do, even if you didn't do Driver Direct with, if you were doing Uber and Lyft and all that, but you still had Driver Direct run at the same time, you might say, well, I don't even want to do Uber and Lyft no more. I'm making a killing off Driver Direct. People are really like using this website for some reason. They're finding me. And you can say, what special do you do? Because with each Driver Direct, if you click on the name, it can open up your own little small page. And it says, this is how many years you've been driving, a little information about yourself. It's to say what type of rides you'd like to do. I like to do party rides, club rides, to and from work rides, airport rides, stuff like that. So you look at that, the driversdirect.com is available. Yeah. What up, Aaron Parker, my man Aaron? What's good, brother? And see, and that's what it is. Like the driversdirect.com is available. Driversdirect.io is available. What is IO? I've been seeing that a lot lately. IO. City of Unlimited Deliveries from the LV in the house. What up, Scott Barry, my man? And like I said, at some point, somebody has to start taking the initiative to have a belief that a system that we can build outside of the Uber and Lyft rideshare system, because like I said, we got Hum. Hum is a good system. They got, We Rides and all these. We got all these systems and all these rideshare things being built. And everybody's doing it because they know that at some point, Uber and Lyft is going to have to be phased out because they're really getting greedy and they're starting to use, more people from other countries now to drive for them to generate more profits for their shareholders and everything else like that. And so I'm sitting there going, if we know the direction that it's going in, and most of us have car loans out for the next few years, we need to start putting more eggs in our basket. We got to put more eggs in our basket. Yeah, who wants a DD? Exactly. And I'm one of those people that believe that drivers, especially in this economy, drivers who are very entrepreneurial, are willing to take that risk to say, listen, I want to try something different because we've been trying to be partners with Uber and Lyft. And the more we're partners with them, the lower they keep pushing us. They keep taking away Lux. They take away these type of rides. They throw UberX share rides in the fucking mix that don't pay shit. They keep trying to make us put fucking Great Danes and shit in their fucking car. And our cars tearing our fucking cars up and shit. If you got a Great Dane, you should be ordering a fucking cargo van. You shouldn't be ordering a car. A Beamer shouldn't show up for a Great Dane. I don't even own a fucking Great Dane because I think they're too big for the cars I drive. So I'm sitting there like, these apps are pushing the envelope when it comes to drivers, man. They're really putting us in a hard position because they're not giving us a say in how we do business. They should be giving us a say in how we do business. If you create your own website, then that's your say in how you do business right there. And even if you create a website, like you said, Drivers Direct, and it becomes nationwide, and you got, every city, oh man, I'm in Seattle today. Go to Seattle, click on this, Driver Direct. All the Seattle drivers pop up. And you might narrow it down. Okay, I need a driver with the black car. Okay, now the list narrows a little bit more. Okay, it needs to be a black SUV. It narrows down even more. Now you got 4 riders on that website who have black SUVs. And you may say, okay, cool. We need this one Friday. What can we get this one Friday for like an hour and a half? What are your rates for an hour and a half of just picking us up, waiting for us, taking us in? Might be very affordable. Yeah, it's a great idea. We can cover each other rides if we can't make it. And that's what it is. Because most of us drivers in that city, even if we're on the same website, we know each other. Because like I said, my man, I had one of my own people hit me up saying, Jeff, we're going to need a ride, but it's 4 of us. We need a more comfortable car. I gave a ride to my man Dave with the big black SUV. I sent him the information to say, hey, man, my people hit me up. My people need a bigger car. I only got a Beamer W. I don't state no price and nothing like that with them. I'm going to exchange. You two can exchange information. Y'all can negotiate y'all price or whatever like that. I'll hook them up like that because that's how drivers look out for each other. I'm looking out for the person at the end, my homeboys, my clients and stuff like that. That's what I'm looking out for. So if I could just take care of that, everything else is going to work out because my boy going to be like, man, if you ever need a ride, trust me, no matter what it is, hit up Jeff. Because if he can't do it, he knows somebody who can. One number, man. And that's how you can make that website. One website. You can get some shit figured out. Trust me. Because you might be like, man, what area you in? And I wouldn't have it to where you can see exactly where drivers are and shit like that. It's not what you have to do. But at least you can schedule stuff with people. Yeah, what's up, brother? Real shit, Danny. My man. Yeah, and once you get to a point to where, people are more comfortable with using like their own private riders, their own private drivers and stuff like that, they ain't got to rely on the apps. Because you be like, man, there's a concert going to town. These motherfuckers charging $95. I only got to go 13 miles, $95. You might hit up Driver Direct. Somebody might be like, hey, man, actually, I'm on Uber in your area right now. I'm actually downtown at the concert. Oh, man, that's what's up. Because these motherfuckers trying to charge me $95. Like, dude, I could just turn the app off. Where you at? I can come get you right now, man. Perfect. $70. $70 is perfect. Saves me $25 right there. Thank you. I appreciate it. You just shoot around the corner. It's like, turn your Uber app off, shoot around the corner. The motherfucker's right there at the concert. And you can even, like I said, when if the website was to get real, like expanded, because it could be very inclusive, very, very detailed. And you can have it to where, if people are registered with the website, riders are registered with the website, you can shoot them out email blasts. Like, hey, Juan Vargas, Jeff, King James, Nicole, and Kevin, they're actually working tonight. Say drivers that are out tonight. And that's it. there's a, oh man, I just got an email from this. I got a text message saying these 4 drivers are out tonight. Cool. So you know that they're out working. You know they're out working because you just got a text blast saying these 4 drivers are out working in your region tonight if you're interested in a ride. Cool. Perfect. They may not know who these drivers are, but they say, well, let me go look at this real quick. Let me go see something. Look up Bighorn Kev. Oh, nice. He's got an SUV and I got to get to the airport anyways. Man. Hey, Kev, I just got a blast saying you guys were out working right now. Yeah, we're out working. We're in the area right now. We got to get to the airport. We got like 3 suitcases. What time? In about 2 hours. Perfect. I got you in about 2 hours. Got you. I mean, it could be a website like that, a very proactive website that shoots out text message blasts to let people know we've got 10 drivers from our website working right now in your region. And the person might be like, oh man, I don't even need a ride. I don't need a ride. Cool. But at least you know if you do need one, or if somebody you know need one, they be like, man, Uber's trying to charge me $24 for this. Like, dude, go over to Driver Direct. You probably get that ride half that, man. Just here's the website. Go see what drivers are out in the area. And it could be that quick because like time is money. Time is money. And you give people other options and stuff like that. I mean, they're going to start looking, they're going to spend a little more because they standing outside on the curb anyway for 45 minutes to an hour. They outside standing on the curb anyway. You don't think they got time to find a driver? They got time because we know what we're getting paid from Uber and Lyft. So we saying, fuck no. These motherfuckers flying to the airport trying to get a ride to Tucson, 109 miles south for $80. We saying fuck no to that. You might go to Driver Direct. Hey, I'm just trying to get to Tucson, man. I just landed. I'm trying to get to Tucson. Okay, this is what my rate will be to Tucson. Actually, that's a little less than Uber. I'll take that. It's like, because Uber will probably pay you 80, probably charging them people like fucking, you know, $250 to go to Tucson. You'd be like, man, 200 to go to Tucson. That's actually $50 less than what Uber is trying to charge me. But Uber is going to pay me 80, and I ain't taking no $80 to go no fucking Tucson. Man. Look, MJ said, dang, bro, you still on? I'm shopping at Walmart listening to you. Hey, don't forget to go get you some brownies, man. Some caramel salted brownies. Some salted caramel brownies. I think it's Duncan Hines or Betty Crocker. Get those, man. You got to make those. Man. It was no, just make and put it on the centralized desk, and it's basically peer-to-peer. Make an app. They make an app and put it on the desk? Yeah. We promote it on IG and TikTok, our page. We have screenwriters too, so it won't be dangerous people in our ride. Real shit. And a lot of times what you can do, like, and you can tell people, you know, we screenwriters. We don't just do a flat background check on your ass. We do that too, but we might talk to some people, you know. Like, motherfucker, it might be a personality review. Be like, hey, what would you do in this situation? Something like that. Because, like, you want to make sure that if somebody came to that website, they trusted the people that were on it. That's it. You just want to make sure they trust them. You might say, hey, if you want to join our re-rides program, this is what it is. We might have to take a look at some of your social media just to make sure you ain't on some weird shit. Like, you might pull up some shit on their social media and be like, dude, I don't know, man. You want some weird shit, man. You want some weird shit. We seeing what's going on. You motherfuckers is running around, flashing fucking guns and shit, chasing people around cars and shit like that. I don't know if we really want you to be one of our drivers, man. No, you can't check my social media. Well, you can't drive for us. It's cool. You can't drive for us because we want to know what kind of shit you own before we put you on our platform, because you can be the face of a platform just by being on it. One bad thing you do, you can fuck around and be the face of that platform. Be like, dude, this is what Drivers Direct be on. Them motherfuckers had this guy. These motherfuckers showed up. Never know. You never know. So you got to vet people. And social media is a powerful vetting tool. Yep, you just make a network on decentralized network and goes to run the network as an advertisement. And with today, with everything turning into an app, I mean, I'm pretty sure the website can become like an app. I'm pretty sure it could be. Because even like with the Uber and the Lyft, they got a website, but they also have an app. I'm pretty sure you can do a website like that too, to have it to where you like, hey, you can have your favorites. Like, just put if you're only in one region and you only have to keep going to the app to find a driver, then you just on your app, you have my favorites. So you can just pull up my favorites. Like, hey, man, I got 3 favorite drivers in there. If Jeff ain't available, I go to Bighorn Kev. If Bighorn Kev ain't available, I go to King James. King James ain't available, I just go to Juan Vargas. You can just keep doing that shit. So you can have the website part, but the app part is where you can have your favorites. And if you need a ride, just send like a text blast to your favorites. So if you send a text blast to your favorites, it goes to all 4 people. Say, hey, I'm going to need a ride, you know, this day. If anybody's available, motherfucker might say, hey, you know what? I sleep at that time. I'm not up at 10 o'clock in the morning, dog. I'm sorry about that. I'm a night driver. I don't sleep. Oh, no problem. And you can even put on there your available times of when you usually work. You can put usually I'm out, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. to like 4 or 5 in the morning. So they won't ask me shit. I can't get no ride at 3 p.m. because Jeff don't even hit on the website. His ass ain't even driving he's still sleeping at 3 p.m. I can't do shit with him. So it's like, man, like I said, there's so many things we could do to be more proactive of what we want to do for a career choice. We could be so much more proactive than waiting on these apps to be nicer to us. We can put their ass on their heels sometimes. They be like, man, we ain't getting a lot of drivers. There's a lot of different services out there now because we are the service. You guys are the interface. If you're the interface and we know you're the interface, we should be getting more of the service revenue because we can get all the fucking service revenue by doing Cash App, Venmo, creating our own shit. Now we get all the service revenue. If somebody needs a ride from point A to point B, that's the service. We can get the whole service revenue. They don't even got to go through Uber and Lyft. And when that happens, Uber and Lyft will realize we're not making no service revenue. Why? Motherfuckers is using different services now. They going directly to fucking drivers now. It's like, man, what Williams say? Ride Austin app code is free. You can build an app from their source code. Uber and Lyft ran them out. What? So Ride Austin, the app code is free. So Ride Austin was a app down there that they were using in Austin, Texas, but they got the source code is there. Huh. That's crazy right there. Ride Austin app code is free. I wonder if I'm going to have to research how to make an app. I'm going to have to research how to make a fucking app. Yeah. Yeah. It's like 20 mile ride to casino on Trip Radar waiting if they go Lux Black. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, and that's what it is, man. It's like we'll figure something out. And I'm pretty sure a lot of drivers out here are being resourceful because we got luxury cars. We got shit that's no longer being used in the way it should be used. We as drivers aren't being paid the way we should be paid because of the new influx of drivers in that don't understand shit. So we need to start stepping up to the plate. This is business. This is war, man. This is war. It's business. It is not always going to be, I mean, you go to divorce courts, child custody courts, you go to business courts, you go to lawsuit courts, shit gets rough. And you got to have a strong heart to go through some of this shit. You got to make moves that you might not normally make. Employees, they just walk in and they just sit down and they, grovel at their desk and shit like that. When you're a business person with a business person, you may have to get up and you might fucking deliver some paperwork to them. You might have to put some money up to get some moves made. But that's what business is about putting your fucking strong foot forward and really getting some shit made. What Danny Boy say, I haven't drove really in a while. Last Saturday was kind of my last day until they adjust their fares with us. Yeah, man, they got to. That's why I've been doing way more Uber than Lyft, way more. Copying the Uber for Lyft app is easy. It's the network is where the money's at. The network is where the money's at. Yeah, because I'm like, you got to get servers, man. You got to get servers. But imagine if you hosted something on a server like, let's say, GoDaddy server. If you hosted something on GoDaddy server or any other kind of server, then and you're just paying them to use their server space, that's basically all you're really doing. But the hard part, like I said, is actually building the infrastructure for that shit to where it links in the way that I'm thinking it could be linked. I mean, look at all these other rideshare companies like Hum. Hum has a dispatch service. They're not like Uber or Lyft. They actually have a dispatch service, but they have a map. So they show you on the map where you are. So somehow they got it set up to where they can show you on the map and show the rider on the map, all that shit. So it's more than just a scheduler. It's actually like, it's real shit. But they still use the taxi cab dispatch system instead of the algorithm sending you rides and you choosing and shit like that. So it's a little different, man. There's a way to do it. We just got to figure out how to do it, man. But man, Brock says, I barely got any rides today. Hey, I think tonight's going to be all right. Tonight's going to be just hang out, man. Hang out to about 8 p.m. or so. Because this Friday, rent was paid last week. Everybody's back to get into the money a little bit and shit like that. This might be a good weekend, man. It might be a decent weekend. So, shoot. On that note, hey, we're going to try to wrap this live stream up. Like I said, I got to get in here and eat. I got another video I got to edit anyways. But, hey, I appreciate you guys for getting on this live stream. This 11/11, November the 11th live stream. I appreciate that, man. Because like I said, I got that 11/11 tattoo on my arm. So I had to do an 11/11 live stream. Had to do it. But you guys, man, y'all be safe out there today. You know what? And just keep your head on a swivel. If a car's coming up behind you too fast, fucking take off. Don't let them rear end you. If a motherfucker try to give you a health card as an insurance card, it's no good. Don't take it. That's the advice I'm gonna give you. Don't take it. All right, Ryan. Much love, my brother. That glad you came into the chat, man. Like I said, we only got 3 hours in today, but it's cool, my man. Like I said, I got to get in here and eat something. Angel Girl, thank you for subscribing. She's new to the fam, y'all. Welcome her to the barbecue. That's what's up. William and Justin, man, y'all be easy out there, brother. I'm gonna try to, like I said, I gotta go out there, finish taping up some stuff on the back, but me and my ragged ass BMW, man, here we go. We back at it again this weekend. Let's go get this money. Short trips, all profits. Try to educate the newer drivers that come into the system. Let them know how this shit really works, man. Let them know. So, see you out tonight. Absolutely. Absolutely. See you out tonight. Absolutely. Shit. All right, beautiful. There's much love and respect. Essence, hey, we about to get out here and get this money, y'all. I appreciate you guys for coming through. And on this live stream, when I set it up to where, you know, when you go back and play it, you can now see the chat. The chat will be seen in this one. I didn't know there was a way to do it, but you can now see the chat in the replay, because I want people to see what everybody is saying, even though I'm reading and everything like that. So this will be the first video. 1111 is the first video where the chat will be included in the actual video replay. So I appreciate that, man. You guys are amazing. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Let's go out and get this money tonight. Educate some of these drivers. Hey, welcome to Lyft, Angel. We got a lot of drivers in here that's going to help you through. Trust me, a lot of drivers to help you through. Get 2 apps. Get Uber, get Lyft. Because like I said, one app is not going to hold you over, because it's going to be some nice, you'll see some videos on here and you'll hear people talking. It's really hard to use one app all the time. You're going to have to use the delivery app. You got to use something else to supplement that time, because they will throttle you and they will screw you around. And you're going to be like, don't want to do it. Shut it down. Start driving on the other app for a while. So thank you, Angel Girl. I appreciate that. Says, you're so awesome. You're awesome. Absolutely. No, I'm just kidding. When you hear the absolutely, you're going to laugh about it. That shit, man. These kids got me, man. They got me. They got me. Uber and Lyft is the network of people that have the app on their phone and have the app on their phone, and the people that have the driver app on there. That's the network. Yeah, true. I got to get the driver app on my phone. I'm going to figure it out, though. All right, man. Y'all be easy out there. It's time to go eat. Like I said, I'll have another video probably dropping either tomorrow or Monday. I'm going to get the shirts out to you guys. Big Kev, Beautiful Essence. I'm going to get these shirts out to you guys. We're going to have some fun with these. We're going to have fun. You can explain to them what this shit means. When they say, dude, what's that say on your shirt? What does that mean? Absolutely. All right, nigga. Night. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Nika S. All right, I'm going to holler at y'all later. Oops, there we go.